All right, everybody. If you guys can hear me, we've officially started the Survivor 44 season premiere, preseason interviews. Sorry about that. Um, so for today, it's just me. So we're gonna get into the videos. I'm gonna react to each video, for the 18 castaways, and then rank them based on the videos. So we have 6 tiers. We got great. Okay, that's a great tier, by the way. That's great, obviously. We got good. We got quote unquote mid. We got bad. We got garbage. And we got the clear tier. So I wonder who's going to go in the clear tier. We'll see. Let's start off. I've never watched any of these videos. I've only watched like one or two and I forgot about them. But we're going to watch again and we're going to go over each video. They're about like 10 minutes long each on average. So we're going to start off alphabetically. We're going to go with the bald legend himself with the pink shirt, the Voce shirt. We're going to go with Bruce Perot or something. And we're going to watch. Let's see what happens here. Uh, let's see if my. Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. We got Bruce. By the way, there's a whole playlist in our channel. So if the video quality is not good, you guys can just watch alongside me. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. But yeah, let's get to it.
To start off, tell us about yourself. Give us your name, age, and occupation.
My name is Bruce Perrault. I am 45 years old, and my occupation is a realtor and insurance sales.
Why are you here on Survivor?
I'm here on Survivor because this is the ultimate social game.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
My history with watching Survivor is I've watched every episode, but I started watching week 3 of season 1.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
It could possibly be the same person, but Jeremy Collins, in regards to the winner side, reason being is because he definitely, played a value-based game. As far as for a non-winner, I'm not even sure. Probably someone like, as funny as this might sound, someone like
Okay, this guy's voice. I love Bruce. I'm not gonna hate on Bruce, but yeah, let's just say his voice isn't the best. I mean, he's kind of boring. But let's move on.
Coach. Coach was cool to watch. He was
Okay, he likes
very
Coach. That's something.
very animated and a lot of antics, which is good.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
My favorite moments in watching Survivor would be the family visits. I know we haven't seen them recently, but the family visit, I think,
He can't even look straight into a camera. I mean, how much more do you need to? Like, what was casting thinking? Was he even looking in the camera in his casting video? Uh,
really means, that's my favorite part, just for the fact that,
who is he looking at? Where's the face? I mean, why is he so scared to look in the camera? I mean, it's not good.
you have people that have been away from their family for whatever period of time, and it gives them a little bit of a jolt of energy because they remember why they're there.
This is Dave, head of marketing at a
Or if we get
ketchup
a
company
Grammarly
about to
ad.
use Grammarly to handle a type.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
One life experience that has prepared me the most for Survivor, for this game, is I was abandoned as a child and I was placed into the foster care system.
Okay, that's good.
And
I mean,
before
not good
being
that
placed
happened,
into
but
the
yeah.
foster care system, I was abandoned for about 3 days. So it was a level of survival there, even though I didn't know it. I was at the age of 2. But growing up in the foster care system, you gain a sense of being able to survive because you never know how long you're going to be with the person that is there with you. My parents were foster parents for 20 years, and 100 and some odd kids, 127, I believe, kids went in and out of the house. And of those 127, my parents adopted 8.
That is very noble of their parents. I mean, adopting children and raising them is a very noble cause. I mean, just raising a child in general is a very noble cause. But again, we're talking about Bruce here, so
So, you tend to learn how to kind of grow bonds when you know that they're going to be there, but then you also tend to not grow those bonds when you know it's only a short-term scenario or situation.
is a very noble cause. I mean,
What
just raising
excites you the
a child in
most
general
about the
is a
new
very
era
noble
of
cause.
Survivor?
But again, we're
What
talking about
excites me the
Bruce here,
most
so
about the new era of Survivor would definitely be what, Jeff and the production of Survivor has up their sleeve. I love the idea that there is always going
yeah, like the hourglass. I agree. That's what a great twist. I'm so excited to see that happen again. I mean,
to be
terrible.
something new.
It's garbage.
So that is exciting, and that's for the moment. What keeps the excitement for me on a regular basis is that it's a social game. It's a game where it's a
This guy just lubed up his entire head. I mean, look how shiny it is. You can see the reflection of the window or whatever that is in the back. Like, what is that? Still like the guy though. I mean, his head though. That is one shiny head. And I've gone bald before, so I can relate. And I'm not being bald phobic, okay? So it's not loading for a second.
regular basis is that it's a social game. It's a game where it's a construct where you're looking at people, and right now, like, we're judging, we're looking at each other, we're nodding and smiling through our masks, and we're already building an idea of what this person is, maybe what they do for a living or whatever
What
have
is he
you.
looking at?
And we could be right, but 95% of the time we're probably going to be wrong.
Oh, he might
So
be analyzing the other
then
people.
we start the
I don't know where
game
they
and
are.
we
I
have the
think it's Fiji.
conversation, and the social part really makes the most sense. My job is going to be able to figure out who
Or maybe he's just embracing this room as like the last comfortable place he's gonna be in before he goes on. Like look how he's looking in the ceiling and like, oh my god, this is the last time a roof's gonna be over my head. Cause yeah, nothing can protect that bald head out there on Survivor, buddy. I can tell you that much.
who these people are, what
And by the way, I'm gonna make this go 2 times speed because I'm not gonna listen to this guy like stuttering and mumbling every second. Okay, that's probably like the 6 minutes left. Is just him talking like
makes
that.
them tick. Their do's and don'ts without even telling me. Like that's the exciting part. Challenges, and all the other stuff. Food rewards, who cares? Like just talking to people and seeing what makes them tick. That's exciting.
1.5, 1.5.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
People probably perceive me as this arrogant dude walking around because my level of confidence about who I am is okay at this point, just for the fact that I'm 45. I've already lived this life of uncertainty in my 20s and trying to figure out who I am in my 30s. And I know who I am now in my 40s. And some people might look at me and say, "Oh, he's a little arrogant," or he's maybe someone that I can't talk to. I would say probably a quarter of them will think that, and the others will just look at me and be like, "Oh, that dude he's gonna be fun," because I just have a carefree sense about me while I'm here.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
Okay, this is a really bad question because who does not look for loyalty and trust? Like that's the whole point of this question. Like if you answer anything other than that, you're an idiot. And yeah, you're gonna be looking like Kane. Look at that picture of Kane right now. That you're gonna be looking like that at Trouble Council if you don't have trust or loyalty. Okay, that's what you're gonna be looking like. But if you have trust and loyalty, you're gonna be looking more like Matt or let's see, Danny or Matt. Both Matts. Here we go. Let's see what happens.
I'm looking for someone that, as far as for a player that I'm looking for an alliance, I'm looking for someone that will talk but not talk too much. Reason being is if you go back and you look at Survivor and where people have made mistakes, from what we see in the edited version is we see people that have conversations that turn around and they have other conversations with other people about the conversations you had, which is a good thing and a bad thing. You can manipulate that any way you want, but to have someone that's in a great alliance with you, someone that's going to bring information back to you, but not spill the information that you give to them, and then be able to work together, vice versa, to see an end goal. The end goal could be you make it to the merge, and then we part ways, or the end goal could be make the final.
Okay, semi good answer. There is one issue saying that we part ways. You can't part ways. It doesn't make any sense. It does not. That's not how you don't part ways. Like when you part ways, that's basically saying I'm coming after you after that. Like I don't even know one person who's parted ways and had that go well for them. When you work with someone, it's gonna be an unsaid bond in the game throughout the entire game. Okay, and something that you can use. You can't just say, okay, we're done now. We don't have to work anymore. It's not. That's not how it works. At least that's my interpretation of what he's trying to say. Maybe he agrees with me. I don't know, but that's what I see him saying.
Four, and then all bets are off. Now it's one for the other. Shake hands like a Wendell and Dom, call it a day. You know, but just like I said, the perfect alliance partner would be someone that just doesn't blab too much.
It's not. That's not how it works.
Good to see you.
Yeah, hey, what's with the polka dots?
No, what do you mean?
Ad.
Polka dots are out. It's polka squares now.
Let's cut that ad out.
Yeah.
Oh,
But this is cute.
Don't you just love ads? Thanks, Arhap. I mean, yeah, you gotta
How
make
eager
money
will you
somehow.
be to look for advantages in the game?
Put that back up.
I will not be too eager to look for advantages in the game. They will.
Is in the game.
I will not be too eager to look for advantages in the game.
Okay, if you missed it, the question was how eager will you be to look for advantages in the game? And he said he won't be too eager. And you know what? I actually agree. Because I think he's about to say because you're gonna get caught if you do it early on. I think that's what he's about to say. We'll see.
They will happen upon me if it's meant to be. You know, I've seen in the years of watching a lot of people get caught up in trying to find the advantage, and you know they know that they're being voted off, and the biggest thing I want to do is go and try and find an advantage. Why do that? Go talk to people, have a conversation.
Okay, he didn't say what I said. What I thought he would, but he's right. He's actually right. Being on the numbers and having the numbers advantage will carry you through several tribals, and it'll only carry you through one. And he realizes that, and that's a good thing.
Conversation, figure out what's going on, put your thumb on it, and then maybe adjust it as necessary whenever you can, because you could have to outplay, outwit, and outlast. But outwit comes in at that point in time. So being able to tell these people certain things that maybe might change their mindset or having to question what's going on in their own head or their own alliances maybe can help me out. So searching for advantages. I know that they're there. I will be looking, but I will not be searching. Those are two different things.
What? What does that mean? Looking and searching are literally a synonym of each other. Unless he's saying he's gonna look at a tree. He's not gonna actively like dig into that tree, but he's gonna be looking around. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
Grow hair.
The one thing I told myself I wouldn't do in this game, I didn't tell myself anything because the reason being is because I'm not the kind of person that would ever do anything ruthless against another human being, or to get another human being to be spiteful of me. So as far as for the game, the things that I will not do, I can't really answer that question because I can't think like that. I will have the conversation. I will lie to people if need be. I will bend the truth if need be, and I will tell the truth. But I don't think that there is anything that I really wouldn't do, just because I don't really.
I think the only thing he needs to do is look straight at the camera for once. I think that's what he needs to do more than anything else, to be honest. This guy's gonna be looking away from the camera. You're literally just gonna see the back of his head every time he's on screen. Even at tribal council, he's just gonna be looking away. When his torch gets snuffed, he's gonna be looking backwards because of the way he look at him. Look at it. Look how he's looking. He's like Dream. He looks like he's he looks like Dream in his face reveal video. Look at that. One second. It's like he's
I will tell
hiding
the truth.
something.
But I don't think that there is anything that I really wouldn't do, just because I don't really live a life of what would you not do.
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
The best advice that I received before coming out here was from my daughter and my son. They play sports on a competitive level, which is great. And whenever they go out, before they get to their game or they get on the bus to go to their game, we have a conversation on the phone or whatever have you. Myself and my wife included, we tell them just to have fun. And my kids said that to me, like, have fun, Dad. And my wife said it as well, have fun. So that is the best advice that I received, was just go out, have fun, no matter what happens. Just have a good time. And when I make it to the Final Four and I end up being crowned the Survivor 44 season champion.
The Final Four? What do you mean the Final Four? There's no Final Four. Does he think he's gonna automatically win Fire and then get to the end? Is that why he's saying Final Four?
Again, I can just basically say I had fun.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
The phrase.
By the way, this part is completely relevant to someone's ability to play the game and assess the game. So we're just gonna have fun with this one. We'll see what they say, and we'll make fun of them if they make any dumb comments. If they make any funny comments, we'll praise them. That's how it's gonna work. And by the way, make sure to like and subscribe. It would be really appreciated. Let's get to 10 subscribers. I mean, they're at 10. They're at 10.3. Okay, we need to get to 10.3 Yeah, we need to get to 10.1, okay? 10.3. I don't even know how that's possible. You gotta get like a 0.3 subscriber there. Please make that happen. And yeah.
To be able to use to unlock an idol would probably be something like, a rhinoceros is an animal that is very delicate to birds, runs around and prances through the forest. I don't know.
Look, that's not even that bad. But it's way too obvious. Especially after 2 seasons of that same twist.
What celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a loved one's visit?
JV from Australian Survivor.
As a celebrity or fictional character that I would want to come out to see me on a visit. Martin Luther King. That would be something that would be great for him to be able to see, because Survivor has done such a
I had a dream that you grew hair on your bald head. That's what he should be saying when he comes in season for the loved one visit.
an awesome job over the last couple plus years in adding diversity and inclusion all the way across the board. To know that he had a part in spearheading some of those things from 30, 40, 50 plus years ago, that are just getting better. That would be probably a great visit. Yeah.
That's a good visit. I agree. That's actually a good one. Okay, now we're gonna go. Okay, we're gonna rank Bruce here. So Bruce, look, I think it's mid. Because he spoke very boringly, to be honest, and like half the things he said were just so standard and typical that I have to put him in the mid tier. But we're gonna watch Carolyn. I suspect Carolyn's gonna be a great tier. We'll see.
Millions of dollars
Okay, we
worth of
got an ad.
cocaine fell from the
I just love
sky this
ads.
morning.
Cocaine Bear.
To start off, tell us about yourself.
Okay, well, let's get that back up. Okay, here we go. And by the way, if anyone's on cocaine, it's Carolyn. Okay, let's watch.
To start off, tell us about yourself. Give us your name, age, and occupation.
My name is Carolyn. I am 35 years old. I live in Minnesota, and I am a drug counselor, and I work specifically in the jails.
Why are
She's in Minnesota. She's not gonna win.
you here on Survivor?
I am here. I've had this dream that I can play this game as myself. I've wanted
17 minutes for Carolyn. What is she gonna be talking about?
to do this. I've watched the show since day one, and just hearing so often that, people going in there, they're going to be this person, or they're going to be this person, or they're going to hide this piece of themselves. And for me, I'm like, gosh, it would just be awesome if I could go out there and be myself and make it far and win. And so that's why I'm here. I want to experience that. I want to be able to play the game and be myself. I feel like for so long, I didn't know who I was, and it took a long time. It took me getting sober and just
We're speeding this
constantly
up.
working on myself to realize who I am. I feel like I'm at such a good point in my life right now where I'm
Question is she sober saying this stuff in this interview? We'll see.
just ready, and I want to take that chance to play the game as myself in a game where I feel like so many people would try to be under the radar or hide so much of them. I want to go in as my authentic self, and I want to experience everything.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
So I've watched since day one, and honestly, I don't think it wasn't until seeing Nora in season 39 where I was like, okay, there are people who are a little bit different who play this game. Other than seeing Debbie, which I thought like she was awesome, but like that quirkiness,
Nora's the person you're looking up to in this game? What a joke.
that weirdness. I didn't feel like I'd be able to like fit in out there. So it was like not something that I felt like was attainable until I saw Nora. And then seeing Marianne win on season 42,
Yeah, she's
it was
talking
like,
fast
oh
because
my
I'm putting
gosh,
it
it's
on,
possible. And so
I'm putting it on 1.75 speed. She's speaking for 17 minutes. I'm not watching 17 minutes of her just unedited on 1 speed. I'm not watching that.
just watching for so many years and not ever really feeling like there was anybody that I could relate to.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching this for so many years if I put this on 1 speed. That's what's gonna be. Look at her face. I paused it on this. This is probably like you can watch this video and half the time you pause it, you're gonna see a face like this. Okay? I'm not even being mean. I'm just saying it's true.
Very much. And then seeing Nora, seeing Marianne, who is her beautiful, authentic self, it's like, yes, like it's possible. I can do this.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
Okay,
She just said Nora, so it's gonna be Nora.
I have a few if that's okay. Well, I'm just gonna, yeah. So non-winner, I'm gonna go with Nora because,
Wow.
oh my gosh, she had so much fun and she just went out there and she didn't even think twice. It was like, okay, go to
Yeah, she didn't think twice. That's for sure. We know that.
that. I'm like, yup, I'm doing this. She
know
just
she
didn't
didn't
sit
think
around.
twice.
And she was, even though she was a little bit sporadic. She was spontaneous and she was free spirited and she had fun the entire time. And that's what I want to do. I want to have fun and I just want to take advantage of every moment out there and just soak it all in. I also think of Drea from 42, who just wasn't afraid to like find. It was like, okay, this beware advantage. I'm not even gonna think twice. I'm opening this and just playing the game, getting in the blood and getting. I love that. People who aren't afraid, people who are vulnerable and real and are their authentic selves. That's what I love and can relate to.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I
Gabby,
mean, look, I agree, which is why I like characters like what Carolyn's probably gonna be, what like Nora is, Debbie. I love these characters. They're great. These people put their games on the line to give us good TV, and for that, I really respect them. Because players like Erica, that's why I don't like Erica, is because she's so boring. She's terrible. I mean, it's a joke. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about that. And Brad Reese, don't forget Brad Reese. You know, if she plays anything like Brad Reese, we're in for a good season, okay?
too, because of just again the authentic self, being true to herself, crying when it's hard to. I think a lot of people like want to keep those tears in, and it's like, what are people thinking?
If you're talking about Gabby from David vs Goliath,
Or people looking at me and I'm crying, and she just let it out, and I just respect that so much because it's like I don't understand how anybody would play this game and not cry, and I've been crying my entire time here so far. And as far as winner, I have to go with Marianne because oh my gosh, I was bawling when I saw that she won. I'm just so proud of her because it was like, okay, she did it. She was her complete authentic self and she won. And that just meant so much to me. Seeing that before I came out here, it was just such an inspiration to me because
is she about to cry? She's literally sniffling. Why is she crying in a Fiji hotel room? I mean,
she was just
it's
so awesome.
I mean, it's Nora. It's Nora for you. Oh, look, I pause again. We get a face like this again. You can see.
Watching her play and have so much fun. And
Hilarious.
she talks so much and it's like, I loved it. And even on days where it was rainy and cold and nasty, she was having fun. And I felt that every single time she spoke, even in the bad times and the good. And I hope that I can do that out there as well. I just hope to be as lovable as her.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
Oh my gosh, okay, that's like another one where it's like so many.
Is she crying again?
Like most favorite.
Why is she crying again? For what reason? She's holding her hair like something devastating just happened. Look, I pause again. And her makeup's already like drooping down.
Yeah, my most favorite. Oh, there's like too many. Hold on, I'm trying to think of like the best. Oh my gosh.
It's laughable.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the first. I'm gonna go with the first thing that popped into my head, and it was the moment where, so at Ghost Island, where Donathan is making fun. He's making fire for the first time, and he looks and he's like, "I'm just so proud of myself." And it's like, to me, it's the people who make the show so interesting in their stories, and just hearing his story.
I'm pretty sure this was when Bradley was harassing Donathan, which, by the way, is hilarious, and I love Bradley for that. Donathan's cringe. Let's see. I pause again.
And where he came from, and hearing him like be so proud of himself, I just couldn't help but like feel that and like cry with him. And
yeah, and then you cried with Donathan for making fire. Are you kidding me? Bradley was literally he was gonna step on the fire and put it out. That's hilarious. That's how base Bradley is. Okay.
It was just a great moment of growth and like, look at me, I'm out here. This is me out of my comfort zone, and I just made.
This literally is Bryce if he was on Survivor. This is female Bryce. Can you imagine Bryce and Carolyn going on a date? That'd be hilarious. I would pay good money to watch that. Like sit across them at the table. But Bryce would probably take her to like McDonald's, to be fair. So we'll see about that. She's like the upgraded version of Karen. Her
It was
name's
just
Carolyn.
a great moment of growth and like, look at me, I'm out here. This is me out of my comfort zone, and I just made fire. It was like just inspirational for me. Those moments, the human moments. Oh.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most
Carolyn is no human. I can tell you that.
for the game?
I would say just my battle with addiction. I spent a lot of years just
Okay, we're gonna be serious here.
not knowing who I was, not liking the person that I saw in the mirror, and you know, it's addiction is torture on your brain. And I spent so many years just in therapy, you know, going and just looking at myself, looking at all of like the parts that I didn't like or wasn't proud of. And I feel like,
Look, major credit to Carolyn for coming out of addiction. You know, that's something big. It's big. It's very big to do that. It's really tough to do it, actually. And I know someone who's with us at the podcast who's had many addictions, and he's refusing to fight them, which is it's okay. But you know, it is what it is. But she's good. She's great. Good job, Carolyn.
just looking at myself, looking at all of like the parts that I didn't like or wasn't proud of. And I feel like I did the work to get to where I am today and be a person that
Raccoon,
I'm
what do you
proud of.
disagree
I'm
with her
okay
on?
At 35 years old, I'm okay with who I am. And I know that like going into this game, a game where everybody or where a lot of people are trying to be different things and they're trying to hide parts of them. I really am going to go into this with like my authentic self. And I feel like there isn't anything that anyone's going to say like to me that's like any worse than anything I've either been through or I've already said to myself. So I feel like I'm prepared. I've done like the mental work because I know who I am. I know my flaws. And I'm okay with them. I'm okay with them.
What excites you the most
the
about the
hell
new
just
era of
happened?
Survivor?
Let's go.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like,
Whoa, she's too excited.
everything. Like I love all of like the twists and the tricks and I really
By the way, her voice kind of reminds me of Nicole Franzel. I said this on the last podcast, but I don't even know if it got recorded because Mr. Raccoon in the chat here, he didn't know how to unmute his mic, unmute the desktop. It's okay.
really hope like there's blood and I want to rub it all over and like just experience every moment. I love the new era because I feel like it's just
I mean, she's the type to like rub real blood on her in real life, so.
it's more of a focus on people's story. It's like it's why I watched and it's the human moments, it's the stories of the players, and it's just it's
I would agree. I do watch because of this, but I also watch because of the strategy. And by the way, look at the face. Again, I stop on this and it looks like
everything I love.
something.
It's so exciting
Again, stop here. Look, see?
to
Again.
do the
Different
challenges and if I fall on my face, like I'm okay with that too. I love just the mystery of it and how there's just so much that's going to be thrown at me. I'm not ever going to know what's going on, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm going in just so ready and just so excited. Like I want to experience it all. Like there's so many twists, and I hope there still are. And I hope that I find every single.
She's gonna hit someone in the face during a challenge with how much she moves her hands. It's like, I like it, which is why she probably got casted alongside of numerous, a bevy of other things, but.
Advantage and idol. I'm going to be like looking under everything. Like I want to soak it all in. I want to experience everything. Like I'm just, oh my gosh, I want to hear Jeff be like, dig deep.
She's about to soak in all her mascara because it's all drooping down. It's all black. It's all liquid. It's coming in. It's gonna go in her skin.
Like all of that. Ugh.
And we got a Google ad. Wow.
Did you know Google
Can we
makes a phone?
turn that off for a second? Alright.
Do you know about its camera?
What do you think
Right.
people will perceive you as?
Okay. Yeah. Woo, yeah. I'm prepared for this. I don't
You hope she gets idled out because she hates twists. That is terrible. That is like you're asking for torture.
think that like I'm gonna be like a ton of people's winner picks. I don't. I think that people are gonna perceive me as a little bit goofy, spontaneous, free spirited, somebody who is hopefully they can see that I'm having fun. But I'm aware
yeah,
that,
they're gonna see you
I'm
as
so
goofy.
aware of my flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like I am aware that I'm
Yeah.
loud. I'm aware that I'm goofy, and I'm aware that I'm weird. And I'm aware that a lot of like the attributes I possess aren't typically would be one of those that would like win Survivor. So I'm like coming into this.
Look, she's self-aware. Nora was not. And Debbie was not. I mean, Debbie thought she was like the president of the United States. She thought she was like a NASA employee. She's a joke. I mean, at least Carolyn realizes what she is and is trying to help people that struggle the same way she did. So yeah, we have a Kenny moment in the chat where he makes a mistake in his typing, which is usual. You should be expecting that from Kenny a lot if we stream more, which is hilarious. But let's continue. We're 7 minutes. We still have 7 minutes left, so that's a joke. But let's see. I'm pausing.
I
Wow.
possess aren't typically would be one of those that would like win Survivor. So I'm like coming into this after seeing Marianne and I'm like, there's hope. But like I know, like people are gonna perceive me as like that loud person that's out first or something. And it's not happening. Like it's not. But I'm aware.
She says it's not happening. Let's see if it happens or not. I mean, yeah, I'll laugh if she gets out first. But honestly, it'd be a travesty for the season. And considering production's so high on this season, I assume she gets somewhat far because she's like one of the highlights of the cast.
Like she's loud. And I don't, one of the things my son said to me before I came out was, don't be too silly, mom. And it's like, it's okay to be silly. Like I want to be me. I don't want to contain it.
What type of player
Okay, Wendy Joe, let's see how that goes for you.
are you looking for in an alliance?
Oh my gosh, I don't want to get my heart broken, but I want. So I believe that this game is so human and above like the game is like the
Again, the simple answer to this is I want a trustworthy, loyal person. And then maybe another good answer is what she's about to say, which is I want someone that I can connect with on a human level because that's going to make the alliance building much easier. But these people all they like beat around the bush. They talk so much because they have to get something out there, which is why we have 7 minutes left of this video, or sorry, 6, because she's going to just keep rambling about random things. Again, the answer is so simple. It's 3 words. Human. Well, human connection, that's 4. And then you got loyalty and trust. That's all you have to build your alliance on. And if you can do that successfully, you're going to be good. Let's continue.
the humanness and the connections. And so what I'm looking for is, I immediately thought of Shan and Liana from season 41 and just that beautiful moment that they shared together, just connecting on a human level. And like, that's what I want. That's what I need in this game, is like that connection on a human level. Then like, okay, I can play the game with you as well, but I want that human connection as well. And I want someone I can trust, like, duh, you know. Oh my
She just said what I said.
God. I'm
Which is
terrified of it.
hilarious.
Like, I'm terrified that, you know, just, well, whatever. I know that stuff's gonna happen. Okay, sorry, breathe.
Is she about to cry again for what? What? She's gonna be worse than Gabby. She's gonna be crying when she steps on the sand. That's what she's gonna be doing. She's gonna cry at like literally every moment. She's gonna cry when I don't know, when she wins a challenge. I mean, actually, that's kind of more reasonable, especially if you're winning it later on in the game. But she's gonna cry when she sees the immunity idol. Like the one that Jeff reveals that he gives to the winning tribe. Not even in the immunity idol that you have to find. She's gonna cry at everything. She's gonna cry if like. It's ridiculous. It's laughable, to be honest.
It's the human connection. I value that. I need that. The trust. Hopefully, like, I hope I have at least a few people I can trust in, and just be open with and honest with, and like that's what I need. So that, like, the Christian and Gabby type of partnership, Liana and Shan, that's what I need.
How
Yeah,
eager
of
will
course
you
she
be
wants
to-
a Christian and Gabby. She wants to be the Christian in that situation. But then again, I mean, actually, yeah, no, she wants to be the Gabby. Sorry, she wants to be the Gabby because she's
look for
gonna cry all
advantages
the
in the
time.
game?
Oh,
How eager
Let's
will
go
you be
back.
to
Let's
look
go
for
back to that. I want
advantages
to
in
see
the
that
game?
again.
oh.
Look again, the face. It's like there's gonna be a lot of good memes coming out of this person, out of Carolyn for the season.
Okay, yeah, so that's okay, no, I don't want to say, well, that's gonna be my downfall. I'm gonna be looking. I don't care. Like, I want to be looking. I know, like, don't look on day one and all that, but I feel like I want to constantly be aware of my surroundings and what's going on. And so I want to be looking under everything. I want to always have my eyes peeled about, like, okay, this. And I've been practicing it even while I'm here. And a lot of that is stuff that I've been doing for, you know, my
She's practicing looking for idols under mattresses in a hotel. What is he talking? What? Okay.
whole life. It's just like that practice of being in the moment, to being present, smelling the smells, looking for stuff that's just a little bit off, just being aware. So I know that I'm just gonna be like busting
There's a lot off in this interview.
out, because I'm gonna want to be like searching and grabbing and touching everything. And I do know in that respect, like, I need to hold back a little bit, but no, I'm gonna be like so excited. I'm gonna want to open everything. I'm gonna want to touch everything and get everything and dangle it all. Yeah, like, I'm gonna be.
Dangle it all, touch
I wish I could
everything.
be out there at every hour searching and looking, and yeah,
She's the next coming of dance Philo. Okay.
opening.
When you get your next big idea, Grammarly's tone
tone
suggestions can help pitch it with confidence to get your team on.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
One of the things that I told myself that I wouldn't do in this game was, I told myself I wouldn't talk badly to myself, if that makes sense. If I know that I'm most likely going to mess something up. You know, I watch people in the challenges who do have those, like, make mistakes or and are so hard on themselves, and I cry, and I'm like, I don't want to tell myself, like, oh my gosh, Carolyn, you're so stupid. How did you mess that up? So I told myself, like, go out there.
She's 100% gonna break this this rule that she told herself. She's gonna cry and she's gonna tell herself that she sucks. I know it. It's gonna happen. It's just true.
And be proud of yourself no matter what happens. Don't talk bad to yourself. Because I teach my son that, you know, like the positive self-talk. And it's just so important what we tell ourselves. And I don't want to be on TV as a role model for my son saying, like, I screwed that up or I messed that up. Like, I want to be proud of myself no matter what. Does that make sense? Like, I want to be proud of myself. I don't want to talk bad about myself.
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
That probably came
She's gonna say, if we came from my son.
from my son. And he said,
Wow, look at that. Oh no. Okay, she's about to cry. Oh god. Let's see. Oh, you know, I feel bad. It's okay.
well, first he said, Mom, you better win immunity or you're not coming home. And he was kidding. But he said,
You don't even need to win immunity to win the game. I think she knows that. I hope she knows that because, like, it's laugh. I would rather not win a single immunity and win the game, obviously, than win, like, every immunity. It's a joke.
remember, it's okay if you cry, and you don't have to apologize for how you feel, because I'm gonna be crying a lot. And I think that just kind of explains.
Again, she's self-aware. That's like the one good thing from this interview that we can tell, we can pick up on. She knows. She's saying it herself.
That, like, hey, my name's Carolyn, and I'm emotional and I cry a lot. Like, that's just knowing that it's okay. And there were a lot of people who said, you know, you have to.
Oh my god, she's crying already. It's gonna be a disaster out there with her. They need to get, like, oh my lord.
You have to contain yourself.
That's
you
hilarious.
have to just not be so loud. And I just keep countering that with, like, but I want to be me and it's okay. So it's a balance.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
My gosh. gosh. Shit, how much time do I have? Okay.
Whoa, you can't say that. Thanks, Caroline. You just got us demonetized because of your actions. Good job, Caroline. Oh wait, never mind. Susan would Susan would just be, or whatever her name is stepping down, and we got some crypto nut stepping in. So we'll see how that goes for us. But
Pumpkins are peaches and jelly beans are squishy.
that's actually good. It's like she thought about that. It's like some kind of tongue twister or something.
What celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a love
Pumpkins or peaches and jelly or what? I don't even know what she said. I already forgot. So never mind. It's not good. I'm joking. It's good. All right. I wonder what she's gonna say. Nora, right?
one's visit?
We'll see.
None. Okay, sorry. So
None.
Okay, none. I don't follow a lot of like celebrities other than Jeff Probst, and I feel like I'm out here with him
Jeff Probst.
already, and I'm so grateful.
That's
so it's like it's done. I'm doing it, and that's real.
All right, that was Carolyn, and actually, I'm gonna rank her real quick, and then we're gonna get Raccoon in here, who's by the way in the chat, and he's gonna be hilarious. So we'll get him in. 1 second. Let's rank Carolyn. Carolyn, by the way, in my opinion, is great. I mean, it's hilarious. There's so many good moments in there. I already saw some GIF material, some meme material, so we're gonna keep Carolyn in, and we're gonna bring Raccoon in here real quick. Raccoon, if you're there, if you're watching, go in the stream room in Survivor Zealots. I don't know if he's joining or not, but we'll wait for him. He's gonna come in at some point. Maybe. So let's get on to the next video, and it's Carson.
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your...
To start off, tell us about yourself. Give us your name, age, and occupation.
My name is Carson Garrett. I am 20 years old, and I am an aerospace engineering student at Georgia Tech.
Why are you here on Survivor?
I'm here on Survivor to fulfill a lifelong goal of beating this game. I'm here to be the sole Survivor winner. I really value the title. I have just been obsessed with this game ever since I started watching. This game means so much
This guy looks like an owl. Okay.
to me because it involves so many different elements of the real world and also applies it in some sort of game, theory mechanism that is so entertaining to watch. It's funny, it's interesting, it's like captivating, and so I think for me it's just something that I've always wanted to do. I never thought I would be at this point because I remember when I started watching the show, I was like, I was.
By the way, I think we got Raccoon in here. Let me just unmute him. Let's see.
Share the screen. Share the screen. Share the screen.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna. We got Raccoon in here. Sorry for the delay, guys. But it's Carson, so who cares about him? He's selling $30 pillows on. That's how you know who nobody cares.
Yo, I want Carson to win. He's on my draft.
No, he sucks. We're not talking. We're not Carson fans here, okay?
Yo, to the question, my answer to the question, which celebrity would you want on the family visit? I would say Mr. Bruno.
Okay. Wait, can we hear you even? You got Raccoon.
Probably.
Sorry for the delay, guys. But it's Carson. So who cares about him? He's selling $30 pillows. Let me see if you're speaking. That's how you know who nobody cares.
Yo, I want Carson. He's on my draft.
Okay, we got you. Okay, we got you. It's good. It's really good. All right, so let's continue watching the video. By the way, you can. No, you're fine. You're fine. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the delay. It's Raccoon. You know, it's a Kenny moment. He just comes in the middle of the thing and ruins it. It's okay. Hey, you just got demonetized. First Carolyn, now you. Come on. Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
I don't think Jeff will still be doing it when I'm old enough. And so now that I'm here, I'm just so thrilled that I'm going to
can't hear the video.
My dream.
You can't hear the video? Just watch along. You want to watch along?
Dude, I don't know what you mean. Can you put on subtitles?
Put on subtitles. 1 second. I'll just give you the link and you watch for 117. Because this is such a Kenny moment, real quick. I put this in announcements, even though we don't even need it in the announcements.
What the fuck? Why isn't it trying to play on Super Mario?
What are you talking about?
I was gonna play Super Mario while on the podcast.
Thanks for letting us know that. Thanks for letting us know how much you care.
Okay, what time do you want me to skip?
117. 117. Go to 117. Pause. Again, guys, sorry about that. This is him. This is Raccoon for you guys. This is why we have only one viewer watching, which is probably me.
No, it's Mr. Bruno. Mr. Bruno is watching.
Stop talking about Mr. Who even knows who you're talking about, Mr. Bruno? Wait. Okay, let's just continue. Are you there? Are you at 117?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Come true, and I think that that will prepare me to win the game.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
I started watching Survivor 6 years ago. My cousins and my aunt were like, "You have to
Basically
watch
me as well.
this show." And at the time, I really wasn't into watching TV, and so I started watching the second episode of Millennials versus Gen X with them. And
He's
almost
boring.
instantly, when they were in Fiji and just it was like a real life game with real people, I was just hooked. I mean, couldn't stop
Only
watching.
person, wait,
loved
pause for a
every
second,
season.
pause. The only person that makes sense that they've casted so far, and we've only watched 3, so obviously it's not fair, but Carolyn. Only person so far.
No, I like this guy on Twitter, but like, why is he so boring in this interview?
I don't know. I think the pillow is probably more entertaining than he himself is. All right, unpause. 3, 2, 1.
And over time, I kind of gradually become more and more of a
Bruce
super
is
fan to the
gonna
point
win.
that now I feel like I'm an uber duper super fan. Like
Millennials
highest point you
versus
can get in
Gen
terms
X.
of Survivor fandom.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
He's gonna
I
say
think
Christian.
the winner that I identify with most would have to be Cochran. He is someone
He was a
that
fan of-
was.
Who's Karin?
What?
I think the winner that I identify with most would have to be Cochran.
Do we have a challenge?
He
Cochran.
is
I
someone
didn't hear.
that
I heard it
was
wrong.
naturally out of his element, but he was able to use his quirkiness and
Okay,
his
this guy's
nerdiness,
boring, I'm
as
be
some sort of weapon, and people didn't really.
We're probably out of
recognize
sync right now in the
that
video,
he was
by the
such
way.
a threat because he kind of downplayed his strategy and focused more on just kind of maneuvering the game, being kind of behind the scenes. And I really respected the way that he was able to get to the end, present his
Cochran.
case so well to the jury, and
Cochran,
ultimately
very
secured
sad.
the $1 million. The player I probably identify most that didn't win the game, I have several,
Okay.
but I would say most recently.
I'm
Hey,
streaming
can you
again.
stream-
Try watching to
from
my
season
stream.
42. He was very receptive of his threat level, and he really tried to manage it throughout the game. And so
Put on
he didn't focus
subtitles.
on trying to say, "Hey guys, look, I made this big move." No,
Thank
he sat through the game and made sure that he was still involved with every single vote and almost kind of moving the puzzle pieces.
Every single
Well,
vote.
this-
No, it says every single vote, guys, for the record.
He saw fit, but he didn't need the ego boost to say, "Hey, that was me running the game." In fact, he did the opposite. He said he was very comfortable being the person that everyone thought was not running the show. And I think that's how I want to play the game. Is really building social bonds with people and behind the scenes, really working people strategically to best
He's
position
basically
myself to win.
explaining why Cochran's a
What's your
good
favorite
player.
moment?
That's
Look, that was a good answer, but I don't think you'll be able to do it himself, so we'll see.
In Survivor history.
Dude, he seems like a
My
smart guy,
favorite
right?
moment from the history of
And I
Survivor.
think
Yeah,
he's
but
gonna
being
be more.
smart does not
when
translate into being
Sandra
good at the
ate
game.
all the sugar and game
No, but
changers.
listen,
that,
I think he's gonna be
it made
like more entertaining on the show, but like he's just boring in this interview. I'll be honest.
Dude, you've only watched like first of all 1 minute, and it's an interview. What do you want him to do? Like jump all over the place, like jump on the bed in the background?
Yes,
Like, what do you want him to do?
I want him to be like Carolyn.
Okay, to be fair, the most likely person to jump on their bed in the background on the mattress is probably Carolyn. So, and that didn't
And
happen.
she's
So we're not gonna
even.
see that happen.
Well, what about Bruce?
Bruce is honestly, I put Bruce in the mid tier because he was not that good. He was kind of boring.
Oh.
He was like average.
a big
He's
chaotic
just an
moment
old
between
man.
JT and Michaela. It was one of my favorite moments because Sandra recognized in the moment that
He's
JT
just an
was
old
getting a little bit
dad
with Michaela
who
for
didn't
wanting,
understand how to
a bunch of
look at
scoop
the
of sugar
computer.
and a drip of coffee, and to him that was wasting it. And so Sandra, seeing what's going on, like played on that. She caused more chaos than there was, and actually caused more of a rift.
He's saying
And ultimately
Sandra's a
when the
good
tribal goes
fucking
between
player.
Michaela and JT.
He is kind of.
And
It's
in
fine.
effect, she took the target off of her, the bullseye between those two. They were going at it, and she just sat in the background and laughed. So that was probably one of my favorite moments.
You just think that's his favorite moment. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna continue, but
You
I'm
booked
gonna
that trip to Ireland
stop
yet?
sharing on this on YouTube. All right, we're back.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
Let's see what he says.
I would say
he's like
the-
22 years old.
The life experience that's
something.
prepared me most for this game would probably
19.
be my project management track over my 2 years in college. I started out in college not really knowing where I wanted to go. I applied for astrophysics, switched majors to chemical engineering, and then ended up in aerospace engineering. And throughout that process, I really didn't know what I wanted to get involved with, what I was interested in. So I joined a consulting organization, which just was working on developing strategies for nonprofit organizations. Minority owned, and I found a lot of meaning in it. And eventually, I worked my way up to being a project leader. My first year, I was working on huge projects with clients that were way older than me.
Again, none of this translates into being a good player. I just want to say that.
And I was the first year leading teams with MBA students. And so I had to kind of be able to take myself back and say, I'm not the smartest person in the room. I'm going to work with you, and I'm not going to be in some sort of like, there's not going to be a hierarchy on the team. I am here to kind of just position ourselves and get us to the point that we're supposed to help our client and not really focus on trying to be in charge in a sense. And so I continued to work my way up through the organization, and it's kind of very off track from what a typical engineer would be involved in. But I just love working with people, collaborating, and being a good listener.
The working with people and collaborating is fine, I
not
guess,
necessarily-
but being a good listener is also good.
Someone who's talking down to people. And so I think in Survivor, it's really going to help me because
All of those 4 things are good attributes. The question is like, does that even matter? Because everything else
I'm-
is gonna weigh him down.
Yo,
Yeah.
Yo, I'm back.
All right, that's good. Thanks for letting us know. We really appreciate that. We really need to know.
Use those
All right,
similar
let's go.
strategies
I was on a
work
phone
with
call with
people
my
and not
dad.
You don't have to let the stream know. Just say you're back. Like, it's fine. All right.
over.
But I
And
want
so
them to
especially with
know.
my age
Okay, that's fine. We'll
being
continue.
younger than people, as long
Again,
as
Kenny moment, Bryce moment. This is what you got. What do you get with results? Okay.
I show them that I'm more interested in
the
learning about them
fuck?
than I am in them listening about my stories, then I think
Why
it
are
will
you
work well.
being so mean? This is
What
just like
excites you the
Mario
most
Kart.
about the
I mean,
new
the
era of
Mario
Survivor?
3D
The thing that
World
excites me
again.
the most about
Chill.
being on Survivor is potentially being able to like be put in a position where I've never seen this advantage
Okay,
before.
continue.
I've never like I had no inkling of what's going to happen. I don't know what
I've never seen this.
I've never seen this advantage before. I've never
advantage.
I had no inkling of what's going to happen. I don't know what anyone else knows. And being able to like make that split-second decision, what I want to do in the moment with only knowing a limited amount of information. I think from a viewer's point of view, you know everything that's happening. You see all of those small alliances and you see what people said about each other. But what excites me as a super fan is being in a position where I have to assess the best
I'm
decision for me based on
speedrunning
the
3D
information I
World
know.
right
And a lot
now.
of times that will be lies.
Don't let us know
things
that.
are not
Please.
true.
We're watching.
And
I'm
so I
reacting
can't
to the
wait
video
to
for the
try
podcast.
to be able to maneuver through the game, knowing the
Okay,
limited
my
amount of
bad.
information and making the best decisions on advantages and how I want to vote based off of that limited information, seeing what it's really like in the moment. I think it will ultimately give me a lot more respect to the players that are able to do so
This guy's all talk, no action. Watch. It's gonna be a total disaster for him. I'm just saying.
well in this game
We'll see.
because
We'll see. Again, we'll see.
No,
regardless
I
of
think
whether
he's
you're
gonna
actually playing
be
or you're
good.
just watching from afar, it's a hard game.
I'm
and you can
predicting
visually
my
see that.
prediction for him. He's
What do you
gonna
think
get
people will
fourth place.
Fourth place.
perceive you as?
Yes.
I think people will perceive me as someone who's really friendly and nice and just here for the
This
That's my
guy's gonna be like Swatty. It's gonna be a disaster. We'll see.
Yeah,
they
I
probably
think he
will
either goes far or he's like Swati.
Swatty.
kind of view me as a super fan given my age and the typical type that I might
Bryce's
be in,
girlfriend.
and I wear glasses.
Bryce's girlfriend. What?
Swati is Bryce's girlfriend.
Okay.
But
No,
Even
it's true.
in most of my life, people initially perceived me as just really nice, kind of to myself, and really interested in them. And like in high school, I won.
Bryce
or I was
asked Swati
voted
on a
the
date.
friendliest for senior superlatives.
All right, thanks for letting me
and
know.
I think in general,
We're
just
watching
from
the
what people tell me,
podcast.
they're always like, "Oh my gosh, I just see you as such a nice person." And then I get to know you, and you're much more like devious and strategic, and you're ambitious and you're competitive. And so I want to play onto that. I want whatever people perceive me as, whether it's inexperienced because of my age or nice and young, whatever that may be, and I'll kind of assess that as I go throughout the game. I want to play into that, and I want people to continue to view me in a less threatening light. And if that means that I'm viewed as inexperienced and young, that's fine. I will go for that all day. That's great. And I think for me, as I go throughout the game, I might show more elements of
That's why I picked
strategy
him for
behind
my
game.
draft.
Again,
I
want
think he's
to
going to be
stay as
underestimated.
behind the scenes as possible.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
The type of player I'm looking for in an
Underestimated,
alliance is someone who is
underappreciated.
kind of just there for the ride
all that.
and is very loyal. I'm not necessarily a loyal player. I'm honestly always going to make the most optimal move to get me further in this game. But people that don't play like that and are playing more of an emotional, like less.
Okay, everything he's saying is good. We'll keep going and seeing what he says. Again, there's gonna be. It's not none of this. He's not gonna play like this. Okay, I'm telling you guys right now. Mark my words and come back to this. If you're watching this, mark my words. He's not gonna play anything like he's saying right now.
Less strategic game. Those are great people to work with. Why? Because they're very predictable. If you present something to them as, hey, you told me this, you've got to be loyal to me, whatever it may be, and you play up to the loyalty or whatever they perceive as important, as long as it's kind of.
This guy thinks that loyal players exist anymore in Survivor. It's a joke.
Short-sighted. I think that those are people that I can predict what they're going to do.
So he's lying to us.
How I need to tell them something about myself or
why would he be lying to it? There's literally no point.
what I'm planning to vote, and almost in a sense manipulate them
so
that
he could get cast on the
be
show.
almost one of my numbers, like chess pieces that I can move around however I need. The more strategic people like myself, I want to get out as soon as possible.
How eager will you be to look for advantages in the game?
I won't be eager to look for advantages at the beginning of the game. In fact, I will kind of try to avoid it. I think at the beginning of the game, people can become very antsy and they can go off from the tribe and, like we saw with Tori, look for an idol as on day one. And I think that that is a really bad thing to do, especially at the beginning of the game. Where
Talking about fucking Tori Meehan.
And so, really, at the beginning of the game, I'll just
What?
You talking about Tori Meehan?
He's talking about himself. He's talking about advantages. I think. And I think maybe Tori. I don't know.
kind of be focusing on
The subtitle said
on
Tori.
being in the majority of the group at all times, never really leaving the camp and building the shelter, and never even looking like
This guy is literally like Bryce, except he's actually able to articulate his. He's copying everything TMR says.
I'm looking for an idol. Now, when I get further into the game, probably
He's
like
Bryce,
merge
but
or right up to
intelligent.
the merge, that's when I'll start probably leaving in the middle of the night, going looking for idols, and still making it very.
And another attribute that's noticeable is a physical attribute, and not
Well, he's not fat.
We're not gonna talk about that.
I'm
That's okay.
doing that in the process. I think
He's
we
not
saw
fat
Tony.
like Bryce.
He looked for a bunch of idols in season 34 games.
I didn't say that. He said
he
it.
got voted out, and Tori had such a bad first
Yeah,
impression.
I'm gonna get kicked from the group chat now.
Okay, now he's talking about Tori.
Last season on season 42, that
Tori Meehan.
we've just seen so many instances where it doesn't work out for people.
I did not
So
like
Tony
her. I
comes
thought
back
she was
and he
annoying and
waits
she was
he
mean
waits,
to
and even though
Ross
it's against
for
his
it.
very nature.
Chill. By the way, I paused on his face. Another thing, Mike White looked for Nightle, and look how that ended for him. Pretty good, actually. But I'm not saying that you should be and getting caught. Like it's the only reason he's straight is because of Natalie Cole snitching and helping him reposition. But you know,
finally waits till like the middle part of the game.
And they
goes
wanted
to the most for Nightle,
Jeremy
but I'll
out
probably limit
instead
that in
of
a
him.
sense.
yeah.
That feeling?
Jeremy
you
was
gotta
being a
check out.
douchebag.
No, don't check out. What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
In this game, I won't. I told myself I wouldn't try to be revengeful and be mean to people for the sole purpose of being mean. I think that sometimes people get upset with each other.
You had to tell yourself that.
And yes, it's a game, but I think that it's important to realize that these are real people, and I don't want people to be upset with me post game because of something that I did that was unnecessary. So even though I will be playing a cut
They're not
game, I
real
won't be making
people, they're
moves just for the
robots.
sole
What are you
purpose of
talking
hurting
about?
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
The best advice I received
They're
before coming out to
Elon
play
Musk robots.
was kind of from a lot of my family members, and that it was just to be myself and have fun. And I think that really kind of put the focus of how I wanted to play
I think
the
he's
game
trying to
into
answer
the
all
light, because I wasn't really
professionally,
sure like
but
what type of game I
I don't
specifically
like
wanted to play,
He
whether I
should
wanted
be
to
a
be the villain or like try to
This guy thinks that if he answers these questions correctly, he's gonna play a good game. Like that's not how it works. We'll see.
be the
That's
hero. And I think for me, it
that's
just came down to
true.
I want to be myself, I want to have fun, and
This guy did all of his prep work was for this interview. It was like a job interview for him, and then it's like
Yeah.
it's not gonna work in actual. He's gonna get hired. Okay, this is like the job interview. You get hired, and then you actually do the job, and you get fired in like 2 seconds. This is what's gonna be like for him.
I
We'll
want
see.
to play this game as best as possible, and I want to win. And my sole purpose of being here is to win. But I also want to have fun in the process. And if like that means I can cause a little bit of chaos and it not affect my game, but in fact affect my game in a positive light, then I'm totally going to take that option. I want to be able to watch the show back and be like, I had fun out here.
Oh
This was
god,
Get
damn,
out of
mute
here.
him, mute him, mute him, mute
Can
him,
you come
mute
up
him.
with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
Ooh,
Hi,
this is such a
Bray.
Speaking of the devil, we talked about Bryce, and Bryce is here with this devil chocolate cake. What's it called? Devil's food? That's what he's talking about. Hey Bryce, what's up? Is he even speaking? No. Okay, let's continue.
question. I don't know.
You're gonna say some random ass shit randomly.
What's going on?
Bryce,
That's
we're in the
not-
middle of watching. We're doing the podcast, so you don't need to be here. But
Okay, sorry if I interrupt. What were you saying about me?
nothing,
We were
Bryce.
talking
You don't.
about-
You should just tune into the podcast and talk there. But yeah.
I was
For me, Jeff, I
telling Bryce what's Bard about your love for Swati.
Okay then. You guys see my message in chat? Okay.
Cause Bard said this guy right here would be like Swati, and then I said that
think
Bryce
that
and Swati are
some of the smartest
dating.
people
All right, back to the show. Back to the show,
in
please.
the world are really
Sorry,
challenging
I'll
the
head
perceptions that
off
we all might
now.
have are flat earthers.
People of the podcast, you're welcome for joining you. See ya.
That was a special guest, Bryce.
That some of the smartest people in the world are really challenging the perceptions that we all might have are flat earthers because they know everything about the earth and they've studied it and they want to try to figure out more than just what we're told. I don't know, that was bad. Some of the smartest people
Oh,
on the earth
okay, that's actually good. I like that.
and they've studied it and they
What
want
did
to
he
try to
say?
figure out more than just what we're told.
He's making an idle phrase, which is funny. I guess it's fine.
I don't know, that was bad. Something about flat earthers I would love to
Yeah,
incorporate.
that's
I think
such a
that'd be fun,
pointless
'cause
question.
that's
I don't
absolutely
really care about
ludicrous.
What celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a loved one's visit?
Bryce.
I don't know. Okay, yeah. I think the celebrity I would love to come out for a loved one's visit is, in my mind, a celebrity, Sandra Diaz-Twine. I absolutely adore her. I think she's funny. I think
Is
she would
Carson
make me laugh
gay?
and also actually provide me some great strategic
I'm not gonna speculate on here, but I'm gonna speculate right now and say I think, but he doesn't give. Apparently he's not. Apparently he's not.
advice. So I'd love to meet Sandra the Queen. She is amazing.
All right, that was Carson. So honestly, Carson was fine. I would put him at the bottom of the good tier, but he's pretty mid. If we're answering, if we're talking about his entertainment value, then probably bad or mid. But if we're talking
Bard-
about his actual what he said, the context of what he said, then it's good, because he said
Bruce
all
is
the right
better.
things.
Bruce is better.
I'm
Bruce
rooting for
is
Bruce
gonna-
over Carson, but
What's going on, Jason?
What up, Timmy?
I hope
just wrapped my
Bruce
new
doesn't
Apple
get
Series
medevac.
Chief Award.
Wait, you have a new Apple show?
At this point, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Right?
what? Say that again. Sorry,
I hope Bruce. I hope Bruce doesn't get medevaced.
Well, you don't need to talk about that right now in front of everyone
And it's-
that
and
doesn't
it's-
want to
and
hear
it's
about
some-
that.
And it's some other poser.
Okay, we're getting onto this next person is Helen Lee, who is surely
Oh,
not
I'm-
gonna be winning this game, in my opinion. We'll talk about it.
Tell us about
I'm
yourself.
very
Give
high
us your
on her.
name.
I'm very high on her.
But I respect Ellen because we only have an 8-minute interview here with her. Thank God it's not 17 minutes like Carolyn. So respect. We'll see what she
Age and
says.
occupation.
My name is Helen
She
Lee. I am 28 years
actually,
old, and I work
like,
as a product manager.
put on the subtitles.
I was literally about to.
She actually is like not taking forever.
Why
I literally just said that, and you just had to re-summarize that. Like, okay.
are you here on Survivor?
Fuck off.
I'm here on Survivor because I've been watching the show for over 10 years. I think it's my favorite show. It's, been going on for over 20 years, but every single season is surprising and
Unfortunately, this person's probably been the most forgettable person from this cast.
amazing in its own way. So
No,
I've always
it's
wanted to
gonna
play
be,
it. I think it's the ultimate game.
Sarah.
I think it is the ultimate adventure, and it brings a lot of people together that might
We'll
not
see.
have crossed paths in their normal lives. So I think that it's just the ultimate way to challenge yourself and prove yourself.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
So I actually didn't watch it growing up because my parents are Chinese and they didn't really watch American reality TV shows or anything like that. But when I went off to college, I got to know a group of people and was trying to make friends my freshman year. And they were really excited about, I think it was season 25 Philippines, because there was someone on the season who had graduated from our school.
Michael Scoopin? Okay.
So
I'm
they
joking.
were like, do you want to join us on this fantasy draft? We're going to make it a thing. We're going to watch every week and keep up with it. So I started watching that season.
Michael
and
Scoopin
Who
is
was
Bryce's.
it? Helen Lee, tell us who was it. Who was it? You
That
can't
was
even say the
Ashley
name?
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
Sure. One Survivor winner
Michael
I identify
Scoopin
with
is,
the most. I think
is Bryce's
I quite identify
role
with Erica
model.
from season 41, who's a pretty recent winner. But I think on paper we like kind of have a similar profile. We're like small
We're small Asian girls.
Asian women might be underestimated in like the corporate setting, and I think
No, she's gonna
quite,
be like
bubbly and
Janine, but actually good.
She's gonna be like Erica, but she's gonna get taken out early this time.
like that as well. So I feel like she did
Why?
a really good job.
Because Erica was like the only break in the trend of Asian female women getting out early. She's just gonna continue the trend. Watch. I'm especially after Erica won, like that's what people are gonna be looking out for. It's just the truth, guys. I'm telling you the truth.
Good job of using the things that
He's
people
he's
might
truth
underestimate
teller after all.
and using them as her own strengths to get to the end. So she's someone that I identify with as a winner. And then someone who is not a winner who I identify with. That's a really good question as well. But I think someone who I really admired that did not win is maybe let me think about that for a moment. I think Lauren O'Connell. I thought she did a really great job, and she was
Lauren O'Connell.
Bryce moment.
Oh, no.
Bryce moment.
Oh,
Bryce
Lauren O'Connell
moment.
is somewhere. She's on her rankings actually for the most recent podcast before this. Which, by the way, if you want to be offended, go watch that. Okay, but let's continue.
super competitive. Like had a lot of people that were on her side, and obviously didn't make it to the very end. But I thought she was someone.
Bryce convinced me and Ben and Carson to put Lauren O'Connell in S tier.
You mean the baddie tier?
Yeah, same.
Okay.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
Oh, there's so many. A favorite moment from the history of Survivor. I mean,
And Carson was really
a very-
weird. I guess he likes ginger.
very easy one is just the Black Widow Brigade and them
Or they
taking
were
the
really
immunity
good,
necklace
but-
from Eric, bless his heart. I thought it was just such a powerful moment, especially because it was
Number one sign of being a recruit who watched Survivor on Netflix is Eric being your favorite moment in Survivor.
one of the first times I saw women band together
I
and
mean,
really
that is
like use what
iconic
make them women
moment,
as
though.
a tool of power. So I thought that was amazing, and just like every time I rewatch
you
it, it's
can't do
still like
something more
a crazy
original.
moment.
Come on.
What's one life
Yeah,
experience
my
you feel
favorite
has
part
prepared
is
you
when-
most for the game?
When Randy and Gabon.
Enough with your Gaboner. Let's move on. Okay.
Fuck you.
It's true. We don't need to hear about this Gaboner guy. This guy is the biggest Gaboner ever, and he has the biggest Gaboner ever for Gabon. Okay, it's a joke.
So, a
He's
life experience
right.
I feel has prepared
I'll
me
give
most
him
for the
that.
game. Maybe
He's
not just
right.
one experience, but I think that growing up, my parents are Chinese, but I grew up in the suburbs of Boston, which is a very white area. So I feel like I often had to kind of context switch and culture switch a bit between different groups of people, whether it's my high school versus my friends who did Chinese dance with me, who were majority Chinese American.
I'm actually
or even within
relatively
college,
high
I
on
had different groups
her.
of people that I would fit in with.
so I
And
don't
just
see
kind
why
of
you
navigating those
don't
different
like her.
societies and the norms within them, you learn how
I hate
to
her. I don't hate anybody. I'm just saying she's gonna do terrible.
adapt your personality a little bit, and I feel like that's prepared me well for
I
this game, and getting to
disagree.
know anyone and being able to get along with anyone.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
I think your
I think what excites
Twitter
me
would
most,
say
also
you're
what's most
very
terrifying, it's kind of a
sexist and
double-edged sword,
racist
but
for not
because it's
liking
this new
her.
era,
Yeah, because I've totally been nice to every single person, man or woman, so far. Let's continue.
I've seen 20 years of the show, and I come to expect certain things, but in this new era, you can't take anything for granted, or go into anything thinking that you know what's going to happen. So I feel like it really truly tests us as adaptable people, rather than the person that knows all of Survivor trivia over the last 20 years. So I think that that's really exciting, just to see what's new that they throw at us and how we adapt to it.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
I think people will perceive me as like really friendly and bubbly, and I think for better or for worse, sometimes that comes off as less strategic or less intelligent. I think especially for women, young women who are friendly and bubbly, like they think, oh, maybe she's in her head, maybe she's ditz. But I would like for people to perceive me as that, especially my tribe mates. I'd love for them to perceive me as that, and then have some strategy behind the scenes that they're
Or
not as
can you
aware
tell
of.
me, is the
What type of player
ostriches
are you?
in Super Mario Maker?
We're not talking about Mario 3D World right now. Oh my lord. This is not the
Okay.
time for that. But by the way, she just said she wants to be perceived as a ditz, which is like basically the Paris strategy from BB Can, I think. So.
Oh, that's
Looking
good.
for in an
Paris
alliance.
was a good player.
I think the type of player I'm
He's
looking for in an
Persian.
alliance is someone who I
Just
can
like you.
really have a strong strategic partnership with. So someone kind of like the Ricard and Chan
Translating him.
relationship back in season 41, where they were able to
Is that
bounce
a
ideas off
Ricard
of
and
each
Chan?
other and really work together, but they still had that mutual respect.
You
Of,
let
at
me
some
know.
point, one of them is going to have to take the other out. So I would love for someone who is working with me in equal partnership, but is more loyal to me than I am to them. So I'm able to take them out at the right time before they do the same to me.
How eager
Oh my god, I hate this level.
Agree mostly with what she said.
will you be to look for advantages in the game?
So in terms of advantages in the game, one thing about me is I have a really, really terrible sense of direction. So I think in the first few days, I need to sit still because I'm going to get lost on that island if I try looking for advantages, and people are going to think I'm idle hunting when I'm really just trying to get back to camp. So I'm very eager, but I think I need to get a lay of the land and understand where I am on the island first before I start doing that.
I actually
What's
like
the
her.
one thing you
quite a
told
lot.
yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
I told myself I would never quit. And I don't think that I would
She said she'd never quit. That's what she told herself. Respect,
That's
I
good.
guess.
ever give up.
Colton
Imagine
moment.
she's the-
Colton's just looking right now. He's doing his scamming, his buff scamming. Again.
Yo,
my
I
place
got
in challenge for
Wrestle
something like
Muscle
food, something
TV
that's, you know, an
scammed me.
Okay, we don't need to comment about that. Okay, let's just continue.
advantage or a twist that's different, but for food,
I was
I can eat when the 26 days are over.
What's the
I
best
was
advice
so
you
close
received
to
before
winning
coming
that
out to
buff.
play?
The best advice that I received, I think I had a lot of, you know, my boyfriend,
I
my
don't know
parents were trying to give me advice,
why
but I think the
I
best
didn't
advice
win.
that I received was
I
try to make really
clearly had the
genuine one-on-one
best
bonds with people, so that regardless
The best advice you received was make genuine one-on-one bonds.
of
with
how you're
people.
perceived in the camp, people have a reason to keep you
It's
around.
pretty standard.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
Kind of the whole point.
Sure, let me just make one up totally random. It's like when the tiger jumped in the pool and lost its stripes.
I hate when people say that obvious advice is good advice because it's not.
It is.
No, but like,
sometimes you need reaffirmations of a good
bro,
advice.
you really need someone to tell you that to play a good social game.
Well,
like,
do you
come
really need someone to tell you to not eat too much food? Bryce knows it. He's just not
I'm
even
not
listening.
Bryce. I'm
I'm
not
just
Bryce.
saying. Okay, anyways. We're talking about Helen here. Helen made a good phrase, probably the best phrase so far because it's short and sweet. She said, it's like when the tiger jumped in the pool and lost its stripes. It's fine.
Oh, that's cool.
What
That's like
celebrity
the
or
bunny
fictional
rabbit
character would
eating
you want
the
to come out
dinner
for a
in
loved
the
one's visit?
mailbox.
I think I would.
The bunny
I'm a
rabbit
huge
was
Taylor
garbage. I don't know what you're talking about.
Swift fan, so
Taylor
any
Swift.
chance that I could
Holy
get to meet Taylor
shit.
Swift, I will take it. I don't know if she would
I
watch a
thought
Survivor or even
only blonde white women liked Taylor Swift.
No, gay people like it too. We know that for a fact.
I know. I'm pretty sure she ain't gay.
I'm just saying gay people. I'm just saying, like you said, blonde white women. I'm like, okay, no, gay people do like Taylor Swift too.
wants to be here in the elements on the island, but if she's there, I would be over the moon.
Bosses in this game are fucking
All right,
terrible.
that was Helen, and Helen
She was really
is
good.
kind of mid, in my opinion. What do you think?
Good.
I think she's better than. I think she's better than Bruce, though. I will say that.
I think she's gonna play a good game.
Okay.
Personally.
But I think it was pretty much just standard stuff. So I'm just like I'm gonna put her mid, even though you might like her. So
I hope Matt from San Francisco wins.
we're not even on to that guy yet. Wait until we get onto him.
We have to do Sarah next. Sarah's like boring.
Luckily for us, Sarah's also 8 minutes, so she's really short. The next ones are okay. Let's get on to Sarah.
Okay.
Smooth
Cream,
crunchy cookies. The collab that
Yum,
inspires
yum.
other
That's
sweet
pretty
collabs.
sad.
All right, so basically we're just waiting on for the ad to finish because I don't want to buy premium, YouTube Premium. That's garbage.
We're doing it in alphabetical order, but we skipped Brandon.
We did?
Yeah, we didn't do that one yet.
We skipped Brandon? We'll go back to Brandon. It's okay.
Okay.
Occupation.
Sarah
Let's go,
Wade.
Brandon.
Is Sarah
Let's
Wade. I'm
fuck
26 years old,
Brandon.
and I am a management consultant.
All right,
Why are you here?
Yes, my name is Sarah Wade.
Let's
I'm
fuck
26 years old,
Brandon.
and I am a management
Turn the
consultant.
subtitles
By
on.
the way, Sarah, on the 0.00000 chance that you're watching this, we're sorry that Bryce messaged you on Instagram. We apologize for that. That was really bad behavior. Look at this is her face when she saw Bryce's text, probably. Because Bryce is something else. Okay, Bryce and also Bruno as well.
No, that was all Bryce. Bryce is a dumbass. Bruno's not that. Bruno didn't do nothing.
Look, Sarah, we're sorry that Bryce is harassing you on Instagram, probably to ask you to come on our podcast. You don't need to come on, and we don't need to guess because clearly nobody wants to come on this podcast. When we're having people talking about 3D World in the background, Mario 3D World.
You have to have Discord to go on our podcast. Sorry.
Why are you here on Survivor?
We could get
I'm
Russell
here because
Muscle
I have
TV
been
to
a
join our
giant
podcast.
fan of the show since the beginning.
Oh yeah, so you can give him a mouthful of how he rigged the giveaway.
Yeah, put the subtitles on. Put the
Oh
subtitles
yeah, my bad.
on.
Let's continue with Sarah Wade.
My family would watch it every week, and I've been obsessed ever since. I grew up looking up to people like Stephanie and Sari and Parv, and have always dreamt of what the experience would be like being on the show.
That's such a
And now
boring
to finally be
lineup.
here is totally
That's
surreal.
like the most generic response.
Give me one Survivor winner and one
Sari,
non-winner who you
Parvati,
identify with the
and
most.
Steph.
Recruit moment.
Yes, one Survivor winner that I identify with is
Yeah.
Natalie. She's so competitive, so tough.
Which Natalie is the question?
I'm assuming she
was
was
so
Natalie
Yeah, I know,
Anderson.
it's
open,
Anderson.
but also stay loyal to her life.
Who would be inspired by Natalie's
I'm also
life?
obsessed
Let's be real.
Probably like Twitter.
with the way she sought revenge for Jeremy
Why?
after all, like 6 votes later. And then looking at
Has
a
she
non-winner
has she beat
that
Russell?
I think I want to
Yeah, I think. Let's see what she says. Let's see what she said about the non-winner.
play like is Andrea. I think on the outside we both look like
Andrea.
sweet younger gals, but
That's
I think she's so
boring.
tough, so strategic, constantly looking
Oh my god.
at how she can move
Oh,
herself
I'm
forward in the
getting
game. I
distracted
think she
by
had
her
a strong
earrings just
social and physical
dangling
game,
all
but
over the place.
that strategic mind
Sorry.
and style of play is what I really good.
It's hilarious.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
Oh, a favorite moment.
I
I
love
mean, one that stands out to me just off the top of my head
I
is
love
when,
when
in
Ramsey
Heroes vs.
gets
Villains, when
blindsided
Barb
with
plays the double
the fake
idols, the
idol.
one that Russell had given her, the one that she had found herself, and no one knew about the.
By the way,
talking
I just
about-
want to say I was wrong. I didn't know she was gonna pick the Parvati playing 2 idols. The Parvati 2 idols is not even a good move. It's terrible. She
Should've-
should have known.
Well, it's not terrible.
I'm not saying it's
but-
terrible, but you just flush an extra idol for no reason. I mean,
Yeah, he could have just saved the other one.
yeah, you
you know.
could have just said the other one. And I don't know. It is what it is.
Yo, I'm gonna
Obviously, it
say
did not matter too much because she got to the end anyways. But still, optimally
when
speaking,
when I'm on Survivor, I'm gonna say Tony and Gabler.
that's a really big difference between 2 players there.
The one that she had, and she saved the
Yeah, but
sweet,
they're both
sweet villains,
Chad.
and they went on to take the villains to the top 3.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
Yeah, so almost 2 years ago exactly, my best friend died, and I think having experienced someone so young die so
Having
unexpectedly,
Bryce message
it,
me on
not only has
Instagram.
fueled me to
Whoa, we're being
Prepared-
serious here. She lost
like really
her,
pursue my
best
dreams
friend.
and go for everything that I want and be bold
I
and
didn't-
brave
I
because
was
you don't know
not
how much
either.
time you have. But also, I think it provides me so
I
much
was just
inspiration and
thinking about
strength to think like,
Bryce.
what would Callie be doing? How I need to do this for Callie because she doesn't have that.
Look,
opportunity.
on a not serious note, dealing with Bryce is major experience for Survivor, because that's like another. I mean, it's big experience, literally. It's big.
I literally blocked Bryce last night because he was being a dumbass.
Yeah, that's the Survivor results insider drama, by the way, for you guys watching. If you guys are watching, let's continue with Sarah Wade here.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
What excites me the most is, it also scares me the most, but
I
it's
unblocked
not
it,
predictable. So people who, I think it favors people who can really think on their feet, understand the implications of all those new advantages and twists, and adjust their game accordingly. And I think that my ability to think on my feet and solve those problems in the moment will be a strength in the game. And but it's simultaneously terrifying because we don't know what all the cards are that are going to be out there.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
Again, standard answer, and what she's doing in a Egu face or whatever, how you say it, I don't even know. Kind of borderline.
I think initially when people see me, I just look like kind of like a young, cute gal. But usually once people get to know me, and I think once viewers get to know me, they'll see that I'm constantly trying to learn, constantly trying to understand more, and view me as a very strategic player in the game.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
Oh, in an alliance member, I'm absolutely looking for someone that I view as equally strategic and equally scheming in the way that I am. So we can bounce ideas off each other. Also, hopefully someone
Bad answer.
that has a different skill set than I do. So I want us to really be able to connect, but I don't want to find another person super similar to me. So we're looking at everything the same way. We're approaching things similarly,
I
interacting
don't
with
know.
people
He's kind
similarly.
of
That
boring.
wouldn't be valuable.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I know that loyalty is like a bit of a buzzword, but finding someone that I think I can trust at least for a few
Yeah,
votes.
loyalty is a buzzword because it's the right word. It's the right answer.
And
Okay.
hopefully someone that I think won't flip on me first.
How eager will you be to look for advantages in the game?
I think I'll be eager to look for advantages. Obviously, it's a risk and reward game now. It's not just all upside anymore. But I think that we saw in previous seasons how well those advantages can pan out if they're used
Is anyone in
in
the
your favor.
chat?
Also, we've seen what just having an immunity idol has done for players in recent years. That
No, I don't think anyone's in the chat, which is fine. It's a Sunday. It is
I'm
expected.
gonna call Radio Ranger and tell him to go in the chat.
No, you don't have to call him.
a lot of times people don't need to use the immunity idol to save
But I'll
themselves
just
because they're
I'll
more
do
public,
a
but not
I'll
even
do
getting
an
votes because
at
they have them.
everyone in the.
So I'm definitely gonna go for it.
I'll
I
at
think
viewers
it's,
in the.
you get this opportunity once, and those are all the
Okay, you
tools
don't
you
have
have
to
in the
let us
game to get you further. So I'll for sure go for it.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
I guess that there's nothing I've told myself that I won't do. Of course, I want to like be a good person, be good to people, but it's a game about lying and deceiving people, and I am 100% there to do that. I hope that I do build like very real relationships and like come out.
By the way, unpopular opinion on my part, you don't have to lie and deceive to win Survivor. Just saying.
With feeling very good about everybody, but I am 100% down to get my hands dirty in the process.
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
I'd say there's two big
I
things that
love
stand
how
out to
we
me.
both
The
have
first one
Steve
was from my
profiles.
brother. He said, reminded me that I can't assume that everyone is thinking about the
Tapa
game the same
here.
way I am. So to really get to know every player individually, so I can make guesses about how they're approaching the game, like with the most evidence to back that up, and really viewing them as a unique person with unique views on the game. The second advice that I got that really has stood out to me
Sarah Way sounds like she's trying to sound smart and failing miserably at it because it's so obvious.
is just remembering that everything's
Sorry.
temporary. So if you're freezing or starving or in a really good spot or really happy, just everything's temporary. This game is an absolute dream, and just keeping in mind that as an overall theme the whole time. Oh, one more. My mom also told me to have good posture.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
Well, let's look at this picture. I don't know if that's a good posture. I mean, it's fine. It's good.
The cookies are better before they go in the oven.
What celebrity
That's actually a good phrase.
or fictional character would you want to come out for a loved
I
one
don't
visit?
care about these fucking phrases.
So this is,
Yeah.
kind of a game
5
person.
seconds long. It's not that big of a deal.
I would absolutely want Tyson to visit. I am
A
obsessed with his
celebrity that she wants to visit is Tyson. Tyson.
Well, that's good.
podcast and his
That's
insight
good.
into the games like so many times.
Oh, she watches Tyson's podcast.
I know that I'm not-
What's it called? The WTF. What is it called? I don't even know what it's called.
Really do.
I don't know.
I'm keeping my person Survivor related, but I think that would absolutely benefit me, and I would take that over a loved one visit because I'm here to win.
All right, that's Sarah, and Sarah is mid.
She was fucking boring. She was fucking
Uh,
boring. I'm sorry.
Dude, you think everything's boring? And we don't have to get into why. But Sarah's mid again. There's no one that's absolutely bad so far. We're about to get
Bruce
to someone
is
who's bad,
better.
probably.
Bruce is better.
Bruce is better. I actually put her below Bruce. They're all in the mid tier, but they're ranked through the mid tier. So, and by the way, look at the chat. The one comment is, "Please don't be a dud, Sarah." She's gonna be a dud. Okay, you're right, Daydreamer. She's gonna be a dud. I agree. I'm liking that comment. Okay, next week we have Jam Jam.
Yo.
Own winter in a Subaru. Enjoy legendary capability and dominate the season, no matter how tough it is.
Put the subtitles on right
To
now.
start off, tell us about yourself. Give us your name, age, and
Here we go,
occupation.
back on.
Hola, I am Jam Jam. I'm
Why
35
aren't you
years
full
old, and I am
screen?
from San Juan, Puerto Rico, and I own a beauty salon.
Why are
San
you
Juan
here on
del
Survivor?
Sur?
I'm here on Survivor because it's always been a dream. I watched the episode since the very first time it aired. I remember
always
me being
watch.
13 years old. My parents just bought this house. They were on and off all throughout my childhood. And it was a dream that we were all living together in the
Oh, I
same
like
house
it.
again. And we had no sofas or anything. And we were like sitting on the floor eating pizza. And this show
It
came up.
doesn't
And I
have to
remember
be
Richard
full
Hatch
screen.
saying on that branch, that shack has the $1 million name. That $1 million shack has my name on it. And I couldn't stop talking about the show. So throughout this process of being here silent in Ponderosa, been thinking about that moment a lot. And I'm playing for that little kid, that teenager that was watching the show, happy about his family. And I love strategy, I love manipulation, I love social aspects of life, meeting people
We're
and
gonna go
using that
full screen. You're
as an
right, my bad.
advantage.
I should-
Radio
and using
Ranger.
people for you or
Radio
using other people
Ranger is
against
in the
you.
chat.
So
I
Is
told
Radio
him.
Ranger in the chat? Oh my god, Radio Ranger. Thank you, Radio Ranger, for being here. We love you. We love our viewers. And by the way,
You're our number one fan.
you're our number one fan. And we're your number one fan, Radio Ranger. Okay, I'm the biggest fan of yours.
I watch all your redoing the Survivor season.
Yeah.
I watched your
yeah.
Survivor one. It was awful. Had an awful ending.
Which one?
The Survivor Gabon redoing the season.
You should
It had
redo
a-
Survivor Go Silent and have Bradley win. That's what you should do.
It had a shitty ending. It had fucking. I think it was Michelle that won.
Michelle. Oh god, that's terrible. That's horrible. What are you thinking,
And
Radio
it-
Ranger? We're your biggest fans. We're gonna be honest with you, okay? All right, we got
And
Jam
yeah.
Jam. We're on the
Yeah.
we're on the 6th interview. After this, we're gonna be 1/3 of the way in. So let's continue watching Jam Jam, and
It was
keep your comments coming.
It was actually a decent season, but it was so dumb because you had Dan who was like the main character of that remaking thing, and he got medevaced at Final Four.
Again, we're not talking about Gabon or even a fictitious version of Gabon here. We're talking about the cast. So we're gonna get back to the cast here, Jam Jam.
My bad.
I think Survivor encompasses a lot of what I like to do in my daily life.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
I really admire Sandra. I think she's super real. She's Puerto Rican.
Oh
She
my
won
God.
twice,
Why
of
is
course,
everyone
and
saying
she's
Sandra?
hardcore
She's
with
really
the way
not
she
that
thinks
good.
about the game. She's
Playoffs.
very cold about her emotions. So I feel like when it comes to
Sandra's
cold
cold
about
about her
her
emotions? That's not true.
emotions, I
We
will
did
have that
not watch the
aspect
same
that she
season.
has on the game. Other non-winner that I identify with the most, it would be Seri. You know,
Suri, again, of course, so boring.
Jeff always says, you're the
Yeah,
fan
these
that
people
stood
are
up from the
boring.
couch,
Well,
play,
they
all
always have
that.
the
I'm
same
exactly that thing. I'm that fan.
He just said, Suri's the fan that stepped off the couch. If Bryce steps
That's
off the couch, it's gonna break. Okay, or even he's just gonna break the couch. Let's continue.
And I was on the couch watching the show. Like, last week I was in my couch watching the show, and
he was in his couch.
Watching, he knew that I was gonna be in it. It's so different.
He was
But
inside the couch.
the fact that she had the bravery to come out here, like I am having, and the fact that she has smarts, which I think I do, I know I do, and the strategy part of socializing with people and using people for you in a way that is non-threatening. That's what I want to do in the
That'd
game,
be
just like
kinda
Seri
wild.
did, and hopefully win. You know, do it for me, do it for Seri.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
My favorite moment
If
of
he
every single
wins, he's
season
the
are the
number
family
one
visits.
best winner.
Anything that has to do with a family, if it's a video, a letter,
He already called himself the best player of all time, for the record. So that's hilarious.
a picture, they visiting the island, it's my
Well, I agree
my
with him.
favorite.
He is
I
the
would
best
watch
player
the YouTube clips of the family visits and cry.
of all time.
I get so excited for them, so emotional because I love my family. I love my
Better than Tony.
Have you
Black.
ever cried at a family visit? Be honest.
Not really.
Not
people,
me.
my husband,
I
my
don't think I
mother,
have.
and I always put myself in that position of them receiving that
Yeah.
love.
Oh,
So
God.
out of all of them, the winners award family visit was
I would cry if Stevie won, though. I would.
epic. So that would be like my favorite.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you
Who
most
won
for the
us
game?
for Survivor, for the record.
I feel like the life experience that has prepared me the most
I
is
love
being in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. Hurricane Maria left Puerto Rico destroyed. I was lucky enough to not have as
What
much
is he talking
destruction
about?
to my
Talking about
house.
hurricane?
He's talking about a hurricane that affected him in Puerto Rico, which is an area in the United States. It's not a state, but it's a territory, I'm
dad-
pretty sure, or an island.
For my business,
My
what I
dad
have to
thought
do
he
with
was
the scarcity
Indian.
To be honest, I did too.
of resources that everybody was suffering. And running a business of 25 plus people, being that young, I was like around 31, I believe at that time. People older than me were looking at me like I was gonna give them the answers and give them the hope of, are we gonna be okay? Everything's gonna be fine. Are we gonna be able to keep working? Or should we be worried? You know, and being their leader and being their teammates in that during that process, because we had no power for 90 plus days
Go
in the business
Raven, my
and the
circle
house. Some people in my
queen.
job didn't have power for a year in their houses. So dealing with that, the uncertainty of what was gonna happen, I feel with I can do anything. I can do anything. I know as long as I have people around me that I believe in, I know I'm gonna be fine, and that's what I'm gonna look for here. People that I believe in, so we can do it.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
I like this.
It brings me more fear than
It's
anything.
fun.
But the new era of Survivor. But every day in my job, whoever it's a hair salon, so whoever walks in the door, it's a new challenge. It's a new twist.
I would love to get a haircut from Jam Jam. It'd be fun.
So what excites me the most about this new era
Him
of
and
Survivor is that
Matthew
I'm gonna approach it like I
are
do my daily
gonna
life.
bond
You know,
because
make
they're
the best of
both,
it. Try to work with it.
he owns a
And
salon,
in some
but
cases, you know, it's gonna benefit you, and
Matthew
in other
owns a
cases that it's
barber
not.
shop. So.
Who knows? They might ditch their current husbands to come together. We don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they're both gay, so they
I have
could.
to trust in people and get to people to trust me to tell me what is going on and explode the opportunity of anything that comes.
What do you think
And they'd
people will
open
perceive you
a-
as?
A
I feel like people
salon
will perceive me like I
and
don't take stuff
a
seriously.
barber shop right beside each other.
No, they're just gonna share one at that point.
A
I feel like
salon is
people will
for
perceive me
women.
like I'm too happy-go-lucky. Because I like to have fun, you know, I like
A
to
barber
make
shop is
light
for dudes.
hearted
You
jokes or
realize
like
that, right?
make tense moments.
Yes. But you can still do both in one, can't you? You literally can. Yes,
you could,
I've
but-
been in them.
Probably shouldn't. I've never been to one.
You've never been to a barber.
No,
What
I've
do you-
been to
what
a
do you have,
fucking
like the hair
barber.
of Tarzan or something? Come on.
No, I've been to a fucking barber, but they didn't have a salon built into the fucking barber shop. Like what?
All right.
Be
Again, this is not about salons or barbershops. This is about Jam Jam and
Well,
his
I'm talking
barber.
about
Okay.
relaxed.
Talking about
And even though that's the way I project
By talking
myself, and
about
that's the way I want to be
barbershops, I'm
perceived,
talking
it's not
about
what I
Jam
am.
Jam's
You know, I
profession.
take stuff very seriously. And if I try to make someone laugh or someone like say like get worried about me or no, it's gonna be okay. I do that to connect with people because I feel like people connect better with people that need help than with people that come out of as strong, you know? And I don't always do it like and when I say it out loud, I feel like I'm manipulating people in my daily life. And I know it's a little bit of that, but I don't do it because I'm an evil person. You know, I just do it.
This guy
So,
manipulates people in
people
his
find-
daily life. And look at the way he's looking about that. What a guy.
I mean, cute.
He's a Chad.
Try A&W's organic
What the
fair trade
fuck?
coffee.
A&W
For
guys.
only
It's ads. It's ads, guys. It's ads. It is what it is. We have to deal with it. We come with them as they go.
Fucking,
It's high
I
energy.
fucking
We're
love
high energy.
A&W. I fucking love A&W guy.
Looking for in an
A&W
alliance.
guy is my
I'm looking for a play that wants to have fun.
my
About
favorite person
all
in the
things. I
world.
want to have fun here. I wanna
Wait,
align
no,
with
I
someone that's
changed my mind
smart
about
enough.
the which
Just a little bit
celebrity
of that,
do
but
you
I don't do it
want
because I'm an
question.
person. You know, I just do
I
it.
would take the A&W
So
guy.
Good
people find me looking for a play that wants to have fun about all things. I want to have fun here. I wanna
Terrible answer
Isn't
so
that-
far on this question.
with someone that is smart
What
enough
did he say?
for that person to convince me
The
or
question was, what kind of player do you want to work with here? And he said someone that wants to have fun.
So Carolyn?
I guess that's what they're gonna be. Yeah.
dumb enough that that person
I mean,
wanna be
there's a
like
few
me.
people that seem like
How
they would
eager
want
will
to
you be
have
to look for
fun.
advantages in the game?
Every single person here looks like they want to have fun. to be honest.
When I'm in the game, I'm looking for everything.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like
be
if
looking
you're
at every
not out
branch,
there
every
to have
rock,
fun,
every
what are you
single
doing?
bamboo stick,
I'm not.
every single
I'm
fish. I'm
only
gonna
out
look in
there
the
to
guts. I'm
win,
gonna look for
honestly.
everything that's out there. They're gonna put their
Yeah,
stuff for
but
me
you
to
also
find. I'm
want to
gonna have
have
to be the
fun.
one to get it. I don't want that on somebody else's hand. I'm really excited for advantages and hitting.
I'd rather have the
Fine.
most miserable time and win the game than have fun and
Well,
not
if you're
win the game.
miserable, you're going to get voted out. If you're miserable and you're not
That's
having
not
fun,
true. That is not true. That is not true.
yeah,
You know,
you're
that's
going
not true.
you'll get voted out because people will think you're a miserable little piece of shit and nobody likes.
Community idols and eating peanut butter and
Just
jelly
saying.
sandwiches.
Fuck off.
You put it there. I'm gonna try to find it.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
I would do anything. I didn't say to myself, don't do that. I would. The only thing I told myself not to do is to be regretful of anything. I already said sorry to my husband and sorry to my family about whatever I'm gonna do, which I don't know which is gonna be yet. But I'm not gonna leave anything out there. I'm gonna go for it, 100%.
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
The best advice I received it's from my brother. My brother does not talk a lot. My brother is a man of very few words. He loves me. I love him so much. I think he was the one that told me the shortest message. That he was the one that wrote me the shortest message out of everybody. He told me, they pick you because of who you are. You are who you want to be, and you're just enough as it is. Be yourself out there, and it's gonna be great. So that's the best advice.
Good answer and also
Yeah.
good message from your brother. I love that. That's great.
That was a
Can you come
very
up with
good
your own
answer.
weird
I
phrase
like-
that could be
I
said
like
at a challenge to unlock an idol?
I was thinking of this. I said it out loud recently, and I was like, "Damn, that sounds so weird." So when I come up, I'm gonna go with what I come. I said, because it's snowing in the northern hemisphere, it's what I have grazing my hair and black on my southern hair. Because it's snowing in the northern hemisphere, it's what I have grazing my hair and black on my southern hemisphere beard, which is so weird. Because I dyed my beard, you know. So it looks dark. It's summer on the bottom and winter in the top. I don't know, something like that.
What celebrity
Okay.
or fictional character would you
Fictional
want to come out for a
character,
loved
I
one's
would
visit?
bring.
Celebrity or fictional character.
I bring Mario.
It's not a
fictional character.
Oh, that's not a
It's a
celebrity.
celebrity for now, because I could not think about it.
It's a fictional
Oh, my
character.
fictional character, my
idiot.
favorite fictional character. And I'm not gonna say that because that's a
yeah,
password on some page. Yes. A celebrity that I would love to see out there. I think Oprah would be pretty awesome. J-Lo would be amazing. Yeah, to come out. Why? I would love to see J-Lo come out just because she's so
J-Lo?
much fun. She's Puerto Rican, you know, she has the flavor.
Okay.
And I know it's gonna be fun to have her there. And she's cool. She's a nice person, at least from what I've seen.
How low can you go, J-Lo? Okay. That was Jam Jam. And Jam
He
Jam is
look-
fine. Again, Jam Jam kind of underwhelmed me for who he is. But I think
I
he's
like
good.
him. He's fun. I like him. He's fun, and he had some good answers.
I put him in the good tier. I think he's probably above
Nope,
Carson at this
nope.
point. So
Nope, I put him in the top tier with Carolyn.
that's your tier. I disagree. I think Carolyn was the best so far, and it's not even close because she's the funniest. We're gonna call her Mama Carolyn for the season. Mama Carolyn.
But
Alright,
that was
moving on.
Carolyn on World Apart. That was Carolyn though.
Yeah, that's the reason. Okay. Next up, we got Claire, who I'm already gonna put in the Claire tier because she's garbage. And
What
we're
did
gonna
Claire do to you?
We're gonna
What
give
did
her a
Claire do to
chance.
you?
We're gonna give her a chance. We're gonna be fair here. Fair. We're the most fair.
You're the most fair and unbiased person in the world.
We're the most fair people. Okay, we're being fair out here. It's fine.
Who's we?
Us.
You're the one that's deciding that Claire gets her own bottom tier.
To start off, tell us about yourself. Give us your
Maybe
name,
Twitter's gonna
age,
call you
and
This is like
racist.
dollar store
Hi,
Chanel.
I'm Claire Rapson. I'm 25 years old, originally from the suburbs of
Yeah.
Chicago, but I
Maybe
live
Twitter's
in
gonna
Brooklyn,
call
New
you
York, and
racist.
work as a venture capitalist.
Why are you here on Survivor?
Yeah,
I am here on
racist. How dare I
Survivor
be
because
racist?
it's been
I'm not
my
racist.
lifelong dream. I've been watching since I was 4 years old, so about 21 years now.
How dare I
and
be racist?
It's something that has meant so much to me and that I've always wanted to give it a try. And I finally got the courage to apply this year, and I'm so happy
You
I'm here.
can't be
I'm also
racist.
just obviously here to
She's as close to the camera as you can get. Like she's like Brittany Hoops from BB24.
win the million, and I will take nothing less.
Let's get this up
What's
there.
your
I don't
history with
remember.
watching Survivor?
Yeah, so
I
like I
don't
said,
remember
I am a
Brittany.
mega fan.
What did
I've
she
been
do?
watching since I was 4 years old.
She's
Like
like so close to the. She's like a meme, Brittany, for being so close to
Oh,
the camera.
Michael's sidekick. Michael's sidekick.
Yeah,
I
Michael's
think my
like,
most clear memory of Survivor was that I used to have to watch through the keyhole of my parents' bedroom door because I was too young and it was on too late and too scary.
what? Survivor's scary? If she thinks Survivor's scary, it's oh my god. This is why she's
If,
Claire
it,
tier.
if you think it's scary, why the fuck are you on the show?
But when a contestant I
she's
won't name
gonna
fell
quit.
into the fire, I
I'm
was so
calling it. She's gonna
scared
be a quitter.
that
she's
I
not.
burst into my parents' room, kind of blew my cover, and my parents from that moment on let me watch with them every week in bed with them.
She's gonna quit.
And from then on, the past 21 years, I've just been a diehard fan. I've seen every season a couple
Her accidentally falling into her room or whatever she said, she blew her cover. That's why she's on the show, basically. So
times. This year, I started going to some of those like Survivor meetups. So I would say I'm a huge fan, and I like to joke, but other than my parents, Survivor basically has been like the most consistent thing in my life. And I just really, really love it.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
That's such a hard question because I feel like I see myself as somebody who identifies with little pieces of a bunch of different people. But I'd say right now how I feel, one of the winners I identify with the most is Natalie Anderson. I just absolutely loved her game. I love her attitude. I love how kind of petty she is, but in a really smart way. Like she was so strategic, so figured out the numbers and wasn't afraid to make a move at the right time, whether that was pretending like she got the vote wrong just to get rid of somebody she wanted to get rid of, or waiting like 8 weeks to get out somebody and avenge her ally. I think she's just so iconic, and I think I would play kind of similarly with my head and my heart. And then a non-winner, it's so hard, and I feel weird even comparing myself to like anyone, but
she needs to compare herself to Chanel because that's why she's cast. She's literally Chanel 2.0, and Chanel's better than her because at least Chanel played orgs.
But Chanel played a terrible game on.
Yeah, but Claire's gonna play even worse. Watch, mark my words. We'll see. Actually, I don't want to say mark my words. I think she's gonna do. She's either gonna do like Chanel.
I think she's gonna be fine. I could see her being like Ellie.
No, what are you talking about, Ellie? Give me a break. No, she's gonna be like either Chanel or she's gonna be like kind of Cassidy, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Honestly, Courtney Yates, I just absolutely think she's an iconic queen. Just her sass, her honesty, and just her ability to get by doing like the bare minimum really does remind me of myself. I think I might be like a little bit nicer, but I just absolutely really like watching China. I was like, I feel this girl and her energy. I'm also like incredibly tiny and don't see myself being super useful in challenges. So I think that also makes me feel like her.
What's your favorite moment?
Talking about Amanda.
One favorite moment, that's so hard to choose. I've got to
She just
say,
said
and I think
Courtney
this
was
is
a
a bit of a cop out
beast in
because it's many
challenge.
moments, but I think my all-time favorite moment was just Cook Island. Basically, I'd say I loved the I-24 just dominating, and specifically my favorite moment was every time they sent Candace to Exile.
I love the I-24 getting the game rigged to them. It was so fun to watch. It was dominating.
Like, this girl's happy that they got like the scroll and then they have to vote an extra member. It's a joke.
Island.
And she's laughing about it too. It's a joke.
I thought it was like the most fun, exciting underdog story, watching them come back and also watching them do it in a
Yeah, it was so fun and exciting to see the production team rig it for them. I was so happy to see that too.
really fun and petty way, sending her to exile so many times.
I mean,
What's
Cook
one life
Island would be a definitive bottom tier season if I-24 didn't get rigged. But
you feel has prepared you most for the game?
One life experience that's prepared me most for the game. I think it's hard, so I'm going to cheat on this one. I think for me,
yeah, she's gonna cheat on this one, like the I-24 cheated in the Cook Islands. Yeah, good job.
Just living has been that life experience. So for reference, I'm this loud as hell, 5'2", queer Black Jewish girl, and so for my entire life, everywhere I've been the odd one out, and I've stuck out like
she's
a sore
just
thumb.
explaining
So like
every
in preschool,
minority
in
she's
college,
in, so she
now in
gets
corporate America.
more benefits.
She's from New York, right? That's like the biggest Jewish population in America. Okay, I'm just saying.
I have been living this game of Survivor for myself,
Jews
where I
play
socially and
stupid
strategically
games.
had
That's why
to
they're
be this
running.
odd one out and find.
First of all, I completely reprimand what you just said. You're reprimanded, okay?
That's Eric Cartman.
Dude,
a way to
chill.
Get people on my side to do the things that I want to do, to
You
be
never
really
even
smart and
watched
intentional
South Park.
about.
Well, we don't need to talk about, it is what it is. And we see Blaze in the chat. I don't even know if he's still watching, but Blaze is here, and he said he sees Raccoon talking about BBF. And BBF, if you don't know what it is, it's an org I hosted that Raccoon played in and played terribly in, and he's saying that he's the
No,
best
I
ever.
played a perfect
And
game.
it's just true.
I played a perfect game. I played a perfect game. You're wrong.
No, it's true. And yeah, we're gonna continue here, but I'm just saying it's true. All right, let's continue with Claire.
Reaching my goals, and so far it's worked out pretty well. But I feel like honestly, just being so different in this world that can be kind of homogenous where I am has really prepared me to go meet 17 random strangers and to make them like me enough that they'll keep me around until I stab them in the back.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
I don't know if the new era excites me as much as it like absolutely terrifies me. You know, being such a fan of the game, I feel like
I don't know why
knew
she's so
Survivor
close
up until
to the
season 40.
camera.
I had studied it. I'd seen every twist and turn. And so the new era is
Same.
like insane to me because it's something that I haven't studied and that I don't know that well. So I think both frightened but super excited by the idea that we're going to kind of chart our own path and like our own course. And really the fact that things are going to be new and exciting and different than what I've just been seeing on TV my whole life. So can't wait.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
Annoying.
Yeah, so I think that, and this is what's kind of happened my whole life, especially with my tribe mates, I think they're going to perceive me as this like fun-loving, kind of chill, goofy, young girl. Like I've been walking around Ponderosa pregame in like all pink with my hair and my cute little buns and all my kind of just like smiling and living my life. So I think people will view me as just like a nice kind of harmless young small girl, which is exactly what I want them to see. I think the audience will start to realize sooner rather than later that there's like a bit more going on upstairs, and that I am a little bit more than I put out there when it comes to being like pretty strategic, pretty thoughtful, and I'd like to think kind of smart.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
In an alliance, I think, above all else, I'm looking for total trustworthiness, like trust. I don't even care what they look like, who they
she's
are,
saying
as
what
long as
you wanted
we trust
her
each
to
other
say.
and I know what to expect about them and how we can play together. I think a really great alliance that I'd be looking for is honestly like a couple people who might think that they're
Say
like
something
smarter or better at
positive
the game than
about
me
her.
and might perceive me as less of a
No,
threat
I
that
don't
they can
want
just kind
to.
of bring along. I'd love to be the one in the background pulling the
We'll
strings
say-
and feeding
we'll
them
be
ideas
honest
while they
at the end.
execute
We'll
my
talk.
devious
Let's be
plans.
honest.
And
I'm
then when
not
it comes
gonna
down to it, people that I know that I can beat either at the end
I
or I
don't
can
think
stab
she's
them
gonna
back when
do
they stab
too
me.
bad, but
How eager
she
will you
is
be to
kinda
look for
overrated
advantages in the game?
I will be incredibly eager
by the
that being
general
said, to look for
community.
advantages. But that being said, one of my big goals and something that I've been trying to practice is just like breathing and taking a step back, because I know that the target, you can get painted on yourself for being that eager one who goes out and looks. And although it's a 26-day sprint, you need to know when to peak, right? And for me, somebody who like, I'm weak, I'm small, I'm going to be an early target if we want
I don't
to
know
keep
why
the tribe
she's
strong.
trying so hard.
I really need to play it cool and make sure that people trust me and think that I'm somebody that they can work with long term. So I'm hoping to be able to quell
Like
that
she
super fan
comes
desire
off
to
as
day
fake
one
to
go
me.
look for an idol.
What's the one
Oh,
thing
wow.
you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
So that's I've told myself a few things, but to be honest, I'm
She seems
really
like
open
a
to doing
pretty
just about
girl in
anything if
high
it means
school.
surviving another day and getting closer to the million. There are a couple of lines I won't cross, like
One
I
of those
don't want to betray my
popular,
loved
pretty
ones and my family at
preppy
home.
girls.
But to be honest, as long as I come home feeling good about myself
What
and
is it?
Nobody
She doesn't
like-
want to betray her loved ones and her family and home. What does that even mean? You're not even
What?
gonna
Yeah, what does
my
that
friends and
mean?
family still like
You're
me,
not playing blood
everything's on the
versus
table.
water. Like what?
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
She says she's on a
The
blood
best
versus
and most
water
consistent
season.
advice I got from all of my friends and family was to just chill out. And I think for me, that's really what I need to do.
If
I'm
that's the advice you're getting, you're not gonna win.
super fan. I'm somebody who's a lot in my head. I'm very strategic and a bit controlling at times. And so for me, my biggest threat is going to be myself and the things that I like, the situations I put myself into by thinking too much. So I think the best advice I got was really just like breathe, calm down, take it day by day, and just like experience this experience.
Okay,
I really
how do
wanted
you
to be
skip
present, and I
levels
think that was
in
really good advice.
Hey, come on.
Zoomer?
Can you come up with your own
How
weird
many
phrase
times
that
I
could be
tell
said
you?
at a challenge to unlock an idol?
Okay.
Oh my God. I don't know. I'm really not creative on the spot, but
You can't skip.
oh God, that's so hard. And I know I should say something. I don't know. I'm sorry. Is it bad if I just skip?
What celebrity
Oh,
or
she
fictional
just skipped
character?
too. She skipped the question too, just like you skipped the level. You're trying to skip level. She skipped.
That was really
Let me
Oh
see.
my
wait,
God.
situations
I'm
I
going
put
back to
myself
that.
into
I
a
need
bit
to see
controlling
this.
at times. And
Is
Flop.
that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
She's so bad. She can't even come with an idea for an idol phrase.
oh my God. I don't know. I'm really not creative
I
on the
would have
spot,
said there's a
but
snake in my
oh God,
boot.
that's so hard. And I know I should say something. I don't know. I'm sorry. Is it bad if I just skip?
My phrase would
celebrity-
be Claire's an idiot because she's an idiot. That's how good at my phrases, okay? That's what you get, Claire. You're F tier. You're Claire tier, okay?
Or fictional
Imagine
character who you want to
skipping.
come
She's
out for
gonna
a
be
loved
an
one's
F tier just for skipping.
What celebrity or fictional character would I want? To
I
come out
guess
for
I was
loved ones?
right.
God,
I'm
that's so
completely
hard.
justified now. We'll see.
Thinking about it, I'm gonna be really like stressed, tired, in need of a really good hug, and just like a good pep talk. And I don't know why, but like the first people that come to mind are either
Okay.
Beyonce or Michelle Obama. But
Michelle
I think
Obama.
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama has ruined school lunches in America, okay?
Pro would be great. I
Exactly.
just want like a really good long hug.
She
from
wants her.
anyone.
She wants
Like a
Michelle
girl
Obama to
figure,
bring her some of
and
that
somebody
school
who will-
lunch.
She wants her to bring her like some carrots, like some garbage carrots and pickles or whatever. Like it's not gonna be good.
kind of give me that pep talk to get me through the rest of the game.
Okay, that's Claire. And by the way, I was about to change my mind on
F-tier.
Claire and say she's not F tier, but after the fact that she skipped a question, it's F tier. It's Claire.
Yeah.
It's the Claire tier. I didn't even know
I
that
don't-
happened.
I don't think she's gonna do bad on the game, but like, she's kind of annoying.
Yeah, she's gonna do terrible. 1 second.
No, I think she's gonna do fine. I think she's overrated. Like some people like think she's gonna do really well. I don't. I think she's like early merge.
I think she's gonna do bad. All right, so
Think
that's
she's the first boot.
that's Claire, and she's in the Claire tier. I was actually right. My intuition was right. She's Claire tier. And next up we got Danny Mesa. Danny Mesa.
What the fuck? Oh, the firefighter guy. I'm gonna be a firefighter one day. Him being a firefighter means he didn't go to college.
That's not necessarily true. Okay, we got Danny. Let me just load the audio. I think I have to load the audio again. I forgot. That's fine. It's high energy. It's okay. Let's get it back up.
Start off. Tell us about yourself. Give us your name,
Danny
age, and
Massa.
occupation.
Sure. My name's Danny. I'm a 32-year-old firefighter from the Bronx, New York. I work in the Bronx. I'm born and raised in the Bronx. And yeah.
Why are you here on Survivor?
Thanks.
I'm here because me and my sister
Put
and
the
her kids started
subtitles.
watching the show. They ran down. We lived together in a 2-family house. Ran down to my apartment. And they said, "Uncle, you got to come watch the show. And you need to be on the show." That was maybe 10, 15 years ago, and we've been watching it religiously every week since. And my niece is in college now. She filled out my application, and
They should.
Okay.
They should. If I was the guy giving the interview, I would ask them, do they like Gabon? And if they didn't like Gabon, I'd say you're not on the show
No,
anymore.
this is my question. This is my.
and I did.
Okay, to everyone, the 10,000 and 20,000 people that applied for the show and didn't get on, and this guy got on because his niece filled out his application for him. It's terrible. This is who they're casting. So, and look at this smile. This is the smile of the guy that just duped his way into the show. He didn't even write his own application. He can't even write English.
Did everything for me.
So, it is what it is. It's unfortunate.
And,
But you can't
the
write
whole concept
English
of the show
either.
I can.
Nope.
terrifies me. And
Yeah, you can't write English either. We don't have to talk about, you know, what, but we're going to leave it on the side. It's okay.
I'm someone who's drawn to things that terrify me.
Can you
So
gab?
here I am.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
I identify with Jeremy Collins most.
Jeremy, that makes sense.
Does a beautiful job of being affably cunning. So he's cunning, he plays the game, but he does it in a way where I'm used to who doesn't love Jeremy. My mother loves Jeremy, like absolutely. My mom donates money to St. Jude in all of his seasons, so he gives him good luck. So I definitely relate to him. And a loser. You know, this memory always pops out in my mind of when Christian took out Alec in the individual immunity in David Risk.
These guys are all being shown the same season in the preseason recruiting thing.
Yeah.
This guy has not watched a single season of the show, which is why he didn't even fill out his own application. So
Goliath, and you know I like Alex.
So he's watched David vs. Goliath,
telltale
and he's
sign in this game.
seen
This game has like you know, it's like alive.
either
If you're
Cambodia or
arrogant, Survivor's gonna
San
humble you, and I think that happened there.
Or
And,
Winners
that's
at
a memory
War.
I always remember. So like big ups to Christian. That was like a beautiful moment when he outlasted him. Both of them were absolutely incredible, but Christian got the nod on it.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
Oh, I have to bring it back to it. That's actually my favorite moment when Goliath got slayed by David, and Christian, you know, Christian outwilled him. And then a close second is when Jeff threw
It's
everybody
kind
for a
of.
loop,
I didn't
and,
expect him to
they
relate
would
to
go back in time
Christian
with
of all
Erica, season
people.
40. I love that. I love that. The game was survived. And Jeff threw everybody for a loop, and they able to go back in time with Erica, season 40. I love that. I love that. The game of Survivor is just constantly evolving. It's a live
I
game.
watched
It's
41
not a
too.
stagnant. You know, complacency kills in every facet.
Maybe
of life,
he's a
and,
bigger
that just
fan
showed,
than.
yo, dude, you can't sit back and just.
no, he's not. He's not.
Maybe he's
And he's
just
right.
not very tech.
Being
Maybe he's not
complacent
too-
does kill your game. He's right. Okay.
Maybe he just not very tech savvy, so he had to have his niece do it for him. You know.
Cruise through. Oh, Survivor is what it is.
Yeah, it takes so much effort to go on a site and write letters.
Yeah, look at him. He doesn't look like he cares.
No, it's constantly changing,
Oh,
and
fucking
you know that shit
computers.
upside down.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
It's hard to. I don't think anything can really prepare you for this game. I think that if you go in with
Did
that
you hear
attitude
that?
you're prepared somehow,
Yes.
you're gonna kind of be surprised when things don't go your way. I'm going into this game expecting things not to go my way. When things start to get
That's
difficult,
actually good. I like that. Expecting things not to go your way.
things go, oh man, I can't believe that
Yeah.
happened. I'm gonna remember. Oh, you knew this. was gonna happen.
Honestly,
Survivor.
he's kind
It's
of.
never gonna go
He
according to
actually
plan.
is.
So I think that's what's gonna prepare me.
He's
And I think
bad.
just from,
He's not that
you know, being
bad.
a little bit older now. In my 20s, I would probably say I'm a boxer, I'm a firefighter. I'm mentally tough. I'm gonna do this. And now that I'm a little bit older, a little bit wiser, I'm gonna go in and say none of that's gonna help. The only thing that's gonna help me is that I'm a little wiser, and I know that whatever's coming at me is gonna knock me on my ass. And just gotta roll with the punches and have a good time.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
What excites me most about the new era of Survivor is that it's just like it's just like a fight. It's just like a life. It's just like anything you're gonna approach is that you can go in with a
The best analogy for Survivor is that it's like Mario Kart. Okay.
game plan and go like Mike Tyson. Everybody got a game plan to
That's
punch
true.
in the face, and this game's gonna punch you in the face. So I find that exhilarating. I think that it brings out
Or
the
it's
best
like
in games.
it's like
You
Monopoly.
can't be stagnant, you know, and you can't be complacent, and you gotta be ready to
Or
adapt
it's
at all
like-
times. Just like life.
or
In
it's like,
Survivor, it's shown that
chess,
study the human
but
condition.
you have,
So what better way to show the human
more
condition
luck.
than having to adapt, improvise, adapt, and overcome at every single corner. And you know Jeff's gonna do that, and you know we're not gonna be able to see season 43. I'm sure he threw the ringer at those dudes, and he's gonna do the same thing to us.
Yeah, he threw the ringer at those dudes, and so did Gabler. He threw the ringer at Cassidy at Final Tribal, and she got destroyed. The Cassidy Cooks can go cry on Twitter because they're not welcome here. They're garbage. Okay.
Yeah, if you're like a.
And by the way,
How do you think people will perceive you
Cassidy
as?
is fine.
I think that people originally perceived me.
If you're like
She
one
is
of those people-
delusional.
Yeah, and so are most of her fans.
Yeah.
As I potentially like a bro-ish frat boy jerk. I kind of, whatever, I work out a little bit, and I've been told before I look like I'm perpetually stuck in a dude's side out. So like, once they get past the fact that I look like an insignificant character in like American Pie 5, I think they can see him a lot deeper, and I'm a good dude.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
This goes back to like, not having being locked into any single like set form of how to play. I think you have to read people. If you
Yo, he's actually giving
for,
good
like,
answers. What
specific
the
perfect
fuck?
alliance number. There's no such thing. I mean, like you had like
Honestly,
Robin
like,
Villa,
he's-
who was like tailor made for him.
He's impressing
that's
me
not gonna
more.
happen. You're gonna have to just read people, and
I didn't
you're gonna hope
expect him
you're
to
gonna
be
have
this
somebody
knowledgeable.
less about what they are and how they view you. Do you want an alliance member that thinks, hey, Danny's great, but I can beat him, and like in the final three, people are gonna vote for me over him. So I mean, that's what you want in an alliance member, somebody who thinks they can beat you.
Okay, this is good. This is
How
fine.
eager will you be to look for advantages in the game?
Yo,
very
he's
eager,
good.
It's just like, I
He's
mean,
good.
now you're in the game. So like, I'm the same guy who's watching people and saying, no, what are you doing? You can't be looking for an item yet. You can't be doing this yet. And now, it's time to like cash in the checks I wrote talking so much smack to, former players. So I'm gonna be very eager to look for advantages, look for idols. I'm gonna do my best to hold off into a time where it is gonna be not perceived negatively by my tribe, because that's a death sentence. Everybody knows that. That's Survivor number 1.
Again, this is like the one of the podcasts that I watched somewhat before this interview, and he's actually impressing me even more now that I'm rewatching it. So you're right. I agree. He's doing better than I thought.
101. Since they brought idols into the game, you know that's never changed. You don't want to be looking be the guy who gets caught, or lady who gets caught looking for.
Oh, I like him. I like.
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
The best
Seems
advice
like a
I
true
received,
American.
before coming out to play was enjoy the journey.
True patriot of America.
Do not be attached to the results, because
See,
you have the illusion
we would take him
in
to
your head
final
that you
final
can go out
5, or
and
like.
that this is
how
entirely
good.
about skill, and you can
If
make
he
no
was in our
mistakes, and
eviction
you're
notice
making
game,
mistakes,
we
you're
would
gonna
take
win
him
$1
to
million.
like
That's preposterous. Like, I think that the way you win this
to
game,
the point where there's
in the
only
moment,
one
enjoy the journey,
other person
play your ass off to win.
other than
Like,
us left.
You try to get every
Right?
match, you try to get every idol, you try to
He's cool.
blindside,
He's
swing,
cool.
bite, however you need to do to win. But at the end of the day, if you're not enjoying the journey, like, this is once in a lifetime, people kill beyond the show. So that's the way you win the game. Enjoy it, ride it out.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
Oh man, that's a great question. All right, yeah. Sometimes if I don't want to stop, do I have to boogie oogie oogie?
What celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a loved one's visit?
Okay, at
All
least
right,
it
if I
wasn't
could have,
nothing
any
like
celebrity or fictional guy,
Claire.
I would take Harry Potter. That's I'm a Harry Potter.
Harry
man.
Potter.
Yeah, I would come out and
He
chosen
does
one.
not look like a Harry
Harry
Potter
should
guy.
come in and give him like some magic spell or something, like abracadabra. First
Honestly, he like exceeded my expectations. Put him in the top.
No, I don't think he's great, but I think he's good. I think he's better than both of these two. Actually, no, he's probably better than Carson.
No, like
but-
he. I thought he was just gonna be a dumbass. Like he doesn't know anything about the game. He's just there because he's like strong. But no, he actually seems like he might be a
Bet
good
the
player.
NBA all season long on FanDuel,
Taking a look at the
official
rest of the
partner of the
times. Okay, the
NBA.
rest of them are relatively short, so we're good.
To start off, tell us about yourself. Give us
Don't
your
wanna
name.
go over time, obviously, and let's just look at the chat real quick. Nothing much, but it's okay. It's
I said Blaze is gay in the chat.
All right. All right, let's go to Franny. And here you go. This is the 9th person we're talking about, Franny.
Age and
Start
occupation.
off.
Yeah,
tell
my
me
name is Franny
something.
Marin. I'm 23 years old, and I work in research. But I work in research at a mindfulness and compassion center. So I look at how things like
She looks like someone. I don't know who. I can't put my finger on it.
meditation and self-compassion can help treat
She looks
mental and
like-
physical conditions.
Why are you?
This is like the person that took Claire's spot on Survivor from Big Brother. Big Brother 23, Claire. This is the person that took their spot.
Here on Survivor.
I'm here because Survivor is honestly the trifecta
What?
of all the things
How?
that excite
That
me.
does not look like
I
what's her face?
They're of the same archetype, so.
in social psychology, so I
Doesn't
love the
look
idea
like
of learning how
Christy.
people interact with each other, trying to
I didn't say
kind of
Christy, I
infiltrate these
said
different
Claire from BB23, bozo.
group dynamics that we'll have on our tribe. I love the physical component, just like challenging yourself past where you thought your body could go, and then also kind of the like mental, spiritual component of pushing yourself past your limits and seeing what you're made of.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
I first started watching Survivor. The first season I saw was actually Cagayan. I hadn't even heard the show before that, but I was
Why
just
is there
looking
no
through channels one day,
subtitles?
and I saw Tony
There is.
running across my TV screen, and I was
Tony!
like, "What's going on?" And I loved
You
that
mentioned
season,
Tony.
obviously, and was
I
just
love her.
immediately hooked. And went back and watched like almost every single season. Have studied this game so much, and am just steeped in the culture of Survivor for the past couple of years.
Give me one
mentioned
survivor
Tony?
winner and one non-winner who you
I
identify with the
automatically
most.
like her. I already did like her. Now I like
Yes,
her
yeah.
even more.
I love Sophie Clark. I think she is such
Oh
an
no, Sophie fan.
underrated winner. I think that she's such a
What's
badass.
wrong
Like,
with
she-
Sophie? Sophie's
By
a
the
great
way, I
player.
wasn't there to rank Sophie on the tier list last time, but you guys were high on something. Probably higher than Carolyn
Sophie's-
when you guys
Sophie's
ranked
cute.
Sophie in the A tier. But we don't have to talk about that or the whatever tier.
Sophie's cute.
shit
What
from
are you
anybody.
talking about?
It's okay, we
Sophie's
don't
I
talk
think
about
that she's just like such a powerful woman, and I really try to
Oh my
emulate that
God.
as much as I can. So I try to identify with her as much as possible. And then a non-winner, I love.
Can you
Gabby
seriously
Petito
watch
so
that
much.
video?
Like when she jokes herself about how
Yeah,
she
she kind
cried on the
of
island, and I
seems
think
like
that I
the
would just the same way.
Gabby,
Like I think both of us
No,
play a lot with our
Carolyn's
heads,
worse.
but also
She was
play a lot with our hearts
crying
and
as she was taking
take our
questions,
emotions really
so.
seriously. So I hope to play like her as well.
I see her as like
What's
a
your favorite moment
Sophie
in Survivor history?
kind of
Oh my god.
person.
Honestly,
Maybe
the moments that I remember the most are just the
less
silly things
snarky.
that happen in the show, like
Maybe
Sean
probably a
on the
bit less, probably a bit more aggressive in the game. Yeah, I
She
can see
looks
her
like
doing
that
well.
one meme. I want to pull it up. What's it called? The one meme. Let me find it. We'll keep the video going, but I'll keep looking.
horses, or
gotta
Rob
show the
Cesternino talking
viewers.
about Britney Spears and asparagus Spears. A probably more serious moment that I love is when Christian was fighting against Alec in that like 5.5 hour immunity challenge. That was just like the ultimate David versus Goliath matchup that just like perfectly summed up the season.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
Yeah, so I
The
worked
baby?
actually at a nail salon for several years. Really like very
No.
busy place, very intense environment. People literally coming in and like screaming at me about their nails. And I was in charge of navigating all our customers, but also all of our technicians and just like keeping everybody happy, keeping things moving when there were a million different parts that I had to take into account all at once. And that kind of customer service, I think, is a
Kinda,
really
to
good
me,
preparation
I
for something
prefer.
up here like
I
Survivor, because
don't, not at
you're
all.
constantly trying to
No,
understand
you're
everyone's motivations
I'll
and their
pull up
needs
a
and
picture.
keep them all happy
We'll
and satisfied.
put it
And
on.
that's something I really learned how to do when I was working there.
What excites you the most?
We're letting Claire run her mouth in the background, by the way, because it's Claire. And
Her name's not Claire. Her name is Franny.
Oh, sorry, Frank. I literally called her Claire because I confused. Okay, that's how bad it is. But this is what I thought. So, all right, here we go. Let's get back. to
Bard, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. It's not
About the new era of Survivor.
What excites me the most about the new era is honestly just the pace of the game. I think it's so
I keep
fun
calling her
that this
Claire.
game has turned into this like swirling tornado of chaos. I know it introduces a lot of uncertainty and randomness, which
I
can
like her. I
really
think she's
hurt a lot
cool.
of players' games. But if you can, be that calm in the eye of the storm, then I think you can really
She
make a
looks
lot of
like
exciting
she's
things
zonked
happen
out.
amidst all the chaos. And that's kind of what I hope to do in this new era.
Yeah,
Zonked
she looks
out.
like.
What do you think people will perceive you
She
as?
looks like. Oh, I just figured out what she looks like.
What?
She looks like a female. She looks like a female version of Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Yeah, okay, bud.
I think people perceive
Tell
me
me I'm
as
wrong.
people probably perceive me as kind of nerdy
Sure.
and smart. Just kind of, I don't know, the way I talk. I'm gonna try not to, I'm gonna try not to be Michaela, like plotting 4 moves ahead in the sand, because I don't want them to know how far ahead I'm thinking in this game.
Oh,
But
I like
think
her.
it'll
She's cool.
be hard for me to not come off as the person that people want to put into
Production
puzzles,
shows
and the person
Millennium
who
for
people will go
Jax.
to for strategy.
Survivor 41.
They don't like 41. Why would they show them 41? I
Or
thought
maybe they just
production-
watched it on their own time, but they definitely showed them Micronesia. Or they just had Netflix, so they were looking at Micronesia because it was on Netflix. I don't know.
But I hope people also perceive me as
What
being
if they're
really
just
excited and a
genuine
really fun person to be
fans?
around this game.
What
Bard.
type of player are you looking
can just
for
say
in an
what we want.
alliance?
It's not like they're
In an
ever gonna
alliance,
forget our
I
claims.
want somebody that is predictable to me. They don't have to be like super predictable in general. I don't necessarily need somebody who's really stable, who's
What are
always
you
going to tell the
talking
truth,
about,
but I want somebody
predictable?
that I can really understand so that I have
fine.
that person who I can, talk through strategy with, really think through moves carefully, but hopefully I'll also
Jeremy Collins famously said that he'd rather play with people that play logically than people that play crazily and play horribly. Because if you play with people that are smart, you can play around them easier because you can read their incentive. Whereas crazy
Yeah.
people have an insane mind and they don't know you don't know where they're gonna go. It's like Bryce. You want to work with Bryce or you want to work with me? It's a big comparison, but
Yeah,
know them
but Bryce
well enough to be able
also always loses the jury vote, right?
yes, but you have to weigh those two things. Bryce will flip on you in a second, right? So
He
when
didn't
they're
flip
going to
on
turn on
me
me.
after you said he was my goat on the eviction notice.
he flipped on you, did he? He flipped on you.
No, he did.
He
voted me
got
on
the
Final Three.
But okay, we don't have to talk about eviction notice. Nobody knows what we're talking about, but we're talking about just a comparison. This is like an example.
and be able to plan ahead for that.
Yeah, I was totally
How
gonna
eager will
vote
you
out
be to look for
Ben.
advantages in the game?
I will probably be very eager to look for advantages in the game. Just in general, I really like to look for things. Like I'm always picking up leaves I find or little scraps of things on the street. So I kind of have
Nerd.
that curious
Okay.
eye as I move through my world. So I think I'm
She
always
is
going to
a
be looking
nerd.
for idols walking around the beach or things in challenges. If I'm
That's
sitting on a
okay.
bench, you better believe I'm going to tear that bench apart looking for an advantage. That's a
Yeah,
big
in front of
priority
everyone. Tear
What?
that bench apart. Let's see what happens.
for me out here.
Why
always
is
being curious
nobody
and keeping my eye
mentioning
out.
Rupert
What's the one thing you told yourself
True.
you wouldn't do in this game?
The one thing that
or
I'm telling
Dan?
myself not to do
Never
in this
mind.
game
is to like shrink myself. I don't want to make myself
They need to
smaller
take
in
more
any way.
information,
Not like literally,
inspiration from Dan Foley.
but figuratively in terms of I don't want to like dampen my personality, dampen myself. I don't want to
Yeah.
make smaller moves because I don't want to upset the apple cart.
A lot of these people are talking about how they want to make big moves and they want to be themselves. It's all gonna turn out bad for them.
Like I really want
Big
to
moves,
be like
big
the biggest, fullest version of
moves.
myself out here. And
These guys are brainwashed by production, because production puts on these seasons that have big moves in them to brainwash the recruits and to think that they have to make big moves to win the game. It's a joke.
You do have to make big moves to win the game, or else
That's
you'll be
not
seen
true.
as
That
a
is not
floater.
true. That is not true. That is not true.
In the modern day, yeah.
Nope.
Why do you think? Why do you think Marianne won? If Marianne
Why do
didn't
you?
make,
Okay, well, name Gabriel's big move right now. Go ahead.
the Cody boot.
The Cody boot. The Cody boot was his boot. His move. Okay.
No, but
I
he
don't
was a
want- you
part
know,
of it.
That's
He was a
not
part
his
of all
move.
the moves. He doesn't have sole credit for any of those moves, but he was a part of all of the moves that season.
She's
Right?
talking about making big moves on her own merit, I'm pretty sure. So that's why I'm talking about that. But you don't have to make
Okay.
big moves to win Survivor. As an objective fact.
I don't want to hide out here. I want to be
It
out and loud
helps
and
if you
proud.
do make a big
What's
move.
the best
no,
advice
it's
you
not
received
like
before
you
coming
have
out to
to.
play?
It makes
No,
your
it's
Like
like
if
it
you're
makes you
sitting next to
it puts you higher on a winner ranking.
who cares about being on the winner ranking? I don't care about winner ranking. And by the way, winner ranking is completely subjective.
That's
There's
not
no. Yes, it is true. What are you ranking a winner on? The whole objective of Survivor is to get to the end and win the jury vote. There's nothing else to
No,
rank on it.
you have to rank them on dominance.
Dude, you're just listening to TMR. That's not what you have to
No,
rank them on.
no, because I agree with him.
I disagree with him, and I disagree with you because you're wrong.
Of course you do.
Not everyone has to play a dominant game. Not everyone can play a dominant game. So you're wrong.
I
You're
agree.
objectively wrong.
I agree. But
Okay, then why
but
are you
if you
ranking them on
do,
something that not everyone can play like?
you could play it like that if you were a good
That's
player.
your subjective merit. You're subjectively saying that, oh, I want to rank them on dominance, which is not fair. So let's continue.
The best advice I received was from my mom. So we both love Michaela from Millennials, Gen X, and Game Changers. And she and I always remember that moment where
Why? Why Michaela?
she, is with her tribe mates and she's thinking 4 moves ahead and drawing things out in the sand. And they're always
Like
kind of looking at
from
her like, oh my
MVGX?
God, this girl is thinking ahead. And so my mom, remembering that moment and loving that moment, told me that
I mean, she's
I
fun.
think the same way as
She's good
Michaela.
at
She knows
challenges.
that I will also be thinking 4 moves ahead. So she told me to kind of keep that under wraps, like talk through things with people 1 or 2 moves ahead, but never let anybody know just how prepared you are for the rest of the game.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
Oh. A weird phrase that I would love to say at a challenge is this makes me gobble like a turkey.
Makes me gobble like a turkey.
You might as well just skip at that point. But whatever, it's okay.
What celebrity or fictional character would you want
Yeah,
to come out for
you
a
may
loved
as
one
well
visit?
just quit.
Oh,
You might as well just pull up Claire.
I kind of have a crush on Michael Pollan, the author. I just think he's so cool. Like his
May as
books
well
are so
just quit the
well written, and
game
he shows him
after
to write about
saying
such
that.
interesting topics throughout his career. So I'd probably invite him just to chat with him about, I don't know, like food and the body and psychedelics, everything that he knows so much about.
She was
That's
fine.
fair. And I'll be honest, she actually kept me fairly entertained. So I'm gonna put her at the top of the mid tier.
I like her, but she's okay. She's good. She's decent.
Also, I kind of
I
want
feel-
Carson. I kind of want Carson in the top of the mid tier now. I regret it.
I don't
I
really
don't
feel like I don't feel
Okay.
terrible about any of the people yet.
Except for Claire.
Well, I don't think Claire's gonna do bad in the game.
Okay. All right. Next
You're only
up we
saying that
got-
because you're biased.
I'm biased. Well, yeah, my biases were definitely confirmed when she literally skipped a question. Okay, let's move on. Heidi,
Okay.
who is gonna be probably the most boring person.
Pure pleasure is enjoying the perfect blend.
I don't know.
Let's see.
She's just gonna be the next Nika.
That is no. She's gonna be like Mariah, basically, like a better version of Mariah from.
Which is like Nika.
No, Naka's different. Naka's different.
They're all the same person, in my opinion.
Okay.
Heidi Laguerre Greenball.
I am 42 years old and I'm an engineer.
Oh
Turn
my
this
god,
up,
I
mate.
did not expect that voice. Okay, let's get into it.
Subtitle.
Oh yeah, I need to
Subtitle.
know. Okay, let's get into it.
Why are you here on Survivor?
I think
I
she's
am
more
here on
into
Survivor
the
because I'm
last
following
one.
my
I should
dreams.
know, I don't know.
So I am a latecomer to Survivor, and from the moment I watched the one episode, I was hooked. So then I ended up watching every season from the beginning, and I've been wanting to be on this show since I saw the first time. So
She
I felt-
also looks like she's zonked out on some drug.
first time. I want to
Everyone does.
my family. I want to represent
That's true.
Latinas out there, Latinas working in STEM, perhaps, and all those people who may have an accent, may sound different and look different.
It's definitely strange.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
Great question. So some of my neighbors started doing a poll to just selecting the winner from the beginning. And in all honesty, I had never watched an episode. And when I watched the first one, I got into it just because of that. So when I watched the first episode, I was like, how did I never know about this? I moved to the US in 2003. So for me, I just didn't watch from the beginning. I watched like halfway through, and then I ended up going back to season 1 to see what it was all about.
Give me one Survivor winner.
Why
and
are
one
you breathing so heavily? Relax.
I'm not breathing.
I can hear it.
Fight with the most.
Oh, it's probably because
Yes,
the
so I
phone is
think I would
close to
say
my
a winner
face.
will be Sandra. I'm from Puerto Rico. She's from Puerto Rico, and she was represented. She's almost like the pioneer Latina who actually won, and I look up to her. Something different from me and her, hopefully, will be that I don't sit in too many challenges. But definitely, she's one of my
That's good. That's a subtle burn at Sandra. So respect for that.
favorites. A
Wait,
non-winner. There's a
what'd
few
she
of them,
say? I wasn't paying
one
attention.
She said, "Hopefully, I won't sit as much as Sandra does in challenges," which is true.
that I truly like will be a villainess. A lot of people saw her as a villainess, but I truly like her. Angelina. I mean, her negotiations
Dub.
changed.
I like her
the
now.
way that this game is.
Heidi is praising Angelina for negotiation when it was such bad negotiation, and how it helped her in the game. It did not. It made her look like a joke. Okay, we're moving on.
Played. We've seen the negotiations for Rice later on in other seasons, so I truly enjoy her. She's all about female empowerment, and I love that, and I identify with that a lot. And I think I'm a little biased with the Latinas there.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
Sure. There's a
Add
few
them.
favorites. I think this is not my favorite because of what happened, but this is my favorite because I have rewatched it with my family multiple times just to have conversations. The moment when Zeke was outed was so
She talked about Zeke being outed.
powerful. It was so sad, but at the same time so powerful for me to have
Just
conversations
like
with my
I did
kids.
on RS.
And I truly see that as perhaps a line that I do not want
Relax. No mention that.
across, because he got to a personal side where it's a game. At the end of the day, we're going to play hard, but it is a game, and I really do not want to bring any personal items like that where it should not be my position to do something like that. So I take it as a teaching moment more than anything.
She's saying that
What's
made her
one life
sad.
experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
The life experience that had
Which I
prepared me
agree.
the most has definitely been moving to the US.
It made
I
her.
moved
I
after
think it
college.
made her
I
sad.
barely
too.
speak the language. I pretty much had
Okay,
nothing.
thanks for letting us
I didn't have any money. I didn't have a bed. I didn't have anything. Pretty much nothing other than an offer for a job. So that's why I moved. And I struggled. I went to the middle. I moved to the middle of New York, and I didn't have a car. I didn't have anything. So at the beginning, I just had to struggle a bit and hustle quite a bit in order to get myself going. And that struggle and adaptation that I had to do to move to the US from Puerto Rico was quite. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that moment, and it's made me who I am. And I think
She looks like someone. I don't know who.
a lot of what I've learned from that moment could be used into this game.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
What excites me the most?
Like an
I
actor
love
or
the
a
speed.
Survivor
I
player?
think when I watch the
No,
old
like a
episodes
Survivor
versus the
player.
new episodes, the new ones is like there's no time to breathe. And in all honesty, that's my
Kinda
life.
looks
I mean,
like-
I'm a full-time employee. I have 2 kids. I do all kinds of things on
She
the
looks
side. So
like
I'm always on the
Boston
run,
Rob.
and I love the pace. I really, really do. A lot of the wrinkles and the unexpected, expect the unexpected. It's really what it's all about, and I absolutely love.
Are you playing Big Brother? Okay.
I also love the evolution of the game, how diverse it is, how they share the stories of the people, and that's why I'm here, because it inspires me to be here, right? The people in the past inspire me, and I hope to
She's
inspire
kinda
people in the
boring.
future as well.
I'm gonna be honest.
What do you think people will perceive you
Again,
as?
like most of the stuff she's saying are just like standard platitudes and representation. That whatever. We'll continue.
I think they may perceive me a little
She's
bit
just
on the season side. I get the sense that I may
appeasing
be on the older
production.
side
She's
compared to
just
everyone else. So season is not a bad thing.
saying
I love
how she
people,
got
what's there.
casted. She's
but
like
I'm
another
bubbly.
one
I
of
love
the
people. I
ones
love
that
talking to
shocks
people. I
me.
love listening to people. So
Like, how
I
did you
hope they
cast
It's 'cause they
inspire
wa-
someone energetic who's willing,
They
to
wanted someone that was like a
who's trying to
older
kick our butts. At the
woman.
same time,
you know?
being authentic with
They
their
always
friendships
have
and
to
just
have
work hard in camp
one
and
older
There's
outside.
not
So
better
I hope they
options?
see me that I'm working hard.
Like 10,000
and
applicants.
hopefully
Hello.
but at the beginning, I cannot be too hard because they'll kick me out.
I
So
guess
gotta play
no
my timing
older
right, but
woman
hopefully they find me
applied
authentic.
that year.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
I'm looking for actually a partner that may be quite different than me. So I'm on the short side. I want to pair up with someone that's like on the tall side.
They-
I am
they
on the
should
older
put
side.
She wants to
Jillian
team
on
up with
Survivor.
people that are taller than her. That's literally what she's saying. It's terrible.
Maybe I don't know everyone's ages, but I'm gonna be on the older side, so I want to pair up with someone on the younger side.
She's kind of
So
cringe.
She wants to
be
pair with
honest.
a young tall person. That's not gonna work.
that's
So
my
she's
plan.
gonna
I'm
align
to
with
pair up and
Kane.
find someone that complements me, and I can complement them, and hopefully, have a good friendship.
That's
with
gonna
my
be an interesting alliance.
How
her
eager
and
will you be to look for
Kane.
advantages in the game?
I want to keep my composure, but I'm eager. I think we will all have our eyes open and ears open and all our senses quite open to find them. And I truly hope to find one, at least one. The secret behind it is going to be to actually
What is she
not
looking
share the
at?
secret with everyone. I feel like in the last few seasons, everyone shared every time they found an advantage or an idol or anything like that, and it bit them. So if I find one, my strategy coming in is hopefully not sharing the secrets.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
I will use the example I used in a previous question, which is hopefully not cross that personal ethical line. I'm going to play hard. This is a game of deceit, and I will play the game. But there's always that ethical personal line where I do not want to cross. I use the Seek example, and that's one line that I really truly hope that I will not cross.
I really don't
What's the
care
best
about
advice you
anything.
received before coming out to play?
All right, the best advice I received a few from my close people, my kids, my husband.
We're listening. We're gonna give her a chance. For the last.
That was one. If you find an idol that's for my kids, please do not share it with
Her
anyone
answers
unless
are very
they are
generic,
with you and
in
they
my
notice it, but to
opinion.
keep that a secret. From my husband, it was more on the lines of, your physical ability will take you so far. What's going to take you beyond your abilities will be your mind. So use your heart and your mind to, stay strong and just make sure that will take you farther than any physical ability you have.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an
If she skips this, she's going in the Claire tier. Okay.
idol?
We'll see.
To unlock it. Oh my God, that's a great question. And in all honesty, let me think about it, but I always say how I'm going to use Heidi-isms because my first language is not English. So sometimes I try to translate phrases from a different language to English and they just come out like, what did you just say? So I feel like I may say
that is actually good. That is actually good. That's a good way to come up with a phrase.
Along the lines that may be true in my native language and then kind of translate them. But what would that be? I don't have one right off the bat. But it would be certainly something that would not make sense.
Why is she looking at the ceiling?
What celebrity?
And she didn't answer the question. That's an automatic Claire tier. So
Yeah,
or
she's
fictional
going,
character
she's going
who
in
you want to
Claire
come
tier
out for a love
because she
life.
didn't answer the question.
She should have said something. She had it going. She had the ball rolling. But
Okay.
no,
Well, some of my, you know what? I would love Lin-Manuel Miranda. He identifies as Puerto Rican, although his parents are truly the ones that were born in the island. But that would be a dream, amazing dream come true. I absolutely love him, love everything he does, love everything he stands for, and that would be, gosh, a true dream come true.
All right. First of all, I just want to say Claire. Sorry, what's her name?
Heidi.
Heidi is like one of 3 people that are Hispanic that uses Latinx. Seriously, okay? So she's going in the Claire tier. She's joining Claire in the Claire tier, even though it's a Claire. She's in the Claire tier. So that's.
I agree.
Next up, we're going on to Josh Wilder.
How white do you think your teeth really are?
You know, he
Let's
was
try
like
the
when the
tissue
cast
test.
first revealed,
Oof,
he was like
still
the
yellow.
person I
There's
was gonna
toothpaste.
pick as my winner pick, but I changed my mind.
All right, sorry guys.
Who was my winner? I think I picked Helen, didn't I? I picked Lauren.
Helen is a terrible winner pick.
I picked Lauren.
All right, let's go on to the next video here. Josh.
Give us your name, age, and occupation.
My name is Josh Wilder. I'm 34 years old, and I'm a board-certified, fellowship-trained podiatric surgeon.
Subtitle.
Why are you here on Survivor?
Sorry, man.
So I'm here on Survivor because basically to fulfill my adventurous side.
This guy looks like Jeremy, talks like Jeremy, is Jeremy, okay? Jeremy from David vs. Goliath, which is a show that these guys have definitely watched because it's literally the recruit season this season. So.
When I was born with congenital deformity called Crue belly syndrome, where basically my kidneys weren't fully functioning. So I wasn't supposed to live past 5 years old. Thank God I got a kidney transplant when I was 9 years old by a cadaveric.
Well, that's his personal content.
The way he talks kind of reminds me of Josh from BB Can 10. No, not Josh. Actually, yeah, kind of Josh as well, but also Jay. I don't know why. But
donor, Kristen Regal.
Dude, I can already like they're just gonna give him that personal content of kidney transplant.
Like her life
which is fine because I think it's actually a good story.
Because of that, ever since then.
Yeah, but like, if he's not important to the season, I don't care.
No, I mean everyone's on the season for a reason. If they have to tell something small, like if that's the only thing we're gonna hear from him, that's fine. We'll see.
Yes.
I've always wanted to live my life through her.
I don't need this personal content. I'd rather just get to know them from them being on the show than get to know them by their sad backstory.
This for her and for my family.
Yeah, I know. This is not America's Got Talent. This is not. We don't have to hear about everyone's like hospital surgery. Everyone has that, and it's America, so it's obviously the healthcare system is garbage. But we're gonna move on. Okay.
They had to pay $200
What's your
billion
history with
to
watching
get
Survivor?
a heart transplant.
They have to pay they have to pay literally their entire 2 years of salary to pay for any surgery. No, I'm not even joking. It's true. But we're gonna move on.
So
I know it's true. That's the sad part. That is true.
Never done before, and my family was very athletic. And
I'm playing the best Super Smash Bros.
We
in the world right now.
every Thursday night, and I've seen almost every season.
You're getting such a bully.
Med school and college and everything. So we're very, very fans.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
I don't know.
One Survivor winner that I identify
He's gonna
with the
say
most would have to be
Jeremy.
Jeremy Bennett.
There you go. Good job.
Winner. Avy.
Avy.
Just because
Who's
he
Avy?
was, and then non-winner.
Davey?
Avy.
Davey. It says Avy on the top. I think it's Davey. I think you're right, Davey.
Sure. Just because he was a great overall social player and he did very well at challenges, but he got off 6th place, and I want to be the winner.
It's David.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
Davey.
Probably when Sari and the Dynamic Six, I don't think they're called Six, but it was the 6 women who voted out one of the guys.
This guy doesn't even know the name of the lines that took out Eric. This guy doesn't know.
He gave up his idol. Sorry, I'm blanking on the names, but he gave up his idol
He doesn't
And,
remember the Black
they took
Widow.
it out.
He's
They
a
were
he's a
6 women,
recruit. He's gonna
and
do
they
terrible.
dominated that whole season. I forget what it was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I see.
that moment in
I
time,
kind
that's
of
saying
I
the most to
like
me at
when
this
I
point.
first looked at him,
What's
I was like,
one
he
light-
looks like he'd be good, and then I listened to him and
And
talk.
by the way, sorry, I might have misspoke because look, you don't have to watch the show to be good at the game, okay?
Earl
just
Cole
saying.
did not watch the
Yes,
show.
I was about to. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you don't have to watch the show to be good at it. But the thing is, I don't even know if Jeremy's gonna be good at it even then, even if he did watch the show. So we'll see.
life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
He's gonna be the first boot.
Probably being a surgeon.
He's gonna
because you
he's
always
gonna
have
be
to
the guy
prepare
who gets
for
medevaced at the
some people
He's
beginning.
gonna be Voce.
wrong. In the operating room, you're prepared for,
Yeah,
the linear
that's
progression
actually a
A to
good
B, but
comparison.
that always doesn't go the way you want it to be. It's never A to B. It's always kind of B to D or C to F.
No, I think he's
always being
gonna be the
prepared
guy who
for
gets
the next step
medevaced at
and
the
having a
beginning.
backup plan and a backup plan to that backup plan.
'Cause I'm just in denial
as
of
well.
that.
Also, being athletic, doing
I'm in
obstacle races
denial.
once or twice a year has prepared me for the challenges because I like that competitive nature
Probably.
and that side of things.
That's probably why I'm in
What
denial.
excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
So the new twists, new turns, the new challenges. What scares me probably is the Beware challenge because there's all those twists kind of make it hard for you to kind of play a game with your alliance number. So honesty and integrity kind of go out the window with this game. At first, when it first came out, I told myself I'm gonna play an honest game. I'm gonna have my alliance numbers. I'm not gonna backstab. But with this new era, there's no way you can do that because there's always new twists and turns. So that's exciting, and it's more of a mental, emotional game now, more so. So everything's new, and I'm very excited to do it.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
I think they'll perceive me as athletic and one that provides for my tribe mates at first. And then I want to be more social and inclusive with my tribe mates so I can get to the end. And at that point, it's gloves off. I'm going to backstab, cheat, steal, do what I need to do to get there. But at first, I'm going to play a very social game, be athletic, be the provider.
Lie, cheat, and steal is the dumbest phrase for Survivor because the last two words don't even apply to the game. Just saying.
And then
But I know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like just like a simple saying, but it's true.
merge, I make to merge, they're willing, then I'm going to do what I need to do.
Not to be
Everything's all that's out the
pedantic,
window.
but it's true.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
The type of player I'm looking for in an alliance are someone who will have my back, kind of honesty and trustworthiness to an extent. You can't really trust anybody in this game, right? But
I
every
hope
card
Matt
can change and vice versa.
from
So I want that one
San
person to be
Francisco
my ride or die, my
wins.
wingman, my wingwoman, up until the merge, and then we can split off. But to get to that point, you kind of have to feel
Bruce literally just said the same thing that he said, by the way. But you went
everybody
here for
out.
that.
And to do that, I want to
This
try to
guy's
avoid
boring
tribal
as
councils
fuck,
as much
I'm
as possible
sorry.
by winning challenges, being a supporter, being the provider, just keeping our team nice and tight.
By the way,
So-
if you guys don't know, Kenny has like no attention span. So he thinks everything's boring. It's okay. We don't think this is. It's an interview. It is what it is. And not
No,
everybody's
he
gonna be
needs
entertaining every second.
he
of the
needs
game.
Definitely
he needs
need
to
that one
say
person with honesty and
something more
trustworthiness.
interesting.
How eager will you be to look for advantages
Look, I don't think you can say much interesting with your 8 minutes of an interview either. Okay.
in the game?
Okay, if you
Very eager. That's one of my
interviewed
top
me for
things on my list
BBF, I would have
to do
given the
because I'm
best
already-
interview
We
of
don't
all
need to
time.
talk about BBF.
He has
Nobody
a
knows
threat
what
with
that
my
is.
athletic
So
ability. So I want
I
to
don't
win
care.
challenges,
I don't
be
care.
social, so
I
can
talk
find
about
my one
Animal
weak person
Viber.
and then find these hidden advantages and hidden immunity
Yeah,
items so I
nobody
can
cares
get
about
further in the
Animal
game so I
Viber
won't
either.
perceive as a bigger threat than I'm already
I
perceived
got
as.
voted out.
What's the one thing
Nobody
you told yourself
cares.
you wouldn't do in this
Here,
game?
at
It was
least.
very
I told myself that I
sad.
wouldn't let my emotions get the best of me, and I wouldn't let other people play on my emotions. And it's probably easier said than done, but I've seen it before on Survivor. People play on emotions and tug at
What
that
is this
and
man
kind of use that
talking
against
about?
them. So I need to just keep my eye on the prize and not let people or my tribe mates kind of get me kind of roused up or use certain stories against me with my emotions and not let that overcome me. Kind of like what Jonathan was doing with Marianne. He was kind of getting annoyed with her a little bit, didn't let his emotion. He kept his emotions in check because he knew that would be the target on his back.
What's the best advice
Oh
you
wow.
received?
Is he talking about-
He used Jonathan as an example, which is surprising. Well, continue.
Coming up,
Jonathan
Just be
didn't.
yourself. That was probably the best advice. I got.
Jonathan literally
Can you come
kept himself from getting mad at Marianne. Like, what is he talking about?
He said that. He literally was saying that.
Oh, I
Seen-
thought he was saying that he was being mean to
No,
Marianne.
he said no. We're being fair here.
up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to
Well,
unlock
now I
Emerald?
like him a bit. We should get Survivor
Wait,
Spencer
he
to
might
come on,
skip. He might skip this question.
The eye of
which
the
means
tiger
he would go in the
is
Claire
very
tier.
cool.
Oh,
I
the
don't
Eye
know.
of the Tiger. It's
They come up with
very
some interesting
full.
ones there. It's very cool.
Okay, that's fine.
What celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a loved one's visit?
I would love to see Usher. I've always been a big fan of Usher, and I always was told I look like
Usher?
I don't think I do, but I'm a big fan, so
Nah.
yeah.
He's gonna be ushered into last place in the season. That's for sure. But
Yeah, I'm not feeling great about him. I'm not
as
feeling
for
great about him.
Josh, he's the first person that's gonna make the bad team. There's still a garbage tier
Yeah.
that he's filling up, and Claire is technically the garbage tier, but we'll come back to that. And
To
we
start
have-
off, tell us
I
about yourself.
agree.
Give us your
Second
name,
to
age, and occupation.
we're off. to
Matt from San
Matt
Francisco.
Blankenship,
Matt-
who looks like
Turn the subtitles.
Ricky Lukens from GTA. If you know who that is, search it up.
Yeah, but he also looks like Brad Reese if Brad Reese was like Asian and young.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, let's get to this video. And by the way, you know he's gonna lose because he didn't put effort into shaving his armpits for the game. That's how much you know he's gonna
Subtitles.
lose the game.
What the
And-
subtitles?
Yeah, let's get on to the subtitles here.
No, I think he's gonna win. He's my winner pick.
My name is Matt.
Actually, no, Lauren's my winner pick, but I like it.
Cybersecurity engineer.
Why are you here on Survivor?
I'm here on Survivor mostly for me. It's an internal struggle. I want to sort of prove to myself that I can do this really challenging game.
Okay,
I want
that's
to sort of
just
test
you're just lying
myself.
to
As a
production
kid, I
to
think I
get
was
on
a
the
lot
show.
more
But okay.
afraid of taking risks and afraid of being in front of people or judged by people. And I think I've grown a lot. But this will be like the ultimate test of that. You know, my comfort with discomfort, I guess.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
Yeah. So when I was in high school, there was a girl that I really liked, and she introduced me to Survivor. She was like, "The show is awesome. We gotta watch this." And I loved it. Like I couldn't get enough of it. And so since then, been watching pretty regularly, and it was a dream of mine to be on the show. So I tried, and I made it. Here I am. This is actually happening. So I'm very stoked to be here. I'm stoked to like watch myself with my friends.
He's
that I watch
very
Survivor with.
stoked
I think
to
it's gonna
be
an
here.
amazing, moment for us.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
Sure.
Bard, would you be very
identify
stoked
with
to
the
be
most.
on Survivor?
Of course I would.
I
Because
identify
I
a
have to
lot
win,
with
so I'm gonna be
Yule.
putting all
I
my
think it was
energy into
awesome
it.
as a person who was
Did you
part
apply?
Asian to see
No.
an Asian man, you know,
This
out
is
there
not
kicking
a
ass,
good
playing
age
games,
range to
and like
apply,
just doing a great job.
Okay.
And he really inspired me.
Applying
I
at
guess that's
18,
true.
19, 20
Be here.
is
Like
not good.
you know, he was one of the
But
people
you
I thought
should
was like, wow, that person
apply
shares
before
something
it's
with
too
me.
late.
Like maybe I could do this as well.
I'd rather not
And
play
a
ever
non-winner
than playing
who
good
I
first boot.
identify with.
Come on.
This is going to be a little bit of
You're not gonna get
thing,
first
I think.
boot.
But Eric Reichenbach, famous for giving up immunity and falling victim to the Black Widow Brigade. I see some of myself in him. I see
Well, you're gonna lose.
he was kind of like
I like this guy.
thrown
He's
into
really
the
fun.
deep end with all of these women.
Yeah, it
and
seems like
He's young
he's like
Stevie.
not really sure how to handle all of these
No, he
pressures.
reminds me of Yule.
And
He
I think
reminds me
there's
of
a part
like
of me that
a
really
more
wants that
fun.
feeling of,
He's
like,
like
wow,
a
people,
no,
want
like his
things from me.
voice. He sounds like you.
How like can I
And
stand up for myself and not
No,
give
you
he
have a
remi- he,
deeper voice.
I see him as a more like a less robotic Yule. You know.
Mm.
to them, or do I just like bend
That's
over?
true.
So
He's
I
more
kind of I
emotional.
can relate to that, but I hope I don't make the same mistakes.
What's your favorite
A
moment in Survivor
less
history?
just
I
game
think
body.
a lot of
You
my
know.
favorite moments related to Eric have to
I like
do
him.
with
I hope
like
he does well. And
momentous
I'm only
moments,
referring
catastrophic
to him
errors
as Matt
that
from
people
San
make for
Francisco
whatever reason.
instead of
So I love
just
that moment
Matt.
in
You know.
Tribal where
Okay.
you know someone busts out the
Okay, go
knowledge
ahead.
is power advantage, and they're like, "I'm gonna take your immunity idol," and then the person's like,
Like he just mentioned, don't please production stop with the knowledge is power. Please never again. Look, it's never worked. God is telling you not to make it work with 3 seasons in a row of it failing. So please do not do it.
Same
Ever
with
again.
Do or Die. Same with Do or
Same
Die.
with Do or Die.
They made it.
They're
It didn't work twice.
The Survivor gods are saying, no, don't do it. We're not letting you do this. Don't do it again, ever. They're trying to stop you. So get the message, accept it, or else the show's going to get canceled in the next 2 seasons, okay? Thanks. Let's move on.
I don't have an immunity idol, and all the draws like drop to the floor, and it's this big like oh shit moment. I love that as an audience member. That's like what I live for. Yeah.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I've had to learn the hard way in my life is that things don't always work out the first time around.
True, and this might be true in this case, where you lose your first time around and come back later and win, which is going to happen to Matt. He's not going to come back, we don't know, but he's going to lose the first time. We'll see.
And it's tough to put a lot of yourself into something. I'm thinking like I've auditioned for
He is the
bands,
winner of the
or
night
I've
of the
applied to
All-Star
colleges or
season.
applied to jobs where
That'll be
you put a lot
hilarious.
of yourself into this and like put a lot of
No,
your
he's
focus
gonna be
on
the
how your
next
life will be
two-time winner.
on this thing,
That's what
and
it's
then
gonna
they
be.
reject you, that you fail.
But Matt is completely right. This is a really good lesson learned, and I absolutely agree with him. Let's continue.
And dealing with that, you know, my current job, I applied 3 times and they rejected me each time. And then the 4th time, I finally got the job. So I think that persistence and that ability to like take this
They just got
moment of
annoyed by
defeat
you, so they
and
said,
pick yourself
"Fuck
up and turn
off,
it around and
you're
try
hired."
again, will be really important in this game. Because
That's the way.
no matter who you are, there's a moment along your survivor journey where you are at rock bottom. You feel like nothing is going your way, everything's terrible. And I think that those moments are what separate the really great players from the players who just sort of fold.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
I love that you cannot know what to expect. There are
Yes,
just so many
W take
things
after
that
W
are
take.
unheard of and new, and everyone is going into this game, I think,
I like this
with
guy.
a
Common
fresh sense of what the game
Matthew
could be,
from San
what it means
Francisco
to play
W.
Survivor. So, you know, if you have a game plan of like, I'm going to play it
Common
this way,
Ricky
what could
Lucas,
actually happen out there
W
could be
from
totally
PCA.
different because everything has changed and they've thrown in some other crazy thing. And I think that's exciting because I think what that means is they
You're literally the
want
most
people to be
stereotypical tech
adaptable.
nerd
They
in
want people
San
to be
Francisco,
making,
California ever. like
relationships
Silicon Valley.
across alliance
This guy.
lines and always
Yeah,
playing the game for
that's
you.
true.
And it just shakes things up and it gives people who are maybe on the bottom a chance to come back and make something new out of whatever the new situation is. So I think it's an interesting era of Survivor that we have entered in. And I'm excited to just test myself with it.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
I think people tend to
I
perceive
like
me
his
as a
tank top,
pretty
by the
laid
way.
back and like happy, joyful
Yeah.
dude.
I
And I
really
think there's
hope
a
he
big
does
element of truth
well.
to that. That all describes me pretty well. But I think that there's also a level of contemplativeness,
I feel like he's a
where
likable guy.
thinking
Could
through
get
things that I
he's
say
gonna get
really, really
along with
carefully,
people. I
that
think he'll do
people
okay.
maybe don't associate as
No?
much with me. And I'm hoping
Probably like
it stays that way. I'm
mid-merge,
hoping that ends up being like people
mid-merge.
underestimate me
I
as a guy
think
who's
pre-merge
here
should
to
be
just have a
fair.
really fun adventure and like play this fun game, and they won't see how much I'm thinking behind the scenes.
I hope I'm wrong.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
Yeah.
I see him as either like a
I think
endgamer.
for me, my
Because
ideal
I can see him
alliance
doing
is
multiple
someone
types of
with
things.
whom I
Either
can
like a
chat
really good
about
player,
all
or
the
he's like a Romeo, or he's like a
Owen.
someone who goes during like the double tribal.
I can see him
You
being.
know?
I can see him teaming up with Carson. We'll see.
different options. I think people often get pigeonholed into it's either
Like
this
if
person
I
or
were
that
to
person.
compare him
Like,
to
which one's
someone
better?
the most, it would
But
probably
what I
be
would want is
like
someone who
what?
can look at the whole
Maybe Kenny?
tribe, right?
Actually,
It's not
yeah,
just
he
two
does
people
look like
who are
Kenny.
locals,
Actually, I
everyone.
didn't even
And
realize
think
that.
through all of the different options and maybe come up with creative
Maybe
strategies
maybe
or
like a more
listen to my
like a bit more physical version of Kenny.
Yeah.
creative strategies and talk me through them. And I want to be working genuinely
A
with this
probably
person.
more likable version of Kenny.
People always fight the deception and whatever because I think that's exciting. But at least for the first part of the game, I want someone who I can fully trust with everything I have and who won't
Absolutely
go like
right.
rat me
Good
out
job,
for
man.
saying, oh, maybe we should go out this person.
From saying
So yeah, I'm looking for a
this
really,
person.
really genuine connection and someone who I feel like we can.
He's
discuss
gonna be the
fully
fan
transparently with.
favorite.
And
He's gonna be
actually,
no,
at
it's
some
gonna
point
be
down the line,
Jam
we'll
Jam
have
is the
to
fan
turn
favorite.
on each
He's
other,
my
but
fan favorite.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
How eager will you be to look for
The season
advantages in
hasn't
the
even
game?
started yet, but we
Very
can make that kind of.
this new era is
I like
defined
him.
by
I like
advantages.
Kane.
And
I like
having an advantage opens up so many doors
Franny's
of possibility
cool.
for you
I like
that it is
Lauren.
really doing yourself a disservice in this game to not be looking for
Bruce.
advantages. I would expect everyone out there to be looking for advantages because they're so huge.
Matt is the most likely person to get caught looking for advantages on day one and getting in trouble for it.
That's his worst case scenario is he's a Jason from IOI.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Yeah, and you
what it
want
is.
to have
That's his worst
at
case.
any
That's
stage
his
of the
worst
game.
case.
It's valuable to have multiple things that you could do and be able to choose from them. It's embarrassment of riches. That's the position I want to be in.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
So one thing that I think is a challenge for me.
I feel like he's
sometimes,
Kenny,
I'm getting
but
into my
doesn't
own
play
head
it like
about how
you
people
know.
are judging me
Yeah.
or how I'm coming off or
I think he's
what
gonna be more like
should
a
I
casual
say,
player. He's
or
not
like
gonna play
this
as hard
person wants
as
something
like
from
even
me.
Kenny.
Like I feel like I have to give it to them.
Yeah.
You know, like that voice of
No, I
anxiety
like him,
and
though.
stress
I like
and whatever.
Yeah, I like him. I
It's
don't
not my
care if
friend
you're
in this
gonna
game.
play hard
Everyone
or
here
not,
is
just
playing
be
for
fun.
themselves. And
Like
I have to do the
Gabler.
same thing. So my kind of personal goal for myself is
Like
not
Brad
get caught up
Reed.
Like
in that anxious voice and
Well,
just be
Brad
willing to
played
make
really
decisions.
hard. He played too hard.
No, Brad played hard, but he didn't play good, and that's why I liked him.
No, he did play good. He just fucked up his boot round. If you just got JD on his side, full JD and Genie, yo, vote out Ricard. He gets to the final two of fucking UA with Genie.
That is true, but you know, Brad actually did a lot of good work. He was good at managing his perception. Sydney and Tiffany both trusted him with an advantage, so I really respect that.
Exactly.
We're not talking about
Like
Brad here.
if Brad just played his boot round correctly, he would have had a deep run.
He would have had a deep run, but he wouldn't have won. But I would love to have seen Brad win. And you know what, production? Bring him back. Bring him back. He's like the best
bring my
player
boy
of the
back.
recent era. The most entertaining.
Bring my boy. He's like the best pre-merge boot since like what, Ace?
Since Bradley.
Ace is better.
I'm a Bradley fan. You're an Ace fan. It's fine. It is what it is.
For me and not feel bad about it because everyone here knows it's the game of Survivor and they're going to try to use my like urge to give them things that they want against me. I can't let that happen.
He has similar. This guy has similar hair to Brad.
My dad told me to trust myself out here.
There's
I
two
think,
people
like I
with
said,
afros
that
on this
voice
season.
of anxiety is always there. And
This
always,
is not
like,
even
kinda
afro.
talking
This is
me
like
down.
almost like a mullet. This is like a mullet afro.
Nah, it's like a small
and
afro.
At home, I can always turn to my parents or my best
I think
friend
his hair's
to
cool.
like talk me out of that negative headspace. But here, it's just me, and I have to rely on me. So
He needs
the
to comb his head. Though. That's
advice is just to trust myself.
He needs to
Trust
shave.
that
He
I
needs
can
to
do this,
shave.
and trust that I can
That's what he needs.
support myself.
He could
and,
look really good if he
just
shaved
go out
and
there
he gave himself like a
be who I am
typical
bravely.
haircut.
Well,
Like he
well,
could.
if you
Can you
look
come up
at
with
his
your own weird phrase?
if you looked at his leaked cast photo, he had a typical haircut, and like he didn't look. I didn't like it.
Let's pull it up. Survivor 40 forecast.
Just go on inside Survivor.
Let's pull it up. And yeah, It's not loading the image. The images aren't loading. Do you have the image on hand or something?
He's right there. He's right. Dude. Okay, fine. Hold on.
Oh wait, they're loading in. They're loading in. Oh, I see. This is what I was talking about. It looks good. It looks fine.
I don't like
And-
it. I don't like him. I like his afro. I think his
You don't
afro
like
makes him
him.
look unique.
I mean, look.
He just looks. He looks kind of generic. He looks
He
kind of
grew out,
generic.
he
in
grew
that
out all
photo.
his hair. He grew out his armpit hair. He grew out his beard hair. He grew out his hair. He grew everything out. He didn't even shave his armpits. So
He stands out. He stands out more with his.
he probably
current
didn't even
hair.
shave his pubes, to be honest. But let's continue.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
And
Hopefully he doesn't pull a Richard Hatch.
bravely.
Yeah, hopefully.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge
Otherwise, his nickname in his camp is going to be George Bush. Okay, let's continue.
to unlock an idol?
Ooh. Give me a second.
If you were doing the interview, you would ask which president do you see yourself most as, most like. If you guys don't know, Bard really likes politics.
The oyster has landed on the moon.
I do not know
and
why.
the chickens are out.
What
Oysters
celebrity
land on
or
the moon and the chickens are out. Look, at least you tried. Okay.
fictional character would you want to come out
Yeah,
for a loved
at
one
least
visit?
that's better than fucking Claire
Alright,
Heidi.
let me think about that one too.
A bunch of others. He tried. He tried at least.
Maybe I would take Albus Dumbledore. I feel like he is the
Dumbledore.
guy who always knows what to say
Dumbledore.
in just the right moment, and whatever I need in that moment, he would give me. So I bring Dumbledore along.
I could see that. He's cool. I like him. Put him in the
Matt
top.
is in the good tier. He's not in the great tier, but he's in the good tier. He's like about where Jam Jam is. Probably above Carson. Carson at this point, I'm gonna
For
move
me-
Carson in mid tier. I'm gonna move him to mid tier.
Yeah.
Because,
Below Franny. Below Franny.
he's getting
Honestly,
outplayed
below
here.
Franny.
I would actually
Below
agree, yeah.
Franny.
Even Helen, I can honestly see the argument, but we're gonna keep him where he is. But he's dropped. All right, so we're down to 6 people left. We got Brandon next, who should have been earlier on. I don't know why. The thing didn't order by alphabetical order. I just put up by the order in which they're uploaded, so that's why Brandon wasn't early on. He should have been like second. He should have been the second person we did, but we're doing him now.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm excited for
epic
King. I
moisturizer?
think King is cool.
Meet Ultra Facial Cream. Our fast absorbing formula.
Yeah. And he looks like Jacob Derwin and Daniel Strunk, but I feel like he's gonna be better than Daniel Strunk.
I agree too. And he's
And
gonna,
he's
like,
gonna
probably-
realize
We're gonna get
he's
to him.
gonna
We
real-
want to talk about him later on. We don't want to spoil our thoughts right now.
Okay, you're right.
Here we go. We got Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Dude, what would I do without you on this podcast? I'd be
To start
talking
off,
about
tell us
some
about
random shit.
True.
Give us your name,
Well,
age, and
continue,
occupation.
So my name is Brandon Cottom. I'm 29, and I currently am an account manager for a family security firm. I'm also a speed coach at the Preaching Speed School, so I work with young children, coaching them to get faster and stronger.
I just
Why are you
stabbed
here
a
on Survivor?
gerrymander.
I'm here on Survivor
Thanks.
because it's really a once in a lifetime opportunity adventure. I think
'Cause I hate
for me, it's about
Charizard.
trying to not only learn more about myself, but create a better
Wait,
future for myself and my family.
sometimes.
I think that it's very rare that we have opportunity to kind of detach ourselves from
fuck
civilization. So you say, I
Brandon.
mean, like taking away all distractions of social media and just everything. Like there's no chance you get to really detach from everything, but just kind of focus on yourself and kind of who you want to be. And I think the Survivor kind of pulls that out of everybody, whether they like it or not. So I mean, that's really the reason I'm here.
Gumball is high on Brandon. I'm not, and we'll see. We'll see who's right after this.
He's okay. He's okay.
I want to see kind of what I'm made of and see what I'm capable of because I've never.
And Gumball's, by the way, great job by Gumball. But in his recent podcast with Peridium, Russell Muscle, and
Russell
Flynn
Muscle
Masters.
TV.
Flynn Masters, who looks like Dream, and Gumball, who looks like absolute legend Chad. And we got Peridium and Russell Muscle. But it's okay. We'll continue.
Put myself in a position like this.
I got
also just,
robbed in the
feed you beautiful,
bucket.
So it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, honestly.
That is true.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
So I actually started watching Survivor when I was a young kid with my
Imagine
father.
it was Gabon,
Started
but-
at season 1, and through that time, it became like a
That'd be
bonding moment for us.
hilarious.
Then, when I actually moved out to go to college, we got
You
kind of
know,
detached from
the
show.
one buff
Not
I
for
always
anything,
wanted,
just
and
because
I
was busy in other ventures.
want to
And
get it
when I moved
before I
back to Pennsylvania
die,
and got close
is
to my father
a
again,
Fong buff.
that was one of our bonding moments again. We got right back into it and started
Why?
watching.
Is that Kenny?
We never fell off. So it was more so a bonding experience for me than
No, it's because it's the best tribe in Survivor history. It's my favorite.
No, the best tribe in Survivor history is Navidi. Navidi strong, baby.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Yes,
It's fucking
sir.
Angela.
Yeah, Angela's better than everyone on Fong. And look at the face we paused on.
Angela is
Brandon.
better than Kristen. Angela is better than fucking Ace, if we're counting 2.0.
Look,
Like,
look
fuck
at
off.
look at Brandon right now, and then that's my reaction. What you just said.
Oh my god.
All
Oh
right,
my
continue.
god. Actually,
Really, that was our opportunity
I'm a
to come together,
screenshot
watch
that. I'm
something,
a
and
screenshot.
enjoy it together.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
I think one winner that I identify with is Jeremy.
Mike Bloom sounds like Ben Shapiro. If you guys don't know who that is.
I say that because I think when he came into the game, he
I think
understood
they
that he was
know
going to be a
who
physical
Ben
threat,
Shapiro
and he
is.
played
He's
the
a
game
piece
well.
of shit.
Hypothetically speaking, that he kept around. Maybe not necessarily his alliances or allies, but it's people that he uses as we call meat shields. And personally, I feel like that's kind of the situation I'm
Hypothetically
going to be in. I think
speaking,
people are going to look at me as a physical threat because of my size and stature. So I need to, always have that
you're
in the back
too
of my head
hard
and
on
find
Claire.
ways to combat that, whether that's, going out and
No, I'm
letting
not.
me see
I'm
who
not
I
hard on Claire at all. She's hard on herself. She can't even answer a question about her favorite phrase or whatever. And by the way, these guys know that question's gonna pop up, and they didn't come up with it. Whatever.
really am and understand my personality, and then also having a couple other big guys that I try to keep around, so pressure's not necessarily on me. And I think one non-winner that I really do identify with is Danny. The reason I say that, Danny played in the NFL. I also played in the NFL.
Yeah, obviously.
And I love the way that he went throughout the show without anybody saying that side of him. And I think that's something
This
I definitely
guy's
want to
from
carry
Washington State. He's done. He's done. He's not gonna win.
the show as well, because again, that's something that I feel like puts an unnecessary target on my back. Everybody feels
What
like
if he's the guy who gets
millions of dollars
medevaced at the
signing
start?
huge contracts, when in reality that's only a small percentage of people who actually play in the league. So
Actually,
I don't wanna put
I don't want to say
It's either him. It's either
Let's
him,
not
Bruce, or
speculate
John.
on that. Let's not speculate because some people may have not even seen the preview and they don't want to think about it. So we don't want to make them think about it and have their mind racing about who's what.
unwanted or unnecessary attention on myself than need be.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
Yes, I think my favorite moment is probably, honestly, I love the change of pace of the game. Honestly, like perfect example, in the season with Danny, they had won one of the challenges, and next thing you know, I believe it was Eric had the opportunity to go off and kind of change the whole course of the game. And I think that on one hand, yeah, it's
I
rough,
hate
and
going to
being on,
family
the other side of
gathering.
that,
No one's
so I can
forcing
think
me
about
to
that,
in
but on the
10
other
minutes. Like, fuck.
You don't have to let us know that. And by the way, he's the opposite of Danny because he likes the hourglass. So
I think that just shows the beauty of Survivor, that this is not a predictable game. There's
He
nothing about
likes
this
the
game that you can
hourglass. That's kind of
anticipate. It really keeps you on your toes, and it really sees what you're made of and how you react to what's going on.
He's
in front
the
of you.
first boot.
I think personally
He's
that
the
was one of my
first
favorite
boot.
moments, just because it really
no,
was a
no
complete
way,
switch up
no
from
way.
anything that
Someone
anybody's
like this.
experienced in the game.
What's
Very
He's
rarely
18th
is it
place.
that someone built like Brandon is ever going to be first boot. Very rarely
He's
does that happen.
He's 18th place.
One life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game.
Let's see, one life experience
Nope.
I think is preparing for the
He's
game
the
would
guy
be,
getting
just dealing with people on a
medevaced,
daily
which
basis,
means
whether
he's
that's
18th
at work. Since I do manage security guards, they're always trying to pull wool over my eyes, trying to tell me things that aren't necessarily true. So it becomes a matter of trying to weed out what's truth and what's not, and kind of taking the context clues into account. Because if not, just like Game Survivor, people are gonna try to pull wool over my eyes. They're gonna try
Context clues very important. Being able to read the situation very important. Being able to not talk about Super Mario 3D World during a podcast also very important.
to tell me lies, and they're gonna try to set me up in ways that
What
I might
about
not necessarily see
BBF?
coming unless I'm paying attention to
And also BBF and Animal Viver
everything, the whole
and Matt Viver.
big picture of it. So I think dealing with
fuck that.
people that I've dealt with it,
Fuck
being
Matt
exposed to so many
Viver.
different people,
Fucking
races, so
hate
many
those guys.
We don't need to talk about that.
religions, it kind of helps me also to relate with people a lot better. It's not
You can't just take away my win. That's not how it works.
I feel like that helps me to connect with people.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
I think what excites me most is, like I said, just not knowing what's coming next. It's scary. The unknown is always scary, but I think it's exciting at the same time because, on one hand, it could affect you negatively. You could, be at the top of the world. Next thing you know, it's snatched from underneath you. But on the other hand, you could be at the bottom and looking, as though, your time is up and this is the end. And next thing you know, all of a sudden you're at the top, something drastic happens and game changes. It's one of those games where it's like, if you make it through the night, there's no telling what the next day is going to bring. You could completely switch the whole game up. And I think that's really exciting, honestly.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
I think that people perceive me as somebody who is, yes, like a physical player and wants to do well in the challenges, but also somebody who's surprisingly intelligent and also very strategic in his moves. I'm somebody who I'm very aware of myself and I'm very aware of my surroundings. And I think that's one of the mistakes that you see a lot of survivors make, is that they undermine other people's games. They put limits on other people.
He said in the preview that he was a Renaissance man, whatever that means.
Renaissance? What?
It's because he said he plays chess, which means he's a Renaissance man.
What's going on.
I don't know what that
that's
in that context, I don't know what
So I
that
think people will see that I'm respectful, but at the same time, I play hard and I'm here to win.
The guy who's
What
like,
type of player are you looking
muscly,
for
but
in an
he's
alliance?
also like smart.
Oh, okay.
So in an alliance, I'm looking
I
for somebody who
think.
is
I might be wrong
predictable,
with that,
because
though.
it's hard to say somebody I can trust, because you really can't trust anybody in this game. But I think trying to align with a predictable player is better than trying to align with a wild
Again, Brandon is actually telling the truth here. Let's go Brandon again. He's smart.
card.
He's
I'm just trying to
fine.
make the most flexible
He's
relationships with people. So
fine.
whether that's somebody who I align with, or somebody who's similar to me, or somebody who's completely opposite to me, I think the biggest thing for me is, like I said, finding somebody who's predictable, somebody who, if they say they're going to do this, I can pretty much count that they're probably going to do that, or think or guess what their next move will be. I think it's the wild cards you have to watch out for, and they're the ones that are a little bit spooky, honestly.
How eager will you be to look for advantages in the game?
So honestly, initially, I'm not going to be very eager at all. I think that's one of those
Don't.
Kisses of death that a lot of people they make and they don't even realize sometimes that they're making it. I mean, when I think of it from like a numbers game, you have depending on how many people in the tribe, especially starting off, you have a 1 in 6 chance of finding, which is not that great. So I don't feel like the risk necessarily outweighs the reward early in the game.
1 in 6 chance of finding it is not accurate. You have to factor in the fact that some people aren't going to look for like you, which makes it 1 in 5. You have to factor in the fact that some people look more than others. So
Now the later in the game that I make it, it's definitely that's going to pick up, and I'm going to start with it from a lot more advantageously. But initially, I think it's going to be more so about building, my social relationships with people, and also trying to figure out who I'm out there with, trying to figure out, what makes them tick, what are their motivations, because it's
Well, actually, in this season, it's not even gonna matter looking for the idol because there's gonna be an idol in the middle of the cage. So
easier to play on somebody's emotions when you understand what
They don't
motivates
know
you
that.
what you think.
they don't know that.
What's the
Yeah,
one thing
but
you
it's
told
gonna be
yourself
interesting
you
to
wouldn't do in this game?
It's gonna change games.
I don't think there's anything I told myself I wouldn't do. One thing no, that's not true.
It's
One thing
gonna
I told
be a
myself I wouldn't do is
Survivor
lose myself
game
in the game.
changer.
And you know what? I
It's
just
gonna
realized
be
Matt
like-
is the most likely person to try to do that, to do the idol cage. You can already imagine him. He's great.
At the end of the day, I have to put
Hope
myself in
Matt
here, and I have to.
wins. I really
I have
like
a family
him.
back home, and I'm trying to represent myself well and them well. So I did tell myself that I'm not going to make my family look dumb. I'm not going to make myself.
Him and Kane.
Now, what exactly does that mean? It's kind of hard to say without
Probably
knowing
my
exactly what the game is,
favorites.
but I know how I want to carry myself and how I want to be perceived by others. So I don't want to make my family look stupid or make myself look stupid.
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
I think the best advice that I received was from my dad. It was just, pray every day and trust your instinct and be yourself. I think that's important. I try to keep God close in my life, and especially when things are really out of my hands, I try to put it in His
He's
hands.
a
So
religious
just
guy,
really,
which-
staying true to who
Not
I
me,
am
but
and
it's okay.
true to what I feel, and not second guessing myself. I feel like that's another area where people kind of
Nothing
mess
wrong
themselves
with
up. They
that.
second guess their initial instinct. A lot of times, your instincts are more than likely right. So just not second guess myself and not giving myself any reason to look back and say, "Oh, I wish I would have done this," or "I wish I would have done that."
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
My own weird phrase that can be said at a challenge. Let's think. Monkey see, monkey do, but it'll never get the best of you.
That's
What
good.
celebrity or fictional
I
character
like that.
would you want to come out for a
kind of
loved one's
fun.
visit?
Sounds
What
kind of
celebrity or
fun.
fictional character?
I wish
If
I
could
could
choose
hear
anyone,
him.
it'd be Dave Chappelle. I mean,
He
honestly, I
said
feel
monkey see, monkey do, but I forgot.
I know. I read it.
monkey see, monkey do, but it'll never get the best of you. You're a fictional character.
Good.
If I could
But
choose
I'll
any celebrity,
never
it'd be
get the
Dave Chappelle.
best of
I mean,
you.
honestly, I feel like he's somebody who.
Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle, fuck
What
yeah.
celebrity or fictional character?
Dub,
If I could choose
dub.
any celebrity, it'd be Dave
You're
Chappelle.
dub.
I mean, honestly, I
He's
feel
a
like he's
W
somebody
for
who
that.
is lighthearted
Great
and obviously
comedian.
it's funny, but at the same time, he has a lot of wisdom. I just feel like that's kind of the picker up of that I would.
Literally
If
a
I choose any
legendary.
celebrity, it would definitely be Dave Chappelle.
No, he's not. All right, that's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
Dave
just
Chappelle
because he
number one
makes
enjoyer there.
dark
We got a Dave
jokes.
Chappelle enjoyer.
Can we
So
do Kane? Can we just
no,
skip
we're
the
not doing
Kane?
Kane.
'Cause I gotta go.
I'm going by the order I have to go by. Okay.
I gotta go. I don't want to listen to fucking Jamie or I want to listen to Kane because I gotta go
Well, you
after
don't.
this
You're
one.
not. You're probably not gonna be here for the entirety of Kane anyways. So it is what it is.
No, let's listen to Kane. I like
Kane.
Kane.
Okay. By the way, Brandon is probably above all of them. He's still mid though. And next up we got Jamie. We're watching Jamie. Okay. How many minutes do you have left? If he's still there.
I'll see you later.
Okay, he's going now, so don't worry. So
Good luck with the rest of the videos.
thank you. We have like 5 left, so all right.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Okay.
All right. Thanks for letting us know. And make sure you guys
Bye.
watch it too in the audience. Okay, thanks, Ricky. And okay, so we're moving on to Jamie here. Jamie,
Hey guys, do you like Disney Plus or TV shows like Stranger Things? Would you like to be on one? Be one of the first 200 people to sign up now and the next superstar.
that was ridiculous. Okay, here we go. Jamie Lynn Rui or Ruse, or I don't know how to say her name because I'm not Hispanic. Okay, here we go.
To start off, tell us about yourself. Give us your name, age, and occupation.
Yes, my name is Jamie Reese. I am 34 years old. I'm from Mesa, Arizona, and I am a marketing consultant. I'm also a yogi, a gardener, an artist. I do a little bit of everything.
Why are you here on Survivor?
I am here to win the $1 million, A, and B, to have an adventure
She laughs like a chipmunk with the speed. It's like I don't know how to do it. It's impossible because I'm not a chipmunk like her, so I can't do it.
of a lifetime, and C, to build lifelong relationships with all of my friends that I'm so excited. They're all gonna be my best friends. They don't know it yet, but
What's your history with watching Survivor?
I am a day one.
She's playing for friends. What is it, like Mariah 2.0? It's gonna be a joke. Like it's ridiculous what she's trying to say. It's laughable. Okay, let's continue.
Survivor fan. We watched episode 1, season 1, and we never missed it. We used to, so this is back in the day before DVR, before Paramount Plus, we had to record it on VHS if we had like a school recital. So we still have VHS tapes that say Survivor, do not record over. And so I'm a day one fan. And then during the pandemic, my brother and I, we watched every single season again together. And we were separately quarantined, so we would FaceTime and then start Paramount Plus and watch just to kind of refresh our memories. And every time you watch it, it hits different. So
Give me one Survivor winner and one.
She looks way older in this cast photo and her other cast photo than she actually does on camera. Same thing with Heidi. And even with Carolyn. Honestly, everyone here looks really young when you actually look at them. So
Non-winner who you identify with the most.
oh, this is a great question. Let's see. A winner I identify the most. I know it's kind of soon to say this, but I identified so much with Marianne. I loved the way that she played the game. She built relationships very quickly.
how is it soon to say this? Like, your opinion's not going to change from now until 10 years from now. on the game, at least. Maybe your rankings on the players, maybe your philosophy in the game will change, but not much else.
Very easily, and I love the way that she played the game. I think that everyone kind of underestimated her, but she was brilliantly moving her chess pieces exactly how she needed to. She made the big moves when she needed to, and
Name three big moves that Marianne made, Jamie.
and so yeah, it's kind of the most recent winner. But I definitely identify with Marianne, and
The biggest move she made in that season was the Omar move, and then also chopping wood with an axe, like a crazy woman. That was the two biggest moves she did.
I just love her, how joyful she was. Watching her interact with everybody is kind of, I see myself in her in that way. And I hope that I can interact and have that same charisma that she brought to the game. And then the non-winner that I identify with is, oh, you know what? Shan. Shan
Terrible.
was the best. I loved watching her do her her little plans, and I identify with her because she is super strategic and she was very bold, brilliant in all of her moves. So she immediately she would go face to face, ask the questions that she needed to find out, and she was always gathering information. So I loved the way that she played the game. I think that if she comes back, she could totally win it. I mean, she's a great player to watch.
She's not gonna win if she returns. By the way, it's gonna be laughable how bad she does. It's so hilarious that she thinks that Sham has a good chance. Like the chance of Shan winning on return is about the same chance that Jamie Lynn has of winning this game and even getting asked back. Okay, like zero chance. Okay.
I loved that. So she's the non-winner that I would identify with.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
Oh, my favorite moment, the history of Survivor. It's anything with Sandra. I love Sandra. The queen stays queen with all my heart. So all of her little one-liners, as long as it ain't me. That's literally what I'm harnessing, that Sandra energy, because as long as it ain't me, I'm happy to vote for whoever. And I love every moment with Sandra in all the seasons. She's my favorite. I love Sandra.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
I would say my time in corporate.
I'm just making sure that my mic is still I can hear everything. Okay, good. It looks like we're good.
America has prepared me for this game, to win this game, because it is all about relationship building. And I had 10 years in corporate America where I was building relationships to get to the next promotion. And that is how I'm going to enter the game of Survivor, building relationships right off the bat. People, they care about how you make them feel, and they remember that. And so I want to make sure that I keep that at top of mind. Yes, it is a game, but that is the key to, getting the votes at Final Tribal Council, making sure that everyone, that I have a personal emotional connection with every single player, and it'll look different with everyone.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
Ooh, you never know what you're going to get. I love this new era of Survivor because you have to stay on your toes the entire time.
Honestly, I was thinking about it. The answer to this question for me would be no swap. Is the most exciting thing, because I don't like swaps. It ruins the game. It's so interfering. I much prefer actually the islands as a way of interacting with people. I would say intermingling with the other tribes, not intramingling, intermingling, because you get to mingle with the other team members of a different tribe. So
you have to have your plan A, B, C, and D, because you never know how the cards are going to fall. You can't really anticipate anything like we have been able to in the past, and that's what makes it so fun. Is you have to be creative and on your toes at all times.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
Oh, I think people will perceive me as bubbly, outgoing, energetic. And I'm hoping that works in my favor, because as bubbly and energetic as I am, I will be strategizing and playing chess in my mind with all of the moving parts throughout the game. So it'll be kind of like a show,
She reminds me of Natalie Tenorelli and Natalie White. Sorry, not Natalie White. Natalie Tenorelli and Jessica Pete. I don't know why. Natalie Tenorelli, I can tell you why. But Jessica Pete as well. I don't know.
Put it on. I have to distract them with my bubbly energy so that they don't know what I'm really strategizing.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
Ooh, so I have this all planned out. I want an alliance member. I want a ride or die that is kind of opposite of me, to reel in the opposite type of cast member or castaways on his side. So the way that I see it is somebody that's opposite of me, but very strategic, super smart, competitive. And then, so we have the ride or die, the two, and then the next two, I have to have somebody that is a beast at challenges, and then somebody that is sneaky intel information, bringing all the information. So I have all four corners built in an alliance that will, that we can take to the end.
What? Okay, whatever.
How eager will you be to look for advantages in the game?
Oh, I'm really eager. I'm playing hardball. This is it. This is Survivor. I came to play. I'm looking for idols. I'm looking for advantages. And if it's a beware advantage, I'm going for it, because it's all or nothing. We are swinging for the fences.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
Oh, I told myself that I'm not going to take anything personally. I am not going to. It's not personal. This is gameplay. We are coming to play this game that we all love, and I'm not going to take anything personally, whether it's, a rumor that started about me, or or I'm voted out by
This
one of my best
person-
friends.
Jamie
It's
Nick
nothing's
is in
personal,
high
it's all
school.
game,
She's
and
34
that
years
is the
old, by the
promise I
way,
make myself.
or something.
What's the best advice you
31,
received before
34.
coming out to play?
Ooh, the best advice. I think it's to never give up. Those were kind of the last words that, when I spoke to my family, and that's kind of what I move through life with, is that mantra, never give up, because it's never the end until it's the end, and anything is possible. Anything's possible. Never give up, and anything's possible.
She's talking a lot. Let's see if she comes up with a good phrase.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
Yes. Okay. My weird phrase to unlock an idol. I hope that it is the pot of gold is at the end of the rainbow.
That was terrible.
What celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a loved one's visit?
Ooh, a celebrity? Wow. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Let me think. Oh my gosh, this is a great question. A celebrity I would love to have come out for a loved one's visit is Johnny Depp. He's used to the island life, and I think
Yeah, Johnny Depp. Hopefully you don't shit the bed as hard as he does. We'll see.
it would be so fun. I mean, he's got to catch me up on, everything that's
I'm
going on in his
joking, by the
life,
way.
and I think that would be so fun to hang out with him on the island.
All right, that was Jamie, and Jamie is better than expected, actually. She's probably like around there. Honestly, Sarah Wade is bad. I forgot everything about her. Josh is better, and Jamie's probably bad too, honestly. So, actually no, Jamie's mid. Jamie over performed my expectations. Next we got 4 people left. We got Daniel. Sorry, I said Daniel because he looks like he reminds me of Daniel. So we're going to Daniel Kane.
At the Nissan Institute
Kane,
of Thrillology, it's Kicks Field
And
Test Day.
All right, here we go.
My name is Kane Fritzler. I'm 24 years old, and I just busted out of law school. So I just finished all my education, and in about a month's time, I'm going to start becoming a lawyer.
Why are you here on Survivor?
I am here on Survivor because I have watched and followed this game for my entire life. I am a student of this game. I'm here as an academic, and I'm here to try and play this game as hard and as best as I possibly can. So that is the reason that I am here, because I am a gamer through and through, and this is the absolute best game you can get your hands on the planet.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
I started watching Survivor basically when I started watching TV as a kid. My grandma and my brother would always watch it with me, so my grandma kind of got
Most Canadian accent ever.
into it. And then even after she passed away, me and my brother continued to watch it together. Even after he moved away, it was something that we would stay connected to. And even in times when we weren't talking as much, every Wednesday, it would still be, oh, like, did you see that last move? Or can you believe this person? Or what happened there? So it was still a way I got to stay connected. And it was something that followed me through my whole life. Now that I'm kind of set up, I'm sort of indoctrinating other people. And I have my girl watching it, and I have all my friends watching it. And I'm kind of the guru that people look to on the couch to explain whether it was a bad move or not. So this game has been just something that I followed with my entire life.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
Yeah. Winner, I would probably identify with Tyson the most. I'm probably a little bit more hopeful about the world than him, but I like that he'd come out here and just have fun and be himself, but he's also thinking, he knows the game, whether he promotes it or not. He knows the game probably better than or just as good as any other person. And that's what I want to bring. I want to bring to this game a true, gamer experience, but one that's also going to have the most fun. So that's the winner that I identify with most. The non-winner that I identify most with is probably Zeke. I love that guy. I think I got a lot of the same chutzpah that he has. And I think that he played a game that wasn't afraid to take risks, wasn't afraid to start early, even if it meant he was going to die out. So yeah, I think both those guys just have a lot of charisma, and they're not ever afraid to be themselves. And that's one thing that I am never afraid to be is Kane Fritzler.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
By the way, I just have to pause to say someone joined the server, and it's appreciate the join. And by the way, Kenny, you were absolutely wrong. This did not go downhill when you left. In fact, it went uphill when you left. Though, yeah, okay. But then again, anything with Bryce is going downhill, whether it's an uphill or a downhill. Okay, and let's go.
My favorite move of all time is still Malcolm's double idol play in 26, where he protected the entire majority and made them turn on themselves like wild animals. Like, that is just an absolute baller move. If we could have done it absolutely perfectly, I would split the vote on them so they had to decide instead of just sending Philip home. But I still think that was just like such a what up move. Pretty hard to top the showmanship involved in that one.
The showmanship.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
I think that going to law school, especially going to law school young, like I did, I'm as young as you can enter into law school in Canada. And I think that has put me in a pretty constant state of being underestimated. And I think that the longer the people underestimate me, the more they regret it, because I'm here to play.
This guy's gonna do terrible. I know I say this about everybody, but this guy is gonna underperform expectations.
I'm here to fight. That was my attitude in law school. I did very well, and that's my attitude for this game. And I'm also here to do, hopefully, quite well.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
Really just to, I view this as what excites me about starting my Survivor journey.
This guy looks like Sam from Total Drama. And ironically, they're both from Canada, so.
Is the kind of like lore and meta that sits behind it. You know, like this isn't just a single
He
season
looks
thing.
like
I'm
him. He
entering a
really
little bit of
dresses
Game Frister
like him.
flavor into the entire swirling game that is Survivor. So that's what excites me, the prospect of being able to really put my mark on this game and actually change how people play it moving forward and hopefully be recognized as a super dope player.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
Smart. Smart is the number one thing that they're gonna perceive him as the smart guy.
You know, I think that I come across as somebody who kind of has my act together, but I also come across as someone who's very friendly and very funny. So I think that first and foremost, people are just going to see my charisma and they're just going to like watching me and smile when they see me walk around like a big animal. And I think, you know, I'm excited for both these folks and the audience
That
to
looks like
learn
a mammoth as well. Speaking of big animal.
about me. You know, I want them to slowly realize, like, okay, I got that glimpse of mine. This kid actually knows what he's doing. So I think initially people are just going to have fun watching me, and by the end, I think they're going to have fun watching me play.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
I think that, you know, there's a lot of different good alliance types out there. Just depends what you want. You want people who are hard loyalists. You want people who are thinkers. You want people who are going to be shields for you. You know, there's a lot of different things to think about. But really, in a ride or die, in a partner in crime, I
The number one mute shield you want in your game is Bryce. Literally mute shield.
want someone who's thinking about this game like I am. Because you don't get to have as much fun if you play by yourself. All the super fun stuff that you can do in Survivor, you need to play with other people. So what I'm really looking for as my numero uno is somebody who thinks about this game like I do so that we can pull off some super fun stuff together.
How eager will you be to look for advantages in the game?
Not eager. I will not be eager at all. I'm gonna not look for advantages for a bit. Like I know the day one principle is like you can't look for advantages or idols in the first game and take that seriously. But you know, I got a good eye. I got a good nature. I can see things sticking out. I spend a lot of time in nature, so I'll keep my eye out. But you're not gonna see me, you know, idol sleuthing very early. Mid, like when I feel a merge coming in my bones, I'll start putzing around a little harder.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
One thing that I told myself I wouldn't do in this game is lose, you know, my temper. I think that, not that I have a gross temper, but I think that it's easy once you're starved and once you're not sleeping and once everyone's trying to con you for you to kind of blow up. And I think that the more you can keep a cool, calm, collected head on your shoulders, the better you're doing, the better you're going to be able to see the game. So if I start, you know, getting really laser focused on, oh, I need to get this person out because they freaking, I don't know, pull my scoop of rice, you know, how dare they? Like, I mean, that's when you start getting sloppy and I don't want to get sloppy steaks. So
what's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
Be myself.
Clothing looks like sloppy second hand-me-downs, that's for sure.
You know, I got my girlfriend
Not to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm joking.
cat to like watch me like a hawk for 2 months. I was like, if I have any dead giveaways, like if I like twitch my eyes when I lie, or if I, you know, roll my eyes at people without thinking about it, I'm like, hey, oh, like that's a tell. And you know, when the record came back, she was like, you're squeaky clean. Like just go out there, have fun, and be yourself. And I really think that if I am myself, I'm gonna do really well in this game. So I'm gonna try and not change who I am.
Can you come up with your own
That's good. That's a really good way of practicing, by the way. Totally.
weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
Yeah, sure. I think that I want to do something that'd be funny at camp. I'm gonna put, if I had to come up with the phrase, I would say the clams are running the show, and then see where they go with that. I feel like you could whip that into tribe life pretty easily if you wanted to, but it sounds funny.
What celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a loved one's visit?
Best phrases are those that don't ruin your game, like calling people out. Like, why would you do that? That would be production influence right there.
I don't know a lot of celebrities, but I know a lot of fictional characters. So man, if I could have a fictional character come out as the loved ones, you'd see Luke Skywalker getting off the X-Wing because like that guy has it figured out. And if I could have a little Jedi experience, he'd keep me nice and calm. He's a very accepting man. I'm sure he's a good hugger as well, Mark Hamill. So, you know, I think that if I could have a Luke Skywalker come and run it down that way to come see me, that'd be a dream come true.
Okay. He actually overperformed my expectation. I actually like him a lot. He's good. He's probably like where Matt is. A bit below Matt, but it is what it is. And we only have 3 people left actually. So that's good news. And yeah, we're approaching what? I think 3 hours here, right? Probably. Yeah, we're approaching 3 hours here. It's fine. And we're gonna go on to the next person here. We have Lauren. So
The Kia Seltos will take you anywhere this winter. With its all
and we have an ad. So again, Lauren, surprising accent. I was surprised that she has that much of a Texan accent there, like the Southern accent. But it's great. It's good. It's what you want to see. So here you go.
Age and occupation.
Okay, my name is Lauren Harp. I am 30 years old, and I am a 4th grade teacher, or educator, teacher.
Why are you here on
Tommy moment?
Survivor?
I'm here on Survivor to really have a challenge for myself. I do everything for my boys. I'm a single parent, and so my day-to-day life is really just, you know, going to work and taking care of my boys and running back and forth to soccer practice and different things like that. And I recently got a divorce, and so I've been just on a self-growth journey just to like grow and see what I'm capable of. So this is really for me, and really for me to see like what all that I can do.
There's like 30 different accents mixed into one in that voice.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
I started watching when I was really young with my father, but then life, kind of took its course. So I would say more so I am like a new era super fan, and I've been watching these most recent seasons, just binge watching like previous seasons as well, but more of a new era super fan, which I think is going to be really an asset for me in this game.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
I bet she's gonna say Shan.
So the first one would be Poverty, just for her charm. Like she was
Poverty.
so charming, and I hope to just
Poverty,
like embody some of that in the
poverty.
game. And then also in Natalie, just her strength and everything that she brought into the game, just as a strong woman, really like resonates with me. And one non-winner would be a Shan.
I knew that would happen.
I just love how aggressive that she was in the game and how she went in full force.
To be fair though, I read the preseason interviews. I forgot about them, but I expected this.
And was just authentically herself, and just played as who she was. And I really just like that about her.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
One of my most favorite moments from the history of Survivor was more so in some of these recent seasons. I mean, this was not like a pivotal moment at all, but I think it would really involve Angelina when they were at Tribal Council and she was asking for the jacket. I think she was just very aggressive and really went for what she wanted. And I really thought it was just super funny, just an entertaining moment.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
One life experience that has prepared me the most is going through a divorce and then becoming a single mother. Through that, I had to learn how to take care of just myself and my boys by myself. It was physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially taxing on my body. And I think like I've been through a lot mentally, and that's going to prepare me for all of the challenges that's going to come my way in this game.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
I love how it is just so fast paced and it's so risky. Like these things that are happening in this game or in this new era of the game are things that we've never seen before. And I've studied this new era, and people who haven't or people who are just gung ho in the older seasons won't be as up to date as me. So I just love how fast paced it is, how risky it is, and how.
What you think is that she's never watched an early season. It's okay.
It's just a little unknown.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
Okay, I think that my tribe mates at first glance may just see me as just a cute, sweet girl just coming out here to live the island life. But I think that they won't realize that I am 30 years old and I have, some life experience under my belt. I think the audience will perceive me just as, or I hope that they perceive me as a strong woman and a strong individual and someone who went out and just like took risks in every aspect of the game.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
I am really looking for someone who is going to be trustworthy and honest. I value that very much. And I want somebody who I'm going to be able to share some things with. But first and foremost, that's going to be able to share those things with me. And I don't think I'm going to trust them until, they show me with their actions. Like show me through your votes, show me through sharing some information with me that.
Did you just say accents? Well, nobody hears Texans, so you're done.
That I may not have known before. So someone who's honest and someone who's going to be open and willing to give information.
How eager will you be to look for advantages in the game?
That's why I'm here. I'm here to play Survivor. So I'm going to be going out. I'm going to be looking for idols. I'm going to be looking for those advantages every aspect or every chance that I get. Like if you're coming out here just to fiddle paddle or just like twiddle your fingers, then you already lost. So I think that I'm very eager to find something that's going to push me forward in this game.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
One thing that I told myself that I would not do is I don't care how hungry I get out here. I'm not eating a rat. I'm not eating anything like that. I mean, I grew up in a very small town in the country with my family, and we ate things like possums and sometimes, not all the time, but like possums, raccoons, and things like that. But I'm not eating a rat or anything of that sort, no matter how hungry I get.
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
The best advice I got was just to be authentic and just be who I am and come play this game as me. I think a lot of times people come out here and they're too worried about like how they will be perceived or what others will think of them. And I think if I come out here and I just genuinely be myself, I think that I'm going to go very, very far in this game. And then I will also be proud of the way I played.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
Yeah, so I like to say kick ass sea bass. And that is just something that me and some of my friends say back home. So kick ass sea bass, that would be the phrase that I would say.
What
She literally cringed. You can literally see her cringing at the end before it cut off. Look.
That me and some of my friends say back home. So kick ass sea bass, that would be the phrase that I would say.
Look, do you see that? Do you see that? Yeah, that's what she was doing.
What celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a loved one's visit?
Celebrity or fictional character?
Why has nobody said? Oh wait, we had Harry Potter and Dumbledore. My bad.
Celebrity. Let me think on this one. For a loved one's visit, I think that for a loved one's visit. Man, am I timed on this? Could we say for a loved one's visit, maybe?
I mean, if you get Jesus Christ to visit you, half the cast is gonna work with you till the end of the game. So I'm gonna say Jesus Christ. Actually, you're right. Well, not you're right. Me, I'm right.
Be like a fairy godmother or something, or like a genie in a bottle to just come out here and give me what I want, like to push me forward in the game, or to
That's actually a really good answer as well.
Make something magical happen. That's as best as I can get.
All right, that's Lauren, and Lauren is mid. but above Carson, I think at this point. Actually, yeah, about there, like in the middle of the mid tier. All right, next we got two good people. We got Maddie and we got Matthew. These are the last two. And we got some comments here with the queen icon thing. These are obviously a bunch of idiots over here. It's okay. Oh, we got a Cadbury ad.
Tell us about yourself. Give us your name, age, and occupation.
Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm 28. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm currently unemployed because I quit my job to
I'm
come
from
play Survivor.
Brooklyn, New York. She's unemployed from her job. Yeah, she's gonna go home to a job at McDonald's because she's not winning this game. I'll say that first of all.
So big changes.
Why are you here on Survivor?
Oh, it's like a question I'm still trying to answer because, I think it's just because I'm like an adventure addict. Like all I do is seek out the next big thing. I like to push limits and reach. But like as I'm here, I'm starting to question like, is there more? Like what is really driving this? Because it's number one on my bucket list. And like what makes it number one? Like why have I been obsessed with the show for 21 years? And a question I'm still seeking an answer to. But the short answer is I'm just like an adventure addict and super competitive. And this is like the world stage for me to be able to, put my best foot forward and give it all I got.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
In terms of gameplay, the non-winner I probably identify the most striking method. A lot of people compare me to Parvati. I kind of see it, I kind of don't. But one of my favorite seasons is definitely Micronesia. Like the Black Widow Brigade was genius, and that was like all her, a great part of her. And I definitely
Okay, she didn't watch the season.
like ring the same like girl power bell. So I'll say Suri and Parvati, who were both part of that epic season. So
What's your favorite moment
She looks like Sydney though.
in Survivor history?
This is hard. I mean, I've been watching for 21 years. I would say an underrated moment recently. This is recency bias because there's so many freaking amazing moments. When Lindsay went up against Jonathan in season 42, and that one challenge where they had to dive off of that platform, and she was like matching him stroke for stroke. Like people need to talk about that more because
That's a moment that what? Literally everything Brad did in the game is a better moment than what she just talked about. Everything, even Brad just walking straight is a better moment than that. What is she talking about?
she is a fierce competitor. He was a D1 swimmer. Like he was a near professional swimmer, and she like was matching him that whole challenge. So that for me, again, the girl power stuff. Like I love like these girls coming out playing really, really hard. So in recent memory,
Yeah, she's gonna play hard, but she's gonna get out first. That's what's gonna be. I'm gonna laugh, and when we come back and we're gonna stream, the title of the first episode is gonna be "Down Goes Maddie," and we're gonna have an L on her name, on her face on the thumbnail. It's gonna be hilarious. You're gonna see.
I was like screaming at the TV screen. I was like, "Is everyone seeing this?"
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
There's a lot. I'd say like a lot of why I'm here is because I'm scrappy, and I think a lot of why I'll play well is because I'm scrappy. And I think that comes from the way I grew up. I grew up in a house of like all women. It was me and my 4 sisters. There are no guys. We had 1 bathroom. Our foyer was legitimately hot pink. So we're just like, you know, like a witch coven of like strong, crazy, wild, smart, opinionated, go-getter girls. And I feel like my sister just always like pushed me to be better, faster, stronger, and just gave me like a lot of confidence to just take on whatever. And so I would
Stronger, better, faster. I don't even know the song. I don't know how to say it, but it's a good song. It's okay.
say that just like growing up with my girls.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
Okay, I was really bummed to find out that we weren't getting
The thing that excites me the most is Brad Reese, and it's not even close.
playing a 39-day game just because I want as much time out there as possible. Like I'm just so excited to sleep under the stars and be starting. Like I want the full thing. But I will say I've really come around to like the 26-day game is fast and furious in a way that we haven't seen. And what I love is that like you can't ever take a step back. Like there is no.
I agree. I don't think the 39 days matters as much as you think, especially as a TV product, by the way. And that's what maybe people are complaining about. Like the only people that should really be complaining about are the players themselves, because we don't actually really see that difference when we actually watching the show. Like really, there's no difference. And it's not even noticeable, to be honest.
No time to rest. And I think for me in particular, it really plays to my strengths because I'm like short-sighted at times. And so like I think a lot of the short game
And she's short as well, I think, right?
requires, let me take a step back. I think that strategy implies like that there's like some long-term like plan and there's time. And in the 26-day game, like there's not that much time. So it really pushes people to focus less on strategy and more on their skills and instincts. And for me, like that's a dream because I'm less great at the long-term strategy and really, really good at the stuff that I love with Suri, which is like watching, waiting, striking. So I think it makes people like.
Isn't that the whole thing about long-term strategies? Watching, waiting, and striking? She literally just described what she should have done, and now she's saying she's good at it. So are you not good at it, or are you good at it? Because you're confusing me.
it really boils people down to like their raw skills and intuition and instincts, and that's what I trust the most about my gameplay. So I'm really, really stoked.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
Yeah. Oh, it makes me nervous. I think that people will probably underestimate me. Initially, I thought that I was going to be seen really quickly as a threat because I'm very social, I'm outgoing, and I think after more than one conversation, you can tell that I have something between the ears.
Yeah, we can. And it's not a brain. It's a fly, okay?
So I was worried about being a threat. I actually think that with this cast, which is really, really strong, like we got off the plane and I was like, okay, like these people are here to play. I think that I'll be underestimated, which is cool. I'm cool with playing from the bottom. What do I think the public will think of me? I don't know. I hope they think I'm fun and funny. I'm pretty wild. I think
Yeah, we do.
I'll play like a wild card. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, so I hope that people enjoy watching me like just pull something out of my hat and go for it.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
I'm open-minded. I can roll with anything. I'm down to like pretend to be someone's pet and then like
Yeah, she's open-minded. Way too open-minded. No brain.
chop their head off. I'm down to play something really fun and funny. Like I would love to play with a Rupert. I don't know if there's a Rupert here, but
Okay, that Kenny or Raccoon was earlier on talking about Rupert, and now we got Rupert mentioned, so that's a good thing. That's good.
I'm also down to play with someone else who could be underestimated. There's someone here who's really young who I'm like kind of like maybe I can like poach on them.
Who? Let me see. We need to see who. We need to see. I don't know who. I literally need to find out.
So I'm really open-minded. I'll play with anyone. Whatever you give me, I'll work with it.
How eager will you be to look for advantage?
Let's see. Who does it look like? It looks like Helen, or maybe like maybe Franny as well, or Carson.
In the game.
That you're
Oh,
talking
I'm
about.
gonna find something. I'm like my eyes are darting all the time. And I have like 20/20 vision, and I'm like I have like this deep feeling that I'm gonna find something. I'll say if I find a Beware advantage and not just like a traditional immunity idol, I'm gonna play it differently than anyone has played it yet. So
How?
yeah, I'm
Tell us how.
motivated. I'm ready to get something in my hands.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
Ooh, I'm not gonna tell anyone that I quit my job to play Survivor because I don't want anyone to know how like impulsive and decisive I can be. I also don't
That is actually really well thought out. Then.
want to tell anyone if I find when I find something. I feel like that's a mistake over and over again. People get excited, and that's where the instincts come in. We're all people, and people want to like showboat. Oh, I got the idol. I'm like cool with playing it down and just keeping it for me.
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
Someone told me that never make a decision just to make a big move, and I thought that was really great advice. Like
That is also really good advice.
everything you do should be for a reason, and you have to be able to back up your moves.
That is also really. It's like the early half she's doing terrible, and then the back half of the interview she's doing actually really good, and it's gonna factor in.
And I think that speaks to the gameplay. Nobody wants to see someone in the end talking to the jury saying, "Oh, I did this because I need it for my resume." That era is over. Everything needs to make sense from this point forward. So I'd say that.
Base.
Can you come up with your
and
own
true.
weird-
And she just rebutted what Kenny said. Mason said earlier. Raccoon said early on as well.
Phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
I have been like dying to. I don't know where this came from. I really, if I get caught like looking for an idol in the woods, I'm like dying to just tell someone like I wasn't looking for an idol, like I was making out of the tree. I don't know where that came from. I thought it was
What?
funny, and I think that sounds like something that they would put on one of those papers. So maybe that. I think I'm gonna regret saying that. Whatever.
What celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a loved one's visit?
Celebrity or fictional character to come out for my loved one's visit. I've been calling myself the Madonna of Survivor. So if Madonna like came out the Fijian jungle and was like there to hug me, that'd be pretty epic.
Was that Madonna or Lady Gaga with the messed up face, thanks to like plastic surgery? All right. And we're still going strong. We are high energy out here. We have one last interview left to look at, and it's gonna be hilarious. It's Matt. It's the other Matt, and we're literally on 3 hours. So we've been high energy the entire time, even though it's been 3 hours. Even though we've been here for 3 hours, I can go another hour, but obviously we only have one interview left. So let's watch Matthew Grinstead Mail, and let's see. Get a Walmart ad.
To start off, tell us about yourself. Give us your name, age, and occupation.
Sure. My name is Matthew Grinstead Maley. I'm 43 years old, and I'm a co-owner of a barbershop and a bar.
Why are you here on Survivor?
I am
Oh, yeah.
here.
I forgot to rank Maddie. Maddie's good. Maddie's up here. She's hilarious. Probably about there. I would say it's close. And again, no garbage people left. No garbage people. But people have been shifted around over time because you ranked them early on, and then you're like, okay, maybe I changed my mind. So things happen, and it sits on you, and you get to digest it for a bit.
Here on Survivor to see if I've really got all the goods to make it to the end. I love to challenge myself, and I am a little water baby, nature kid, so I feel like I have all these skills that really will help me survive in
This guy looks and sounds like somebody. I don't know who though.
the game of Survivor.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
I am a day one fan, and I'm sorry if that ages me, but I have been a super fan since day one, and I have been actively trying to get on the show for the past 4 years.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
Sure. The Survivor winner that I identify the most with is Ben. I felt like he went through the season and created great bonds, but you saw personal struggles and you saw him overcome them and acknowledge them and extend an arm to others that might be feeling the same way as him. And I felt like that really was encouraging. And although my situation in my life is not the same as his, I can definitely empathize and hope that someone can see some of my own successes in my journey and help them along the way. As for a non-winner, Elaine is the
This guy's like a prepared answer or something. What the heck?
one that really stands out for me. She was hilarious and genuine. She really had a sense of just going out in the game and having a great time. And I feel like that speaks to me that if I go out there and I just try to have fun every day and enjoy every moment, then I'll get the most out of this experience.
What's your favorite moment?
Okay, typical answer. So far, nothing impressive, but it's 1 minute in, right? So, and he had the shortest interview of them all.
In Survivor history.
I love the big splashy moments. I love the moments that make your jaw drop. So for me, when Malcolm won an individual immunity and used
Yeah, like when Jeff Varner outed Zeke, that made my jaw drop, that's for sure. I'm joking.
his 2 hidden immunity idols to play for his alliance, leaving the other alliance to feast upon themselves and just bicker and go at it, was a moment that made my jaw drop to the floor and I literally had to pick it up. So that is a moment that sticks out for me and I hope to create something just like that.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
Growing up, my mom worked for the YMCA, so I was...
YMCA. I don't want to get DMCA'd. DMCA.
I was literally outdoors every day at summer camp, running, playing in the fields, playing in the trees, climbing trees, swimming, you name it, making fires. I was doing it as a kid. So that is something that I grew up doing and really having a lot of joy in. And I feel like those skills and just the ability to have fun in that realm will help me very well in Survivor.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
The new era of Survivor is fast and it's dangerous and there's no place to hide. And I think that speaks to me because
This guy's just quoting Jeff Probst in the season premiere like scenes, little bits at the beginning.
Love the excitement in life. And I'm not one to just idly sit by. I don't actually sit much. I enjoy living my life on my feet and experience the world through my eyes and my hands. So this is just perfect for me to be on this new era of Survivor.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
I think that people will perceive me as someone who likes to have a good time, who is genuine and cares about others around him. I come from almost 30 years in the service industry, so it's very natural for me to take care of people. And as a father, I want to take care of my son. So I think that my tribe mates and the audience will see me in my zone.
I think I know who he reminds me of Andy Herron for some reason from Big Brother 50. I don't even know why. I think it's the voice and the way he like moves. I don't even know.
When I'm helping other people around me succeed.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
I'm looking for an alliance member that has strengths that offset my weaknesses, so that when we go into a situation or a challenge, I know that that person has my back. And not only do they have my back, but they have something that I necessarily am not strong at, or they might be stronger. So together, we're stronger together because all of our sums, all of our parts.
What is this, like a Hillary Clinton campaign slogan or something? Like, come on, it's terrible.
Are working in their conjunction.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
I'm studying massage therapy currently, and the one thing I promised myself I wouldn't do is use the healing power of touch to manipulate people. That would cross an ethical line for me, and I want people to be able to respect what I do and not see that as me using that as a powerful power situation where I'm using that to coerce people. I do want to play the game, and I do want to be mischievous and use trickery, but not in a sense that would spill over into my personal life and things that I set out to do.
What is this guy talking about? You can manipulate people by massaging them. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna look into that because I'm definitely gonna cross that line. Not in a dance feel way, obviously.
My professional life.
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
The best advice I received before I came out to play was from my sister. And she told me, no matter what the hard times are, just remember that they're temporary. If the rain's pouring down on you and you're freezing and you're cold and you're shivering and you think there's no end in sight, remember that it's temporary. Everything that I'm going through is temporary. And so I should not focus on the moment, but focus on what's next.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
A word that comes to mind in my family is shenanigans. So I think that I would probably have to say something along the lines of, these shenanigans are really getting in the way of me finding my way to my goal.
What's the...
That wasn't even witty. That wasn't even funny. I mean, it's hilariously bad, but you couldn't come with something better than that? Like, honestly, if you want to find a slogan, like a slogan generator, just get Bryce on and let Bryce just talk. And you can just keep generating a bunch of different, phrases. It'll be hilarious.
Celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a...
Bryce is hilarious. Go watch the Hottest Survivor Women podcast, which was hilarious, and that Bryce made, along with Raccoon and Carson. Not this Carson, but the other Carson.
Loved ones visit.
Oh, geez.
Our Carson, the better Carson.
I would probably have to say Paul Rudd, just because I get compared to him a lot, and I think that he's hilarious and a very genuine, down-to-earth person. So I think that having Paul Rudd come and visit me on the island would mean a lot of fun, a lot of great interactions, and just feeling as though I've met a truly awesome, genuine person in a realm where you can trust no one.
All right, that is the entire 18 interviews, which took 18 hours to complete, basically. But no, it's really
Matt is really good. Matt is good. He is probably like probably above these two. Actually, yeah, he's right there. So we have Carolyn in the best tier list, even though it was the longest one. It was really good and it was hilarious, and there was so much subject matter there. We got Jam Jam in second, Danny, Maddie, Matt from San Francisco. We got Kane, all in the good tier. We got mid tier, Brandon, Franny, Carson. I think it's Sharon. I forgot her name. Let me just double check because I forgot her name. Lauren, Helen, Bruce, Jamie, in the mid tier. And then the bad tier we got Josh and we got Sarah. And the clear tier we got Heidi and obviously Claire. So yeah, that was the entire cast preview from the interviews. And I'm really excited for the season. We're gonna be back with the a bunch of other podcasts possibly before the season even begins. So let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to like and subscribe, hit notifications, and also don't be like Bryce, okay? Oh, get Raccoon saying put Matt higher. Okay, well that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to join the Discord as well. I'll link it actually in the description after I'm done with the video. But yeah, that's it.